the site, and I was looking at Tally, like, man, he's one of the old guys at Twitch. And now I'm like kind of in his position that.
Yeah.
There's like generations to the Twitch streamers, dude.
Nah.
What up, Poke?
Shit's changed. What's up, Poke?
What up, Poke?
Yo. Hello.
Hey.
What up?
Good
What's
shit.
up? What's up?
Hey, what up, man?
How you doing, dude?
How are you guys?
Good.
Good, folk. How are you doing, man?
Good. In
Good,
Canada.
How's Canada? Is it snowing?
Yeah. It's been okay, but apparently we're gonna have the worst winter in like a long time.
Like the coldest? Or?
Yeah, like snowstorm. Like I don't know.
Shit,
And we have
dude.
it like. Oh yeah, I'm scared.
Can you get like snowed in where you're at? Is that a possibility?
I don't leave the house anyways.
Well, what if you don't have internet and you're snowed in?
I lost internet today.
Yeah, you lost
Oh,
internet just
shit.
now.
That's scary.
Twitch let me stream the new Star Wars game on front page tonight. I was like, okay, shit, sure. I would have been on the podcast earlier, but I was like, okay, I'll do it. I stream it, and my internet goes down.
Oh no.
That's so sad, actually. Fuck.
That's like the worst
Yeah.
timing. Holy shit.
Yeah, it feels bad.
It always happens during those times. It's the worst. My computer blue screens every now and then, and it never happens when it only happens when I'm doing something important that I haven't saved. My auto save doesn't work, so I have to start over. It's fucking terrible.
I remember the first time Shroud hosted me, my internet went out.
Oh
I
man.
was playing video.
Oh, that's actually so sad, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. How many viewers was it?
I had like 5,000 viewers.
You remember when like Twitch, now there's that interruption thing, so if your stream goes down, then you have like there's like a second to go back up. I remember when you lost connection for like even a second, and then you would have no viewers. It would just totally reset your stream.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yo, I see
Yeah.
Fitz is here. That's my boy.
What's
What's
up,
up,
buddy?
dude?
Good to see you, bro. We
What's
could
up,
hang
man?
out more, dude.
Yeah.
How's
for sure.
Canada treating you?
Good. Yeah. You know,
Drinking lots of water.
it's legal. Great.
Nice, bro. I'm jealous.
So,
Wait, is it not legal in Australia?
so
Nah, man. Nah.
What's up, man? How are you?
What?
buddy?
You guys don't have legal weed in Australia?
It's so ingrained in the culture that it might as well be. Like I feel like if a cop saw you smoking a joint, he'd be like, "Fucking give us a puff." But
Yeah, it was just pretty much one of those things. It's just if cops having a bad day, you know what I mean? They have an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get
Or if
away.
they
Like,
need
they'll
to
let it slide.
pin something on you.
Yeah. Dude, those glasses poke are literally Morpheus from Matrix. That's all I think about when you wear those.
And,
It is.
yeah,
dude.
if
Those
they're
are-
like 14
those
times
are
smaller.
fucking
What do you mean?
True.
Morpheus's glasses are like beans on his face. You know what I mean? Just like
True. That's actually true. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, other than that, that's that whole COPPA thing. I mean, before we move on from that topic, is that going to affect Twitch at all?
No,
says in the future.
It'll affect Facebook next, but in the future, Twitch is really run under the radar of the government for a long time. It's just kind of a question of when and not if, though.
Are there
Eventually,
any like
everything will get
kid
here.
streamers on Twitch besides Train?
There's YouTube kids,
Okay, dude.
Don't be.
You're kidding, but for real, are there any streamers that are like child streamers where only kids watch them? Like,
I mean,
like Logan Paul audience age, you know?
Ninja's the only one.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
kidding.
they're all in the
I'm
mixer,
kidding.
actually.
And they're all gone.
Actually,
I think they're all
no,
gone.
No, that's a good point. Like, I don't know if there is.
Oh, Miskiff.
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 motherfucker.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Nah, dude, totally like Miskiff.
Dude, you know what's funny? I would always joke about like Miskiff having a bunch of like kid viewers. We went to PAX East, and everybody who was like, "Oh, I watched Miskiff," that came up was like 15 years old. Like
No
every single
way.
one. And everybody who watched me had like a walking cane and like a full gray beard. It was
Yeah,
just-
and
I
yo,
think Miskiff's
wait,
really
actually,
good for like.
I
Dude.
used to watch you back in the day, brother.
the crazy part is,
What that
ESFAND,
classic World of Warcraft.
ESFAND,
dude.
I'm not sure if you're there to see who the majority that came up to me. Like it was the weirdest opposite factor for me. Did you see any of them or no? Half the people that,
yeah, dude. You know who came up to you a lot was girls.
girls
Actually,
Yeah,
saying
no,
Squad
girls,
W.
Train,
Yes.
yeah.
Train
Well,
has
Twitch
so
got
many
us the same
girls come
thing.
to him and say Squad W. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
funny.
Squad W.
Dude, I had more girls. Listen, these girls were all with their boyfriends, all of them, and they all would. It seems like the only people that are pissed of what I say are like people who are single, but like All these girls that had boyfriends walked up to me, and I'm expecting, and call me whatever you want, but hey, listen, I expect it for a good reason because of certain reputations that are perpetuated on Twitch and on Livestream Fail. And dude, they walk up, I'm expecting the guy to be like, hey, what's up, bro, squad W, and I'm expecting the girl to be a little shy in the back saying, oh, fuck this guy, right? No, the dude was sitting there, fucking arms at the chest, curled, like, okay, go ahead, right? And the girl's like, shut up, bitch. Dude, listen, the girl's turning to the dude like, listen, dude, listen.
Yeah, because her boyfriend was probably too scared to walk up to you and say hi, man.
The girl's like, hey, shut up, bitch, right? Like, and then she walks up and she's like, hey, Train. She's like, Train, I love what you say. Hey, it's on point. Like, you know, Squad W, can I get a picture? Dude, I had more. Chat will never believe this. LSF will never believe it. Twitch won't even believe it. Dude, ESFAND saw it. Everyone I was with saw it, dude. I had more females come up to me and ask for pictures and say, Squad W, I agree with what you say, than men. And I was shocked myself. I was shocked. And I was so happy. I was so relieved that, like, people aren't believing this incel trash that's being spread around of what I'm saying, right?
Tyler, someone in my Discord, I had my boyfriend take my picture with Train.
Can't you be a girl and be incel, though?
Hold on, I told you. Hold on, wait, Devin.
Be like a girl cell? What's it called?
Devin, say that one more time. Say that one more time.
So someone in my Discord just said, I had my boyfriend take my picture with Train.
Yes, I'm telling you, like, everyone thinks I'm exaggerating my stories for, like, effect and shock value. I'm not at all, dude.
I'll vouch for you 100%. Like, I was there at TwitchCon. Like, I saw how many girls came up to you and were like, Squad W.
Dude, it was absolutely insane and amazing to see that, like, there is, because everyone trolls, you know, your communities.
I don't think I can count them on 2 hands.
Yeah, honestly. Dude, everyone's like, you know, Train, your community's all man, all boys, all incels. Like, let me tell you a fact, okay? Everyone that's calling us incels, listen, they're probably fucking incels. And we're fucking sitting here, dude. Listen, we got more social value with women than anyone else that's calling us incels. I'm telling you, if you're a female, give me a 1 in chat, boys and girls. Give me a 1 in chat, okay?
Someone's gonna type 1.
Scientifically accurate study.
That's right, dude.
Yeah. The numbers question for the chat goes so well usually.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's the truth. So it was actually crazy to see that, 100%. And it was just really, really cool. And the guys that did come up to me, you know, we had some good experiences, and I told my chat this, you know, the other day, last week, that I wasn't sure whether to be insulted or to be to feel flattered. But I think of the men that did come up to me, at least half of them, instead of saying, "Yo, Train, what up, dude? Love the content," or "Train, you know, love the stream. Thank you, brother. Love you." They're like, "Hey, man, love Gordo." Like, that's all they would say. They only complimented my Gordon Ramsay watching.
Yeah, they would be like, yo, Train, man, I always fall asleep to your streams, man. You have,
yeah,
like,
that's all they would say to me, dude. You're the coziest streamer. I always sleep to them. I'm like, ah, shit, fuck it, dude. You know what? I'm taking that as a compliment from now on.
So, I just woke up to you like, hey, you're that guy from the corner of Gordon Ramsay's show.
Dude, I wake up in the
every
middle.
time I turn on your stream, I sit there for like 30 minutes and I fall asleep, man. It's great. It's like
hey, listen, dude. I don't know if you know this, dude. Hey, every night we have to exactly at like 1:30 a.m. CT. Shroud comes in here, dude. He lets us know. He's like, hey, keep it down. He passes out every single night to us, baby. Every single night. Yeah. Sometimes my boys trigger me, so it ends up being 2 a.m.-ish. But hey, that's the boy, dude. Yep.
That's what's up. I love when you wake up random viewers, like it's like fucking butt crack. It's like super like 4 o'clock in the morning, completely out of your normal schedule, and you're playing this game and like a big fucking giant explosion will go off, like something crazy loud, dude. And then it's just, you see people in the chat like, I just woke up, motherfucker. I was watching your stream.
That crazy work where 2 veterans are just like shaking there.
Yep,
like,
that would be the worst case scenario, I guess.
That crazy loudness you're talking about. That crazy loudness you're talking about is literally hosting Lakari. So that's why I literally don't host at all anymore.
No, Poke will host me, dude. Poke will host me,
so
right?
bad,
I'll keep all those viewers for like fucking 3 hours. The second I fucking yell, brrr.
It's so funny. Exactly how Lakari sounds right now. As soon as Train hits that offline button, they fucking hear like, yo, what's going on, dude?
Yep, dude. I haven't hosted anyone for I think it's been like 2 months now. I've done this no host thing because like everyone that watches me at night, they ask me not to, because every time I hosted, they'd wake up and it wasn't like a casual wake up from what they explained to me. They said they woke up in like terror because like I'd host Lakari. It's like, what up, everybody? Yo, what's good? Oh, Train, yo, thank you, brother. Like, it's like, holy fuck, like, right? So I stopped hosting altogether. Yeah.
Wait, I'm the reason you stopped hosting? What the fuck?
Yeah, it is. You're the reason I stopped hosting.
Bro, oh my god.
Yeah, the other day, Canute asked me, the other day after the podcast, Canute's like, hey man, you can host my channel, just press host, it'll still work. And I'm sitting there like, oh fuck, yeah,
Well, hold on. Just don't. I mean, here's the thing. It's just like, don't host somebody's gonna be loud.
yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want to listen. I don't want to give someone a host and then tell them, hey man, change your entire stream for me, for my host. You can't yell if you have an exciting moment that's gonna be natural for your viewers. You can't do it. I don't want to set those parameters on them, so I just say fuck it. I'm not gonna host. You know? Does that make sense?
You can just host a car and just be like, hey, shut the fuck up a little bit today. You know what I'm saying? People can sleep.
I mean, I don't know how to fix it, dude. Like, maybe I could just turn myself down. Well,
Dude, you're the
apparently
type
all
of
my
guy.
viewers watch me at 10%. So
100%. You're the type of guy that like any type of fight happens with your girlfriend, she's like, "Why are you raising your voice?" And you're just like talking normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, listen.
What do you mean, man?
Listen. Let's be fair. I don't want to squad W this. Let's be fair. I mean, you could whisper, and your girlfriend's gonna say, "Why are you raising your voice?" Let's be fair here, okay?
True. Ameners.
Oh shit, dude.
Train, I wake up in the middle of the night to like a nightmare, and I look at my screen, and I see you get shot in the head in CS:GO, and then I see you open a case right after. And
Hey, listen, dude. Hey, I gotta get
I
those
feel better,
knives.
dude. I feel better.
Yeah, listen. I have these guys, dude. They shit talk in my chat. Stop.
This is
moving.
dude, this is literally all I see. These fucking cheaters. Why do they play if they're gonna be like this? They just
Open the
a
fucking
case
box.
and
Dude, they're actual cheaters. They're like these guys. Listen, FITZ, dude, you gotta vouch for this, dude. When you Q Silver 2, dude, come on, bro.
No,
There's-
obviously I know you.
bro,
I
listen.
100%.
Oh my-
You're
listen.
why do you play at
When
night?
you
There's only
Q
4 people in the
Silver
world who
2.
play.
listen,
You're queuing
listen.
silver
Summit.
at 4 in the morning. There's 3 people playing.
You know, I queued into a silver 1 like 2 game with a controller and top frag. Was like fucking whooping that ass. No, no aim assist.
Summit, listen, dude. Okay, I've queued. Listen,
The silver 2's gone up. I know.
CS:GO's not about
no,
it's about
no, it hasn't
brain.
gone up, dude. Listen, I was queuing with like Hiko, Jericho, and fucking Flom. We're sitting here in Supreme queue. I'm a Gold Nova 2 against Supremes, and I'm getting more frags and doing better in these games than going against silver fucking 1s that are headshotting
hold on.
instant peaks. It's the most
Can I-
shameless
can
thing
I
in the
represent
world.
An idea here, Train. It's gonna
I
be
can
good.
understand that.
Why don't Train and SUMMIT1G play CS:GO together one day?
I mean, that's fine.
I mean,
That's fine. I don't know.
I mean,
So
guess.
it's like,
Is that like
okay.
some
What a
big
crazy
thing? Or
idea.
what? That's fucking
It'll break
crazy,
the
yeah,
internet,
you're right,
guys.
yeah.
Give Train a tryout in a team, and let's see if he can compete.
Okay.
Someone's got the skill.
Get him- get
Train's
him
got
to
the
be like-
cases. It's
Get
the
Train in the
perfect
spring,
duo.
baby.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if I have the skill anymore, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like
What?
my rank. It's like a meme in my channel at this point. It's like the down. Okay, is Counter-Strike sets you up to fail, no matter what, right? It's like I'll play, and I'm saying I'm global elite, and then I'll stop playing. If you're not playing Counter-Strike, they don't like you, right? They fucking de-rank you. Next time you go back, you have to play more games just to get a rank back, which will never be the current rank that you had beforehand. So it'll be like global. Okay, lost my rank. We're gonna go back 6 months later. We're gonna play. Then it's gonna drop me to LEM, and it's just like I've been going down to ranks I've never even seen. You know what I mean? I don't know where I'm at right now, but it
Yeah.
sucks because my whole
Yeah.
chat thinks I suck.
CS
I think
kicks you when you're
69.
down.
Did they really judge you based off your rank that hard in CS?
I mean, Flom
'Cause
told me.
it's different.
Not real Counter-Strike, not like competitive.
I mean,
but-
here's the crazy part. The other day, I don't know if you're cool with that group Summit with Flom and Hiko and Jericho and them.
hate
But
those guys. Hate those guys.
oh yeah, wait, really? Because I told
no,
because
no.
yeah, no, because listen, no, because I told them I was like, yo, man, like, what are the chances I hit FPL? And they said, well, listen, Summit made it, so your chances are high. So I wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if this was.
Listen, Flom didn't say that. Hiko, that was 100% Hiko. Don't even lie. Was that Hiko?
That's
100%.
pretty
I don't remember.
toxic.
It might have been Jericho, dude. I don't know which one of them it was, but hey, listen, dude. I'm just letting you know what was going on.
Listen, let me tell you something, okay? Counter-Strike, it's its own game. All these motherfuckers. I have a stream to run, motherfuckers. I can't stay sharp. But you catch me on the 1v1 battlefield, I'll whoop anyone's ass, all right? What's up, Simple? What's up? Okay, you know what I mean, though? You know, like,
Yep.
Counter-Strike and 1v1s are completely different. Any pro can catch it in 1v1s. I don't care how good they are.
True. That's actually true.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, my first day playing when I was like Silver 1, I dumpstered Mo, dude. Dumpstered him, dude.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was
different
good
game.
stuff. Yeah. Remember, Lakari, we were dumpstering people on our first days playing? Me and you were dumpstering
remember,
Slicker and
yeah.
Mo. Yeah.
I remember that.
And then I got worse
That was
somehow.
fun, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
he thought you were
you're
opening.
good. You're actually good now, Train.
Maybe he thought you were opening a case.
Like no bullshit. You're like using, like you're rifling and shit. I'm actually
Sorry.
super proud of you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah.
I haven't played in a while.
I mean, what's
haven't
his norm? What's his norm? Does he buy like MP5s or something? Does he not buy rifles?
He's an op, Andy. He only buys op. He's like,
You only buy the op.
Nah,
Drop
listen,
me off.
dude.
drop
Listen,
me
dude.
off. Corey,
I'm
drop
pretty
me
sure
off.
Dr. Disrespect only buys the op. You just wanted you to know that.
Okay, well, listen, dude. Listen, I'm getting better with the AK now, dude. Listen, I actually prefer the AK over the M4, dude. The M4, I don't know what's going on in CSGO, dude, but listen, let me tell you one thing. If real-life guns in our military shoot like they do in CSGO, I don't know how the fuck we're winning any
We're in
wars.
trouble.
What
We're in
the
trouble.
fuck is going on here, dude?
This is the 64 tick, man. That's just
I'm pointing this thing
trash.
straight. Every bullet except for one goes in every other direction that I'm shooting at. Like, what the
Listen, you
fuck
have
kind of
to-
technology is this?
You have to
what
you have to drag your gun to their feet. Your crosshair goes to their feet,
Yep.
basically. Below their
Do they
feet.
not have? Do they not have guns that are super accurate now?
MP like the SMGs and shit? You can pretty much point and shoot with those, but
Like an
you know.
M4 that's like is Elon Musk gonna make a gun that's like better than all the other guns? You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure.
Or like a gun that like
Do you
tracks
need-
you.
Do we need better guns? Like even
No, I don't. I
Hell
don't
yeah,
think we
dude.
should.
You can have
No,
a-
I don't think we should. Okay.
K
But I'm
Kona,
just
dude.
saying. I'm just saying. Okay, it probably was a bad topic. My bad. I'm
No,
not a gun person or
shotguns-
anything, but it's just
shotguns are OP in video games. You know what I'm saying?
because the way guns work are like
Dude,
weird, right?
shotguns are OP in video games. Like, they're way
Shotguns are
stronger.
fucking OP.
But-
man.
but-
Like, they're way stronger
like-
in video games than they are in real life.
No, I disagree, motherfucker.
Oh,
If
you
you saw a
disagree?
shotgun, I feel like if you saw a shotgun point at you in real life, you should shit yourself right there. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's
It's
a-
how-
there's like a
it's
90%
like an
chance
AoE,
you'll
right?
chase you
Like,
dead.
you can't
Yeah,
dodge
but
that shit.
isn't
You're
the
dead.
range like really short on shotguns?
No,
No, it's
What?
not.
Depends on the
If
bullets you
anything,
use,
video
right?
games. If
Yes.
anything, video games underestimate how far shotguns actually go.
Really? Yes, they
How-
do.
Like, how, give me an
Yes.
example. How far can they actually shoot?
The reason why they
fucking know.
nerfed
Like-
them in
Or-
video games probably is because they'd be too OP if it had that much spray and went far too, right?
Wait, so why doesn't everyone just use a shotgun then?
So the new
Right.
COD was actually really good and accurate with that 7.25 shotgun.
Yeah, probably. to be
Okay,
honest.
so to give you an idea, Lakari, I looked it up. The average shotgun, this is the average. This isn't even like specialized. The average shotgun has a range of 147.5 feet.
So
Yo,
how many meters?
Holy
is that?
shit!
At your house.
Yeah.
Yo,
Listen. Yes.
So wait, that's 50 yards.
45 meters.
bro, that's insane.
Yeah,
yo.
but how
That's
many
actually
yards?
insane.
What
Holy
the
Yeah, but like,
fuck?
what's the spread like? Isn't it like a spread so only some of the pallets will hit you or whatever?
And what if they got slugs?
Yeah,
But
that's-
still,
only
even
need
one of those
one
pallets hitting you is
bullet,
gonna
right?
fucking hurt.
Is
Yeah,
the range how far it goes before the bullet hits the ground, or is the range like being able to shoot accurately?
Probably
That's a good
accurate, right? It wouldn't be hit the ground.
No, it says
Really?
it says the effective range of a typical shotgun is about 45
Effective range.
meters.
Okay, so that's probably like
Effective range.
Realistically, like
Yeah.
probably 50 feet if you want to kill someone, right?
It's man, listen. You just don't want anyone with a shotgun in front of you in real life, okay?
I
'Cause it's-
do, but that's the only thing that makes me horny.
Goodness. Okay.
Hi, Andy.
Yeah.
What's up, Ray?
That's-
Yo, Andy, welcome back, buddy.
As
Yo,
far
I'm
as
sorry about earlier, dude. I was
No,
my,
fuck
my,
you,
I'm
Andy.
usually not rude like that. My mind was like frazzled because there was so much shit going on, and I was screaming from a lobby.
yeah, it's all good, brother.
Well, yeah,
Andy, I love
You
you.
were
As-
just speakers on, right? In the lobby, and Train was like vividly describing
Dicks or something.
dicks.
I
We
know.
yeah.
were talking about something interesting, and I was
like,
actually
so
listening.
embarrassed 'cause there was like 3 people there waiting for elevators. He's like, "You got the biggest, thickest cock in the So I'm like,
And you were like, "It's work."
I'm like,
And you're just like, yeah, he's talking. He's
It's a
talking
work
about
call.
you right now.
if they are there, I'm like, God damn, thank God I'm moving out tomorrow, man.
Oh, I see Weebs in the chat. Yo, what up? My
Shut up.
boys.
Shut the hell up, Lakari.
Weebs, dude. the weebs,
Fuck the
baby.
weebs.
Yo, hey, I was gonna say, Manuel, you got some sick fucking pictures back there.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
I like it. I like it. I can't see him
Thank
super
you.
well, but I see One
Yeah,
Punch Man.
I know
I see
it's
Naruto. I
tiny,
see
but
One Piece.
yeah,
Who's the
there's
one next to
Yu Yu-
One Punch Man?
There's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
On the other side, I have Hunter x Hunter and Death Note. Yeah,
That's
I like
fucking
those things.
sick. That's
Thank
fucking
you.
sick. I like him.
Yo,
Yeah,
Manuel,
well,
are you going? You're going to TwitchCon Amsterdam, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Yeah.
So
Manuel-
after
sorry.
Amsterdam, are you gonna go to France?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to France. Yeah.
All right, that's what I thought. I'm trying to arrange a little IRL trip. I was thinking about going to Italy after Amsterdam to do some IRL streams, but
Well, if you go swing by France, I'll be there, man. So don't hesitate.
all right,
Hey,
cool. bro.
Manuel, do you
I'm
like hentai?
Yeah,
Man,
I used to watch hentai, but
Yo, my man!
yeah,
My
of course.
man!
Dude, Manuel's a
Sorry,
huge.
I think
Yeah.
the audio is so scuffed. Like it's so fucking
Oh,
weird.
sorry, guys. No, but I'm dead. I put a message on Discord. Jet lag is killing me, guys. I'm trash tonight. I'm not even
I believe
talking. I'm just listening. I'm a zombie. So
Dude, honestly, your voice, I don't think your voice can ever sound bad, dude. Like,
I agree.
Just in your voice is
Thanks.
it's soothing.
Yeah, you're always
You're
great.
Gucci man.
thanks. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. Like I'm
Okay,
fucking
brother.
dead.
Love you, Manuel.
Sorry, guys. I was trash tonight.
Hey,
Oh,
no,
Dude,
you were not.
even,
You
man.
were not
Come on,
trash.
don't be so hard on yourself,
Yeah.
bro. It was wonderful. Like I'm glad I came on just so I could see you again.
If
Yeah.
the flight was under 8 hours, you're a pussy.
No, it was 12. It was 12.
Okay.
Oh, that's
you're
that's
good.
fuck. I don't think I've ever been on a 12-hour flight before. The longest flight I've ever been on is 4 hours.
Sounds like an enjoyable sleep
Really?
ahead of you, friend.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think I went to Canada.
Manuel, thanks for coming on, brother. I love you, man.
No,
It's always a
thank you,
pleasure.
guys. Sorry, next week.
Pleasure.
I'll
Don't be
better.
sorry.
Thank
Okay,
you,
next
guys.
week I'll see you next week, baby. Love you, man.
Take care, buddy.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yo, the longest
Real
flight
quick
right now.
real quick before we can, I want to get to these the people earlier that said shotguns are more overpowered in games. Listen, or more overpowered. I want to say one thing here. Listen, have you? I had the fucking 12 gauge in CS:GO. I pumped this guy 3 times from 2 feet away from me, and I'm getting 98 and 3 hits. 98 and 3 hits. Listen, in real life,
CS:GO shotguns are
listen,
terrible.
in
Yeah,
real
but
life,
CS:GO's the only place to do it right.
in
yeah.
real life, that's a fucking that's a hole the size of an elephant in the person one shot. Like, what the fuck do you mean 98 and 3? Like, suck my
One shot,
fucking
you
cock.
probably
You
kill
got-
him 3 times over with that one.
Well, Trent,
shot,
you also
know
gotta
what I'm
realize we're playing on 64 tick. Apparently, 128 tick is way better. Like, to put in perspective, like spraying in 64 tick doesn't even like work properly.
Not
like,
for guys
spraying's
like
a lot
you.
better in 128, right? Right, Summit?
saying? Nah, not for guys like you. That doesn't matter to you.
Wait, what do you mean not for guys like me?
It
Dude,
doesn't.
I've been practicing my spray patterns
The tick of
every day.
the tick of the server you don't need to worry about until you get to a certain level in Counter-Strike, you know?
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm
Damn.
telling you, I'm aiming at their head, dude, and it's missing. I'm aiming at their motherfucking head. I'm not moving. I'm doing the AD. It's not working.
I feel you, man. Trust me, but it's not gonna be any different on at 128. You're gonna get that same feeling.
Bro.
Yeah,
I can
all
believe
right.
you playing on 1,000 tick servers. They're still gonna find excuses to fucking
No,
miss shots.
what do you
man.
mean, bro? Come on. You're toxic.
Yo, sorry, he's punking you out, bro. Don't take that shit.
Oh.
I'm just saying it takes like it's such a minute difference that your normal player won't ever notice the difference between 64 and 128 ticks.
Damn, so it's actually
Why,
the
yes.
same excuse? Like, for real?
I think it's just an excuse for most people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucari's just nice on the podcast. If this was in real life, he would fuck you up right now.
Please.
I'm kidding.
Me and
No.
Lucari go to jujitsu class every Wednesday. Okay, together. We train
Yeah.
together.
Lakari's a teddy bear in person. A shameless teddy bear.
So good.
But yeah, Fitz, listen, dude. I think you're the only streamer probably on the entire site that has a degenerate stream schedule like me, except yours isn't degenerate. Yours is just Australia time, which I guess in a sense is degenerate. So, hey, listen, dude. One of these days, kick your Aussie boys out of there. These kangaroo lovers. Okay, listen. Let's get the American and the Aussie CS:GO. Let's grind a goddamn Master Elite Legendary Eagle. Whatever the fuck that shit's called. Let's get their poke.
We'll
Fuck your stream
do it
schedule
if
up
you
too.
don't open a single case the whole time, Trey.
All right, never
Dude, I
mind.
have so
Yeah.
many
Make it
Australian
happen.
viewers, dude.
Yeah, we're
I
done.
have
Never mind.
almost every time I stream at night, I have like more Australian viewers than Canadian viewers. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
That's how I found you, Pokes, because like you were just always streaming at the perfect evening time for me when I was having dinner. So I was like, oh fuck.
Oh,
What
shit.
game did you watch him play? Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Wallpaper.
Let me guess. Oh,
The wallpaper stream.
Just
I
as
was gonna
wallpaper.
say.
bro.
I was gonna say VR chat.
Oh,
I didn't find you in the VR chat.
You probably haven't streamed that in a million years. I'm sorry.
dude, I hate that, dude. It's like my dark past, man. Come on, man.
Oh really? Oh shit. My bad. My fault. Yo, I want to get into VR, man. I want.
VR
I
chat, okay,
want.
VR chat in the beginning was great when I was trolling it, and then I got too deep. All right.
I feel like I feel like I'm missing out in the VR world. You know, I want like a wireless VR headset though. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want like to be like a fucking Matrix where I feel like I'm pulling like something out of the back of my neck with that thing out of the back of my vibe. You know what I mean? Super annoying.
Well,
Yeah, do
Have
that.
you guys
Yeah, they do.
Have you seen the
Wireless is
Boneworks thing?
terrible, Wireless is terrible. But
The what?
it's
The
not-
bone-
the wire.
Have you heard of
Wire's
Boneworks
not-
where like all the fingers are tracked and shit? You like pick shit up. That shit looks crazy.
Get out of here. Is that
yeah.
out?
No, look
I
at
think
this,
it's coming out real soon. Yeah. You need the Do you need the valve one? I
okay,
forget what it's
the
called.
thing
Yo, I'm
It's
telling
called
you, I'm just
Valve
waiting for the
Index.
helmet. Just give me a helmet that just puts me out, dude, and my whole nervous system
Yeah.
gets hooked up to it, bro. And
and then you start
Yeah.
making out with a guy in a video
Let's
game
go.
that's fighting against you.
All right, listen.
Simon, look at this. You see this shit?
Ooh, okay.
So you
What
put your
about
hand
it?
here, and this thing tracks your fingers. So if I go like this, my game will do a middle
Oh.
finger in game.
Yeah.
That's
like,
sick.
For like, if I just pick up an item, so like it just feels like it's on your hands. It's
Ah,
this
that's
shit's
lit. What is
crazy.
that? What is that one?
Dope as hell.
It's the one from Valve,
The
You can
Valve.
buy
So, what is the best VR headset right now?
the Valve Index, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
But
So
The
does
Valve
Oculus
Index.
Rift like suck now?
if it's whatever.
I think I've,
It's okay. It's like good entry level, but
What
yeah.
about the HTC Vive? Wasn't that the shit for the wall?
HTC Vive. Okay, so
That's what I'm rocking.
pretty sure
pro-
HTC Vive didn't do a good enough job with Steam because when Steam wanted to blow with VR, they used HTC Vive or HTC whatever, and Vive just like said, Steam was like, "Yo, fuck these guys," and made their own shit.
Oh shit.
Wait, Vive?
Yeah.
Wait, are you guys serious? Someone in the chat said Vive is now Valve. No, it's not. HTC is something else now. HTC is making their own headset. The
Yeah.
new fucking.
I just
making
want
their own shit
wireless,
anyways, but
man. That's the turn off from fucking VR. Is that big
Vive
fucking thing in the
is
back of my head?
fucking outdated, dude.
Wait,
Index is
Poke,
top
you
tier.
said the Valve has
Is
wireless.
Index
Doesn't
wireless
work
or no?
good for it yet, or
It
no?
has
No.
wireless. It's not good. The top gets fucking hot, and it,
Okay.
like it's
Oh
heavier.
wow! So like your brain starts cooking.
No, it just it feels pixelated.
But it still works. It still
For
works
you or for the
fine.
viewers?
There's probably better stuff out there actually nowadays. I haven't been in
You
like
need like the pulley
Well,
system where like the
yeah.
cables go from like the roof. And
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
walk
Fitz
around and
agreed
shit.
with you when you said that Valve one was the best one.
it
I
is,
believe,
yeah,
right?
It is.
if
It's the
you want,
best.
you know, Summit, get the fuck go on Steam. You just buy it on Steam. Like it's Valve Index,
much is it?
$1,000.
Thousand bucks.
It's 1,000.
It's
$1,000.
good though.
Yeah.
Holy
I can really
shit.
show you some.
And I think
can
I've talked too much shit on Gaben to get a free one. Keep going.
but
Sorry.
there's actually some games that I think you'd actually like.
Like what?
There's one. Look it up. Arizona Sunshine. It's like a zombie shooter. It has a campaign, and we could do it co-op, and it's actually really fun. It's
Okay.
actually
think
like
you-
pretty fucking immersive
I think
too.
you like VR chat a lot, man.
Summit, you would fucking love Pavlov. It's a CS. It's CS in VR. It's actually really good. I think you'd get into it for a while.
Listen,
Wait,
one of
wait.
my favorite clips from you is when
The grenade shit.
the grenade thing when you're
Yeah.
playing that shooting game.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny.
No,
And then I've
shooters in
seen
VR
one
is
where
really
like a
good.
guy's like looking at his gun and he's trying to figure out and he's looking at it and he just clicks it and he shoots a guy in the face like by accident. I've seen ones like that. Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
No,
Some of
it's
the best
actually- if you've
content on
never done- if
VR
you've never
is,
done
like-
VR. I think you would actually.
I think that was
I
later.
think you'd actually make VR good again because it's so you've never done it, so it's like. You
Yeah,
know,
it might be a little bit more fresh
Yeah,
for me,
no,
of course.
100%. I'll show
You
you.
gotta
I'll-
try Trouble
I'll
in
give you a
Terrorist
list of
Town.
everything to do.
America great again.
Trouble in Terrorist Town in
know.
VR is sick.
Yeah, so
It's, like,
there's
next
actually
level.
a game coming out for VR that's gonna, I think, is gonna make. It's like, I'm pretty hyped about it. It's called Boneworks. Fitz said it, but it's this game called Boneworks, dude. It looks amazing. It looks like
Oh, I
Dude.
played that game with your mom.
it looks like Half-Life 1 level, like when Half-Life what Half-Life did for
Yeah.
PC gaming with VR.
They just
what it
released
looks
like
VR.
a new trailer for it, and the guy like is getting followed by an enemy, and he turns to his left and just picks up a random computer monitor and just slams it on the person's
Yeah.
head
No,
and
the
like
game looks
beats them.
sick.
Like it's.
Do you
I think the
they're-
media's gonna have a field day with it though, because it's gonna get weird with like how realistic the gun.
No, there's a game called Blade and Sorcery that's a lot worse, where you can literally just stab people like terribly, and
Yeah.
when
I saw Soviet Womble upload a video on
Yeah,
that.
there's
The
guys
entire
who
video
just
was just
upload-
classical music and him beating the shit out of some woman. I was like, oh my god, this is
Yes,
crazy.
dude.
Like,
Holy shit.
dude, it feels really weird, like playing the game, and it's like you stab a woman in the face.
yeah, you're just all
I
you're
was like,
doing
dude,
is just
what the
beating someone to
fuck?
death. It's like okay,
Yes,
this
it's
is a game.
not right.
What's the game about? Like, what's the
Hold
game
on.
even about?
Yo, give me 1 second,
It's like
guys.
Ragdoll.
Yo, give me
I'm
1
getting
second.
into
I'm so
VR. I'm
yo, I'm
buying
so
one.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Yo, any of you squad Wing, you'll be banned instantly. Do not squad W any of that stuff. Do you understand? I get you think it's a joke, but it's not. Please do not squad W that. It is not a joke. You will be banned. Mods, ban them. I don't care if they're 2-year subs. You ban that. Continue, guys. I'm sorry. I had to specify that.
I'm sorry if I brought up.
Your brother?
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Listen.
Yeah, it's just-
it's
yeah,
a
you're right,
conversation.
exactly,
I just need to talk about it,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like in VR, gets some games are so immersive, and like Fitz is right. Like there is gonna be a point where there's gonna be some crazy shit. And I think Boneworks could probably do that for like.
I reckon, dude. The media is gonna start writing articles like,
That's great.
"What are we
That's
training the
super
youth
great.
to do?" You know.
Oh, that's so
it's gonna be
great. I
weird.
love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
What's the game even about? Like,
I don't know. It's just.
You just stab women in the face. You didn't hear him?
Oh, no,
that's all you do.
Oh,
I didn't think that was like
Yeah.
the theme.
You just walk through.
No,
That's
it's
the
like
whole
it's being
pitch.
worked on, and it's like a sandbox. You just like you have medieval weapons, and you just like fight like.
Just stress reliever, you know.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
fun, dude.
Do they have any boxing ones, dude? I want to fucking go.
There's boxing games, dude. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
There's a
okay.
Logan
Oh,
Paul
shit.
boxing. It came out
I'm gonna
for VR
practice it.
last week.
Yeah, it's
really
called
good.
low gang boxing. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Fuck
This
yeah,
is
bro.
Fire, bro.
but you can't throw right. You can only jab when you play Logan. You know,
By the way, I know I'm not memeing. What's your honest take for people who saw that match? Do you think Logan got robbed from the 2 points?
No, I think he did 3 illegal things in a row and lost points for it. Like, you know, whoever was training him, you should have told him like, you know, he hits an uppercut, right? And then he grabs the guy's head like it's a fucking like it's a street fight, and then just clocks him one more time. And then that wasn't enough. When he goes to the floor, he tries to hit him one more time. It's just like he had to lose points for it. You know what I mean? He won the fight, in my opinion.
Was it a hit? It kind of looked a little weak, like a weak.
No, he did. I don't even think he hit him on the floor. I don't even think it. But I think the second shot was enough to at least take 1 point away. And and him even having the mentality of trying to hit him, you know, on the floor after he's clearly knocked down, is
Yo,
definitely
Lakari, you're muted, by the way.
Yeah.
We haven't heard you for the last like 30 minutes.
like it was like
I thought you were
KSI.
joking too, dude.
It was like KSI. All KSI would do. It was he would throw a body jab and then he would just windmill. Like he would just windmill his right hand all day, right? Just fucking
yeah, he
throwing
was
these
going.
crazy haymakers.
Haymakers
then-
left and right, dude.
And then it sucks because like he was doing so much for 3 rounds that he gassed so hard that, and then at the beginning of the 4th round, I remember Logan Paul walked out and the first thing he did was 1-2'd him right in the face. And I was like, he's about to wreck him. And then he just jabbed the whole time. And it was just like, please just do something else. He's so tired right now. How do you not see him? You
He
know?
had that height advantage too. Like it would be so
Absolutely.
easy for him to just go in and actually just get like even one haymaker, man, that landed the right way, it would have been done.
100%. End of 3rd round, beginning 4th round. KSI was gassed into oblivion. He would have gotten demolished if if Logan just went in.
Because that
you know
guy
what I mean?
went all in the first few rounds. He just went
Yeah.
so hard. Holy
He was
shit.
hella gassed.
Do you think
They
there will
both
ever
won that
be a
fucking
Twitch
fight at the end of the
streamer
day, you know
boxing
what I'm saying?
match with, like,
True.
Twitch-
I agree with that.
I love the boxing matches. I think
I
they're
do
fucking
too.
cool
Do
shit.
you
Yeah,
know
they're
little
cool.
Twitch
Well,
streamer
like-
would ever do it?
The last one was like staged though, right? No one actually believes that tie was legit. Or am
I don't think anything is staged, to be honest. I think
the
How can
first
people-
fight when the tie was cold and they did that thing where they went like, where they looked at each other like all surprised. I was like,
I just don't
it's
think
rigged.
that they're skilled enough boxers to be able to rig a fight. You know what I mean? It's just plain and simple.
I think that they're not skilled enough boxers so they could easily rig a fight. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I guess that's such a yeah.
I don't
guess.
know though. I feel like the most recent one was actually them going at it. But
Let's put it this way: if
Oh,
Logan
look.
didn't
I don't
try to
trust those
hit him while he
motherfuckers.
was on the floor, you would have had another draw, and then people would have lost their shit.
Yeah, exactly. There would have been another draw and that would have been insane.
You know, if you had only got
Yeah.
1 point taken away, that would have been nuts.
still, it's kind of crazy, man. It's crazy viewership and crazy money for those.
I think
guys.
it's so cool. I love it. I think they should continue doing it.
Yeah,
So
hell yeah. Yo, Train, can you turn me up? Maybe you had me turned down because I was being rude and I had background noise.
No,
You sound
Yeah.
well. You sound fine in Discord. I don't know how you sound on stream. I don't know how I sound on
That's
stream
what
either.
Travis
So
saying. I don't know if they're trolling.
yeah. It's so hard to tell with chat. Like I don't know if I'm like quiet or whatever.
Yo, turn me down.
Debated.
but yeah,
You,
it was
yo,
a
mute me.
enjoyable time. I enjoyed it.
Oh, did
Yeah,
you actually
it's
go to the
surprisingly
fight, or
entertaining.
Did you watch it on TV on the internet?
What'd you say?
Did you actually go to the fight?
No, I didn't go to the fight. No
Oh,
way.
okay.
It's not that important to me.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, if
there
you
was
lived
a
in LA, maybe you would.
There was so many people that were watching that shit on Twitch. Did you guys see like how many people were like trying to restream it?
No
Wasn't the
way.
guy restreaming it like the reflection on his glasses?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like 11K viewers or something? You were like, move closer, bro. Like, I
No
saw that.
way. That's
Get
actually
closer to
on
the
genius.
Twitch. Yep.
That is genius. What?
There was boxing and then there was like boxing matches and everybody was like trying to hold the thumbnails, and the best part of it was like the streamers were trolling people. They would like, they knew people wanted to see the fight, so they'd like show another like random YouTube meme and then they would like turn it off, and people get super pissed. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was streaming when the fight was happening, and someone whispered me like a link, and I clicked on it, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm not supposed to be watching this."
Oh, he did the responsible thing, and he clicked that video off.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, and
I
he
felt
fucking
bad.
went and bought that bad boy and watched it in his living room. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing about buying it was I couldn't just buy a one-time thing. You had to sign up for this month.
Yeah, that is fucking stupid.
Wait,
You
really?
actually reminded me. And you want to know what's funny about that is it doesn't let you cancel right away.
Yeah, of course not, because that was the whole shtick to get you on the monthly thing.
They want you to forget. Yeah, thank you for reminding me because I can't forget to get.
You had to pay for a monthly subscription. Is that like?
Yeah, you couldn't just buy it outright.
$20, I think it was.
Whoa.
Super sucky.
Yeah, that's an
man,
issue.
honestly.
I'm surprised no one taught. I'm surprised there wasn't a bigger controversy. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, me too. Wow, I never even heard about that. And so this
Yeah.
was so this was on that like one service that like people don't even use except for this, right?
Well,
There was
supposedly,
what was the service
I
called?
talked to the guy. I was with Keemstar, and he
Do I have
he
to download
talked to the
anything
guys who
for
were
it?
running the fight because he actually went to the show.
They had to get
And
ESPN
he's like,
Plus.
yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of boxing matches on the if you sign up for it, but you could cancel
Or
it
was
right
that
away.
something else?
I mean,
I
if
think
you're
that
already
YouTube
charging
would, like,
$20
outbuy whatever
to
that
do a
app
one-time
was.
thing, that's kind of fucked up.
Like, why
Dude, the
wouldn't
amount of-
YouTube pay to have it on their
ESPN Plus was the
platform?
Nate fight.
Like, am I
True.
crazy? YouTube's got so much money. Why would they not just want it on their platform and
Well, I'm sure
outbuy
they would
whatever that
want
app
it,
was?
but like the fucking companies they're doing business with, they probably got fucking millions of dollars for this company. So like, why are they gonna fuck with YouTube when this other company who's like, yo, bring your fucking
Boxing
could
is in
offer a
its own
deal.
little world too. Boxing is in its own little world. They still do like Showtime pay-per-views and shit like that. You know, it's not like UFC where they're letting you buy it up on their app, right? It's like you have to get the service.
Yeah,
Isn't that
there's
still a thing?
millions
Like
of
boxing's
dollars
all
at
about that.
stake for one fucking event, right? I mean,
The amount of money they must
Dazzle's
have
a
made.
huge
Like,
company, dude. In 2018, is estimated to be worth $3 billion. It says.
holy shit.
So like before all this is actually like pretty big.
It's huge. 3
So-
billion.
yeah.
Jesus.
Mm.
Well, they fucking just got to fuck a load more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
the amount
crazy,
that they
dude.
must have made to sign
$3
exclusivity
billion.
to that.
What the fuck?
Plus, there was
Never heard of them
4.6
too.
million people that actually bought it. So they bought the $20 subscription. How many people do you think are going to actually forget that?
I think it's a really big
Uh,
EU thing,
More
right?
than half of the people. Are
Yeah,
gonna
then
fucking-
Yep, and then it pays over. Fucking crazy. So much money.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
The one thing, do you guys think that the actual rivalry itself is scripted? Like the YouTube videos back and forth? Like, do they talk to each other and shit?
No, in that
No.
case, I don't think it. I,
I
think
don't
they
think so.
actually really hate.
I'm sure they've been fake beefs.
You
though.
think, dude?
Hated
Surely
themselves.
they like
I think
respect each
KSI
other.
is also a maniac, egomaniac, but also KSI seems to me a little bit more likable as a person.
I'm sure it's more exaggerated than it actually is, but I'm sure that's not
Mhm.
like they're fucking buddies. You know what I mean? I'm sure.
Dude,
Yeah.
when you're making that much money and you know you're gonna kill it with this drama, why would you put the energy into actually being negative like that? You know,
Yeah.
it just doesn't
I
make
mean,
sense to me.
I'm
Yeah,
These
sure
you
guys
they
are
want to
smart.
punch each other in
I
the
think-
face. You know, like which
Also,
works.
know what
when
they're
when
doing,
you
man.
hear them talk a little bit at the end of the fight for the people who watch, who it happens a lot with crazy rivals and then fights at the end. You see
Yeah, of
people
course,
bow
you see
down
them
and
make
give a
up.
little respect to your opponent at the end. That seemed genuine to me. That like back
Mhm.
and forth, saying you're a man for stepping in the ring and blah blah blah. Like to me, that seemed like a genuine interaction, not like we've been friends all this time. Here's a little
Man,
word. You know what
It's
I
the
mean?
thing that you would say. It's the perfect thing to say. So I don't trust it. You know,
I just
like,
don't-
it's
I-
it's the
yeah.
thing to do.
Well,
I don't
Fitz,
think
you're a
any of that stuff's
YouTuber.
scripted.
You're a YouTuber. Like, do you think that a lot of people manufacture shit like this on YouTube? or,
I
like, how
don't
does it
trust
work?
these motherfuckers at all.
Oh,
you know, like
shit.
I don't. You
That's
know, I
crazy.
just people are. It's so easy to manipulate it. I think so.
Huh.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
but it has so
could be
many
real, but-
eyeballs on it. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah, which is it. These guys have PR people that tell them how to behave. You know,
Yeah.
from everything, like from how to smile in photos. Like they're professionally trained now. There's too much money for it not to be the case.
I mean, it's about to be that same fucking shit for Twitch, man. You think it's any different for
Yes.
sponsorship deals now on Twitch? It used to be, hey, flick our game on and play it. Now it's like guidelines, talking points, things not to say. Don't
Yeah.
fuck this up, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
True, yeah.
There's too much goddamn money,
Very
bro, in this
true.
industry.
I wouldn't
It's
mind
crazy.
if YouTubers were coached and poked and prodded in the right direction of what to do for their career if it didn't mean that their personality and character had to be like the most unwatchable, cringy, fucked up shit on the planet. When you see these people and you just want to like fucking like smash your head against a wall because of that's how unfunny it is. Like, dude, these coaches need to do better, man, or maybe they're doing fine because like the fucking mainstream.
You're not their audience, bro. You have to understand that.
Yeah, you gotta understand. Like every audience is different.
Here's my question.
Like
Here's
that
my
shit.
question.
It's just different
Some
than
people
ours.
eat that shit up.
Oh, here's my
I'm not
question.
saying they don't. I'm just saying for a personal experience.
So, you know, we're talking about like stuff being like manufactured on YouTube, all this stuff. Does it matter to you guys? Like, I think what's more
Some of
important,
it.
authenticity or the illusion of authenticity?
It depends on what we're talking about. If you're talking about the illusion of authenticity in a fucking boxing match, well, I mean, it's not that huge of a deal. But if you're talking like in other terms, like you've seen some of these pranksters on that site doing ridiculous things that were fake, right? Like, haven't you ever seen that Joey Salads guy or whatever?
Which one is that?
But it just depends on when it crosses like a moral line, you know.
That I think
That's
that
all it
did.
is.
That's why I brought him up.
Oh, 100%.
So what did Joey Salads do?
He was like baiting. He was like doing fake videos and baiting Donald Trump drama.
Isn't he
He
the
was
pranks
just-
guy, or is that
yeah,
someone else?
Yeah, he was fabricating like political drama.
I think
if he
whenever
wanted
it
to throw
comes
it
to
up.
like something that could potentially hurt somebody else, I think that's like the line. Like I guess like it's some sort of moral like standard, right?
But I mean,
So,
everybody
yeah.
got entertainment out of the boxing match. I don't personally think it was rigged, but if you're saying, I mean, but there's another thing. People bet on those boxing matches, brother. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh yeah. But is
I don't
betting
mean to
moral?
be. I don't mean to be like a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I find it very, very odd and coincidental that if you notice earlier, so here's why I might think it's rigged, but I could be, you know, just kind of speculating and going off some conspiracy, you know, Illuminati bullshit. But it feels like they almost flipped a coin to who's gonna win this, because in the jokes pre-fight, just listen to this. In the jokes pre-fight, who is it? Is it Logan Paul or Jake Paul? Who fought?
I just listen
Logan
listen
Paul.
listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Just watch the fight. You're telling
get it.
me
No,
that
let me
KSI
tell
said,
you-
Logan, hey, I'm gonna throw windmills for 3 rounds straight. Good, you just make sure you dodge them.
No, it's not like that. It's not WWE level.
Early, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely not
Also, when
WWE
Logan
level
Paul was
scripted.
contesting it because he lost. Like, that didn't seem fake to me. I feel like it's easy to point out fake content. He seemed really salty in the way he was explaining, like, why he thinks he shouldn't have lost the 2 points. None of that seemed like fucking inauthentic stage shit. I
When
mean,
he was like,
Well,
"Oh, that was a
Let
slip."
me finish
bro.
my point real quick. Okay, so just listen. So in the guys, Poke has an emergency real quick. He has to. Someone's
My
going
bad.
through. Someone's going
Yeah.
through a medical thing real quick. Poke, I love you,
Oh,
dude.
it's not so bad. So bad. It's just.
Okay.
It's not so bad.
period.
Mine? What's happening? What are you
What's
talking
happening?
No, Poke.
No,
Poke.
I'll be honest. I'll be a simp. I flew. My girlfriend's here from Canada, and she's throwing up. She's sick. She
Oh,
got flu.
I'm
I
sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
just woke up
yeah.
throwing up. I feel really bad,
No,
so I'm gonna go
Poke,
help
you're
out.
good. Hearts and shout for
Yeah,
Poke,
take care,
guys.
bro.
Okay.
I love you,
My
man.
bad,
bro.
chat.
Bro.
I love you
bad.
guys. I hope you have a
Okay.
great night. I'm sorry.
Love you, folks.
You're
Take
good.
care, buddy.
Okay, so. Hold on. Okay, so here was my point. Okay, here is why. The only reason I think so in the jokes that Logan was making toward KSI or whoever he fought, he made a joke saying KSI can't do math. He can't figure out math. And in the joke, he said like he made some problem up, and the problem he made up and
9
gave
times
to
9.
him. Yeah. No. The main problem that hit like that everyone was spreading everywhere ended up equaling exactly the amount of points that Logan got to lose the fight. And I could see some ego clashing where, dude, come on, bro. What are the chances? Dude, what are the chances he gives? Dude, what
That
are the
is pretty crazy, bro.
What are the chances out of all the math equations he gives the exact point value of what he equals at the end
Like,
of the
that's
fight?
almost a middle finger, bro.
What
Like,
do you
that's-
mean? That would make the
What?
guy a motherfucking magician. How can that be possible? He's a wizard.
Nah,
I gotta pee,
He's
bro.
like calculating all his shots. He's like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna hit 61 points on this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Dude, I just find it super fucking odd. Out of all the infinite amounts of mathematical fucking equations that could have went out as a meme, he gives the exact number he's gonna lose. It just seems like something where, you know, he lost the fucking deal or the coin toss, so KSI is gonna look good. He needs to like give a message to everyone that, hey, listen, I knew what the score was. I know what my score was gonna be. Like, it just, I don't know, dude. That's just so weird to me.
I think what you're not taking into account is their egos. Is what you're not taking into account. If I was Logan Paul and I was making all that money and someone was like, hey, you want to make more money by doing this bullshit match with KSI and just ball sack the whole thing? I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'd want to have a legitimate fight. Why would you not want to do that? You're gonna make money either way. Why? What's the benefit?
How much more they would have to give the loser? They'd have to give him an extra like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Logan signed a deal that said I'm gonna lose, he better get paid a fuck ton more. You know? Because that's his. It's like quite literally, in my opinion, when they fight like that, like they put their career on the line. You know what I mean? Because their reputation is a huge thing. For someone like Logan and KSI, they're very
also
into
if anyone
themselves.
was going to take more money to take the L, it would be KSI. It would not be Logan Paul.
Logan
Paul would probably empty his bank account just not to take the L.
Neither one of those guys like to lose. Nobody likes. They
don't like. He was so pissed off too when KSI was like, "No, I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm not going to do another fight." Like, holy shit, he was so butthurt when that happened.
I'm sure he is.
That's like getting win quit, dude.
Who does he fight next? You know what I'm saying? That leaves a fight open for like what? His little brother or what's his name?
He said, "We'll see." You know what I mean? Just to be like, "Nah, we're just done."
Jake Paul wants to fight KSI now to like avenge his brother. He beats his little brother now. Wants to fight the big brother.
Oh really?
Fucking Ivan Drago.
Could be okay.
He dies.
I also thought it was kind of weird that during that whole thing, so the whole thing was like the boxers, right? They brought professional boxers in, and they're like saying the whole time, like, "Oh man, it's super cool that they're bringing all these eyeballs to the sport. You know, they're doing these such good for the sport." And then like after the whole thing's done, it like pans into like a Jake Paul video, interview. He gets interviewed a lot, by the way, in this whole the whole like thing. Jake Paul gets interviewed like 3-4 times, doesn't he? But yeah, he ends up saying at the end, he's like, "What do you think about the boxing now that you've been in it?" He's like, "Oh, I've been in the boxing for like what, like a year." And he's like, "What do I have to say?" He's like, "This shit's rigged." You know what I mean? He's like, "We've only been in it for like a year," and he's like, "I'm already hearing all these stories about these old fights that were bull, you know what I mean, and rigged." And I'm just like, man, that's like a crazy thing to say right after this huge event because all these boxers are so stoked on like you getting all these eyeballs. I feel like it was a little
dude. He basically his ego vacuumed up whatever the fuck it could. Like the biggest comment you could say about the fucking fight, as the brother who's not fighting, the biggest amount of vacuum for fucking clout as something you could say would be like, yeah, all this shit's rigged. It was just like sucking the air out of the room. It was so fucking whack.
Yeah, it was stupid. It was just weird to me. I just thought it was a weird thing to say.
Clout vacuum.
The clout vacuum, dude.
Oh yeah, he was that. I mean, he was loved in that event. Like I said, he was getting a lot of interview time, and possibly setting up his fight with KSI and stuff. So I mean, I'm sure he was liking it.
It is really impressive to see how calculated they are. So Logan Paul has this podcast called Impulsive. And he goes through like step by step how he thinks about everything and how he like games everything. It's fucking crazy how precise they are on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. It's really nuts. Like they know exactly what they're doing.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Like he's a lot of it, like his persona is very much an act, I think. Like I think he definitely is the kind of bro-y, fratty type, but he's smart and he's got advisors around him that are telling him, exactly what the fuck's going on. So
yeah, I met both those guys and I didn't have a problem with either of them when I met them. They seemed fine, but I think Logan's okay. I think Jake Paul is kind of like the devil. I think
We should get him on the podcast.
There you go.
I don't know why it's like such a big deal. People talk shit about people online all the time. Like they could see this if they want. Someone could send it to them. It's all good. But like, it's not really that big of a deal.
They're just, man.
Satan
Bro, no one gets more shit than those guys, man. And I think at this point they just block it out.
I think that they're young kids with this huge microscope over them, and they're not fully grown up yet, and they're gonna be making mistakes for quite some time, I'm sure. And when they do, that'll be like
no human is perfect. I think he's kind of like Satan, though.
Why?
I think it's impossible to operate at the level those guys are operating at without having an ego. Like they fundamentally believe that they're like on some kind of different level.
I don't agree with you. I think there are A-list actors who are 8,000 times more talented than them
It's a
Or
different
most
dynamic
humble,
though.
Nice human.
Social media fame like what they have is different because
Than
they're
acting, yeah.
like they're not doing like work and then retreating. They're everyday vloggers. Like they're constantly output. You have to believe you're actually valuable enough for people to watch you, like to do that kind of thing.
I mean, the only
and that you're important.
point I would agree with is it's about them being young. As far as them like not being able to do what they do without having ego, sure you can.
That's hard though, man. You have to understand. They're young kids. You get that much money that at that age, what Jake Paul was a Disney star before he did any of this, right? So that he probably started that at a fucking young age. So, you know, the value of a dollar goes a long way in you know, molding your personality and your morals and all that shit. And sometimes, especially when these guys are under such a huge fucking microscope, it's in my opinion, it's unfair, but they are fucking it up. So I'm not trying to like super defend. I'm just saying that like, you know,
like the whole like child actor theory. Like if you look at like old school child actors and how many grew to be like fucked up, this is kind of like the new version of the child actor. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
All that fame, like going way too early, getting money way too early, and it
has an effect for sure.
It just has
probably
a
more
major
intense.
fucking negative effect on your brain. And I do
you see it happen with actors a lot, right?
For a circumstance, we're not like born and all of a sudden we get older and we say, "Oh, I'm just gonna be evil. I'm like a bad person." Like a lot of things has to go onto your brain for you to kind of like make fucked up actions and have really bad character traits. You know?
Yeah, I feel it. I feel that. But you know, like they're watched every day. You know, it's not like you just see your favorite actor every once in a while in a news article. You know?
Yeah. And once you like humans are like that. Once you get used to operating at a certain level, that's just your new baseline. That's just normal. Like you're they're just disjointed from a normal person's life.
You guys are YouTuber. You guys are some energetic motherfuckers. You know what I mean on YouTube. What's up, guys? What's it? Just fucking Logan Paul here. We're gonna have a fucking thing on today.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how YouTubers do it, dude.
Lakari, he was trolling.
Oh, was it?
Are you kidding me? It's a fucking 20-minute reel that they fucking edit in and out of a second of their personality. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, Twitch streamers,
I knew that. I was just like, you know, I was reverse, you know, meme.
Counter troll.
That's what they like. I wonder if after like a cut, they take like a big breath and they're just like, all right, man, let's get to the next one. All right, you ready? All right, let's go. You know what I mean? It's just like,
slapping their cheeks and shit, cold water on the face.
I
mean, it's not like that all the time, right?
YouTubers that make a lot of money when it's like fun spotting the channels that are like really crazy, like the toys ones where there's like a 7-year-old or 6-year-old as the star of it, and they're getting like hundreds of millions of views. And they're making like fucking.
Well, they ain't no mo. You know? According to Devin, you know what I'm saying?
No mo.
What?
Yeah, the new like child advertising thing we talked about earlier is gonna ruin that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well,
that's gonna
fucking Ryan Toys and all the other ones who I don't even remember the fucking
that we
name.
brought that up while you were gone. Yeah.
Hey, they made their fucking millions while they could. Like they're already good. The new ones.
I mean, I feel like once you're good, right? That's how it works.
No, I mean, like, if you don't make any more money,
That's basketball players, you know what I'm saying? It's not always like that. It depends how you are with your finances, just like anything else, you know?
That's right. Yeah, a lot of people end up on their ass, man. Like, even people that are like athletes that get big contracts and shit, $10-20 million, whatever, they end up poor.
What the hell do they do with it all? Like buy like a fucking Lamborghini?
There's always ways.
Rollies, chains, you know.
Maybe their career ended. Maybe their career ended out of nowhere without them anticipating it. 2 years into their fucking career, when they expected to play for 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A little too hard on the first year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
That can happen. You know.
There's always ways to spend it, man. Like the world will give you ways to spend it if you let it.
Yeah. Especially once you get used to a certain lifestyle.
Exactly.
It's just impossible to maintain at that
Absolutely.
cost.
What actually really gets you is peer pressure. You start hanging around people you got to spend for, and like you get a crew around you that actually like starts to expect you to spend like that kind of shit, and then it starts to really fuck you up.
And it's like every night's a $10,000 dinner.
You know? Yeah. $100,000 on like one watch.
That's fine. What happened?
Dude, we're outnumbered on the server so heavily.
You got fucked, dude.
We're outnumbered so bad. If Asmon's
for $250,000 and spending it one day on jewelry.
That's insane.
Watches can be investments. That's for sure. But I don't know about the other shit.
That's true. Do they increase in value over time or something?
It depends on the watch, but if you're smart, you can You can buy a watch and it will increase in value over the years,
Interesting.
or at
Yo,
least not
if you ever-
decrease.
If you guys ever want to watch like a really fucked up YouTube channel, there's a whole channel about this diamond store, and it just has like every new video is like a celebrity or a rapper going in to spend like $100,000. Like Little Pump walks in with like 250K just to buy like jewelry. It's like
Yeah.
an addictive YouTube channel though, because
That's crazy.
the whole channel
sounds
is
fun.
just like
That sounds a lot of fun to watch, to be honest.
rappers buying fucking like hundreds of thousands of dollars of jewelry.
It's like sneaker shopping, but next level.
I just feel like that's fucking ridiculous.
It's
I
all
would
ice
never,
box.
like, no matter how rich I got, I would never spend my money on something like that.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, you
What?
would.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
When
Summit,
you
I
get
would
it,
not. 100%.
you got it.
Like,
If you got it, and you were at a
If you
fucking
have-
jewelry store with your boys, and they were all rocking their ice, buying shit, I guarantee it. You'd be buying.
If you have, it's just like your perspective will just change. If you have multiple millions, then that 100K on a watch is just like that's the birthday treat for you at that point.
I think
that's just how
I,
it is.
I think it depends on what experiences you've already gone through, in my opinion, right? Like
you'll look
so-
at. Go on, keep going. Sorry.
I feel like it's the experiences you've gone through, right? Like, for example, I can relate to what you and someone are both saying, right? Like, there is a point in life where, like, if you haven't experienced that, like, side of life, then you're going to fall into that trap where you think when your boys are there, you kind of feel peer pressure or insecure, or you want to get in with them and buy that watch and not be left out and, you know, be part of the crew. But I think once you go through that and you grow out of it, and you start getting confident with who you are in your own identity, I don't think you fall into that. Like if I was out with, let's say, Greek, Chance, and XQC, and they all bought $100,000 Rolex, I know I wouldn't want to buy one. Like watches aren't my thing. Like they're just not. I wouldn't buy. I'd never wear it. Like I would much rather spend on some CS:GO cases. Like that's just me because I've been through that experience, right? But if you haven't been through it, you'd easily fall into it, right? The same thing is for you know, partying or women or, you know, constantly, you know, going around and sleeping around. Like these are all experiences that I think once you go through, you kind of grow out of it and slowly kind of slow down. And you see some people experience them at later times. You know, we've seen it on Twitch. We've seen it everywhere. Different friends experience these at different times. You know, I have friends from in the real world that, you know, they lost their virginity, let's say at 21, they start partying at 24, and then their late 20s, they started experiencing these things of partying, you know, threesomes, foursomes, you know, drugs, shit like that. Right? So like, I think it's an experience thing in my opinion.
Six-sums maybe.
Yo, I'd like to spend money on shit, but also when it's
Or
like
seven.
big money, like fucking $250,000 Lambos and shit like that, like not to be just like the good guy, but like I want to make sure my whole fucking family is feeling like pretty nice before I fucking start blowing like
Andy, you're a family man. You care about the boys.
I think not enough people do. Like
True.
there's this weird kind of like thing that happens with a lot of people that get a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like it's a burden to take care of their family, and even when it's like their immediate family, I'm like, really? Are you really complaining about like breaking off the people that you're fucking share blood with? Like
The
that's
problem
so
is,
Andy, we brothers, right?
Yeah, bro. I got you.
No, listen.
But,
The
I
problem
don't
with that,
mean
Andy,
every single family member deserves it. Some of them might
the
be freeloaders and expect it. Like
the
nah,
problem
that-
is, so here's the problem. It's not that simple, I think. So like, so you and I, you're Greek, I'm Persian. Like we come from very cultural, like the culture is family, close. Like our cultures aren't at 16 you're fucking out of the house. I would do it at 14 if it wasn't against the law. Like emancipate, fuck yeah, I'm happy, fuck you. Like you know what I mean? Like that's how it is in a lot of American culture. That's how it is. All my friends like. At age, they were lucky to be in their house at age 18. Like, and right when I hit 18, it didn't matter if they had to live in the streets. Their parents did not care. They said, "Get the fuck out of my house." Like, so I can understand in some, you know, in some way if some people are extremely spiteful or don't have that connection, right? But so it's more of a cultural thing, I think. You know, you and I come from extremely like, you know, close knit families. Like even if we get into fights, even if we have a rough upbringing, it doesn't matter. We're still wired in the way to take care of each other, regardless of how hurt or how hard or how much we struggled. We still go back to family, right? So I think it's more of a cultural thing and how you're brought up.
Yeah, like crazy moms and dads, and the moms and dads supported them through everything and like spent their money to like help you develop your fucking dreams and shit. And like I'm sure there are plenty of Americans that make it and they're like, yo, these are my fucking real ones. This is my blood. I gotta fucking take care of them now. I gotta buy them. Shit now.
Dude, for sure, dude. I like for me, my parents would for sure like they would sell everything and live in the streets themselves just to give me everything. Like that was like how I was raised, right? But I had friends where, you know, at age 14, if they went, you know, we'd all go out and we'd get like a Pokemon pack, right? And the mom would be like, all right, you owe me $6, right? Like you're next, you know, like, right? Like, and this is dead serious. Like, this is how it is for a lot of people at age, you know, 14, 15, 16. It's like, there is no small favors. There is no gifts. It's like, if I have to spend my money on you.
Legs broken.
Yeah, that's how it is. Or if you don't eat food the next day, hey, listen, I'm not cooking for you again. Like, it's that hostile. Like, and it's just like that. So it's more of a cultural thing, I think. So
did you get beaten with the wooden spoon growing up, Train?
Well, that right there shouldn't. Okay, I gotta be careful in 2019. I personally think in my own life, I think it was a necessary. Listen, I didn't get beaten with a wooden spoon, but I definitely got disciplined. Okay, like, and I think it's a good thing for me. For me, I think it's a good thing. I'm not gonna speak on everyone else. Listen. I was never, you know, listen, I'm not going to get into it. I was never hit. I was never abused. None of that bullshit. It was never some crazy shit that would end up on some, you know, it was never like that, right? It was just typical boomer.
Yo, man, I got the belt multiple times, dude.
Typical boomer parenting, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Does
I think it was a good thing.
So this is the thing. People say, like, you know, hitting, right? They say, like, you know, I didn't get hit, whatever. Is spanking considered hitting?
Sorry about that, dude.
Yeah.
Depends on how hard they're spanking.
Yeah, because I mean, I never remember being like, because I definitely got spanked at some point, but like
in 2019, yes,
I kind of liked
considered
it.
that,
dude. It was 2019.
In elementary
Consider
school.
spanking hitting in 2019. You think, huh?
I remember I called my brother's prom date. Well, no, I didn't call her ugly, but I was like, there was my brother and my brother's best friend, and my brother's best friend prom date looked way better than my brother's prom date, and I was like, man, you look so much better than my brother's prom date. And my parents heard that shit, I got my ass beat.
Dude, yeah, listen, dude. In 20, I feel like 20, like if you're born like I don't even know, like 2010 and up, 2011 and up, dude. If you fucked up bad, you were given some sort of participation award for at least participating and fucking up. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. It's a bunch of weak-ass pussies, dude. I'm going to say that straight up right now on this podcast. And that's my honest fucking opinion, dude. So, hey, that's me. Hey, 25
elementary school.
We are matching.
In elementary school, we had this teacher that, like, when it was your birthday, they would do this thing called birthday smacks, where like literally you got spanked on your birthday for the number of years old you were back in the early 2000s. I'm not kidding.
What do you mean?
I'm not kidding.
I got punched 25
in the arm, yeah. Punched in the arm.
Wait, what are we talking about? Teachers? We talking about your friends?
Yo, people in chat are saying they had this. No, the teacher would be like, all right, time for your birthday spanks. And everyone would be like, 1, 2, and this teacher's just spanking this fucking kid on his birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, my friend's
schooling.
Dude, my friends, my friends, it was like
female teacher.
Dude, oh damn, hell yeah. For my friends, it was you get 25, or if you turn like 19, you get 19 punches in the arm, 19 shots to the face, like shots, like alcohol.
Oh, I remember that.
Dude, that's what it was. Now, if you do 19 punches, that's 19 fucking lawsuits. 100%, dude. That's 2019 for you.
Has it really changed that much?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Unless your boys are still boys.
That's your friends. That's different. You know,
if you're not suing your boys,
not going to open your door, you know, for your friends, but he'll open that door if you're a teacher spanking the kid. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
man, I'm gonna be real with you, dude.
Hand on you, bro.
True, dude. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Listen, I don't know what this, dude. I mean, I don't want to be insensitive. I don't know the whole story and shit behind all these things happening, but man, these dudes, like, you know, I guess this is kind of a double standard, but like, it's one that I kind of support. Like, you know, when it's an older teacher, it's a male coming on to like this, you know, female students, that's fucking weird and disgusting, right? But I'm gonna be real with you. As a man, as a dude in my high school class, when I had a hot teacher, I was sitting there daydreaming. Dude, I was hoping she's gonna ask me to come in for extra credit, and I'm gonna get a nice BJ to get that A. Like, I was hoping to God.
But
special about, like,
it's the same.
Really
it's
teacher, dude. Like,
it's the same for a girl though. They're gonna go head over heels for their male teacher just as much as you are, and I still think it's the same level of creepiness.
True.
Whether it's the fucking
gender equality.
Since I don't know. I didn't
the
want to
teacher
speak on a girl
side-
since I'm not a girl,
Hold
so
on,
I
on the
wanted to
teacher
defend it.
Side, it should be on the same level of creepiness. But from a student side and a male student side, I think 95% of like, if they're 14, 15-year-old guys, if their fucking female teacher went up to them and started doing sexual shit,
Well,
I think 90% would be like, "Oh shit, this is fucking awesome." You know?
Yeah,
What I
of
mean?
course.
awesome.
of
I mean,
course,
listen,
yeah.
this is gonna sound reverse, you know, what people
Also
think
scary.
I talk about.
Reverse the load.
But I think it's creepy when a man teacher does it to anyone else. I think it's creepy. I think it's being a creep. But I think when if it's a female teacher, hey, listen, I'm all for it. For me, not for what's going on in the world. Hey, that's for them to decide.
Yeah.
But
You're
for
forgetting
me,
about the gay
hey,
kids, dude. What
hey,
about
listen,
them and the
dude, I
male
was
teachers? They're men,
praying.
you know?
Yeah,
I
but
was
it's always
praying-
gonna be that for you. It will always be that for you. If you were a chick, Trainwrecks, you'd still be down. You know what I'm saying? Because it's you. You know what you
Yeah.
want. You know what I mean? Or you don't know what you
True,
want,
you
obviously,
think
but
differently
you
as a girl.
think that you know what you want at that age. You, especially, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's any different. I'll be personal. I'm
when you're
saying.
8,
So,
oh, go ahead, go Fitz.
okay.
Is your argument that like you think that young men are like more sexually like fuck? I wanted to get some pussy, and so that's
No.
why the dynamic's different, or is it like what's
No,
the deal?
I mean honestly, both are wrong. So like on a moral standpoint, both are wrong. Neither one is right. I was talking more on a
Yeah.
personal like
Yeah, I
basis
understand.
for my,
I understand if you're a dude and you have a hot teacher and you were in high
Yeah.
school, of course, in your mind, you have no
Also-
problem with it. I get
also
that.
like I also feel like the reason for me like anecdotally like
It's because you don't
Maybe
feel
it's
like
more of
you're-
like a dynamic thing, right? Because
No, it's-
in a
it's-
relationship, the man is more assertive than the woman, right?
yeah,
So
it's
like,
exactly
one of those
like
things.
back in my
there's a
like
huge if it's a teacher though, that's a huge adult kid power
Yeah.
dynamic. That's
Yeah,
what
it's not
power
about what the kid
exactly.
wants at all. It's about like the fact that it's a fuck dynamic. That's what it comes down to at the end of the
It's
day.
definitely fucked up on the teacher's point, even though I think it would be like in a lot of kids, male kids' eyes would be cool. I still think on the teacher's
Well,
aspect,
here's the
totally
thing.
fucked
You're a
up.
male kid in high school. You don't think you're being taken advantage of because you want it, but in reality, you're being taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's
So
no
you may
way
think
for
that
a
all you
kid
want
to
it.
sort out that that's good
Yeah,
decision making.
true.
They
Even
don't
if
have
you
any
want
ability to do that.
you
No,
still-
no, hold on. That's bullcrap. I like when I was probably by the time I was 15, I was at like full like mental capacity, right? Which
I
is
mean, I
far
think when you're a kid, you
beyond-
just don't.
I
give
don't
a
think you
fuck,
were.
right? Like, you
I
just
actually
care.
don't.
No,
That's,
no,
so
no,
that's
no, no,
that's
no.
That's what every
scientifically
15-year-old
untrue.
thinks, bro.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
every
no, you don't
15-year-old thinks
understand.
about
You don't
themselves.
understand. I was the best rep paladin on Keltis.
It's like,
Like,
bro, my
I
teacher's
don't
hot. I'm gonna lay the shit out of her, dude. I'm gonna be in the chat of the school.
So you
man.
got-
my,
yeah.
my dick was clearly in after puberty size, and I was pretty sure I was like at least top 5 in that high school. So I think I was fully developed.
When you know, right?
Listen, dude. All I know is, dude, I just remember sitting in class, dude. Listen, dude. There was methods back then, right? Obviously, the most popular method was the in the waistband. But hey, listen, back in those days, you know, these days you have little iPads and shit with your fucking book in them. Back then we had these thick ass, big ass,
Man,
heavy
you guys
ass.
are crazy. You guys
books,
are
dude.
popping full blown hard ons to a
Dude,
teacher in high
full
school.
blown hard ons, dude. The wind, the air conditioner would turn on.
gotta have
Boom,
like-
hard on, dude.
You gotta
Listen.
have a little mental capacity, brother. What do you
Hey,
mean?
listen, dude. It was all
Yo,
hormones.
this
This
is-
is a 2D girl wasn't fucking with it back then, dude. Yo, man, I swear, dude. Like,
Wait, did he just
don't
say
you
if it
ever
wasn't?
feel like it was so easy in high school, like to pick
Bro.
up chicks? If you could go back with what you know now, don't you feel like you could just like get so many
Monkey
girls?
ass.
No.
You just don't know, right? Back
Fuck
then.
high school,
It's gonna
dude.
sound
Fuck
like a
high
fucking
school.
meme.
I think I could if I was a Twitch streamer with thousands of viewers. Yeah.
Oh,
Hold
true.
on, hold on.
That's
I gotta
anywhere in
say
life.
something. Hold on, 1 second.
Sorry.
Yo, this is not a meme. This is not a fucking joke. My friend and this girl fucked each other on the school bus with the teacher on the school bus. And I'm not
So
Did you have
then,
permission
what are we
slips?
saying here? What are we saying here? Yeah, did they get signed
Sure.
permission slips? Did the teacher
Yeah.
have knowledge of this going down?
No, the teacher
Was it a field
in
trip?
the front seat of the bus. The kids were in the back seat of the bus. Everybody was like hurtled
Okay,
around
listen.
them, and they're
How many seats are on a bus?
A lot.
there's probably like at least like
So like, are they she
Right.
all the way at the front and the kids all the way at the back?
yeah.
Okay. And wait, time out. People were huddling? I don't understand that part.
They were watching it, dude. Like, it was...
Yeah, they were huddled up like they were playing like jacks.
What was going on, Andy? What was happening?
This is not a fake story. In my high school, there was East House and West House. Now, West House was all like 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade together. And the other
just
house
out of curiosity,
was...
real quick. Did you guys throw up like gang signs at each other, dude? Like, what's up?
No, the other house was
that.
like mixed grades. So you could have a class with 8th graders, 6th graders, 7th graders, all in it. It was all mixed. But then there was South House. That's what I was in. It was like the reject house for people who just didn't do their homework or were a little fucked up in the head. And this school bus fucking happened in South House. And
were you in South House or normal house?
I was in South House. It wasn't the normal house. And instead of going through like regular classes, we went on a lot of field trips. We went to the dark room where we
sounds like Hogwarts, bro.
You went on a lot of field trips.
Wait, what grade is this?
This was in 6th through 8th. It was in middle school.
Holy shit! People are full blown having sex on the bus. Like what?
Wait, in middle school.
Wait, what year was this?
Is that normal?
Well,
like,
this is like
no, that's not normal.
Yeah.
no,
That's
it's
not
like-
normal.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but like, wasn't like Woodstock crazy or something? Like, I don't know.
Was this like pre-porn?
I don't know. I just thought of that story. It's totally fucking real. You could ask me anything about it. You won't
What a
break me down.
trip. There's no such thing as pre-porn. All of us were in the porn world. You know what I mean?
I don't know, dude. Andy's old as shit.
Porn's from like the
Why
fucking
is everyone
70s, brother.
spamming
We're all
my
chilling.
photo? Like,
I think they mean pre-porn, like the instant accessibility that like 14-year-olds now have to like go on a website and just like access ultra porn.
I guess.
Like I remember when I was in like, dude. I remember when I was in fucking like I don't know, like I was in some young grade or something, and there was like a deck of playing cards that was porn, and it was like coveted. It was like fucking Noah's Ark or some shit, dude. Like
Vegas.
Yeah, it was like one of those like porn decks of like playing cards that everybody was like trading around at school. Like that was like the shit. Like nowadays you just go on the internet and like go to Pornhub and you're fucking set for life.
Yo, kids these days are so desensitized. It's crazy. People have been watching porn since they were like 8 years old now. You know? By the time they're 15, they've seen everything. Like, there's no one's popping a boner to a teacher anymore because they've already seen something like girls squirting milk out their ass on Pornhub by the time they're 15.
Wouldn't that fuck you up though? Like.
Yeah,
that probably fucks them up.
No, there's actually research about this. There's actually research on this.
I mean,
are you talking about 8-year-olds watching porn? Or are you talking about ninja?
No, I'm talking about like doing it at that age for so long, like every day. You know what I mean? Because like if they're getting into it that young, you know what I mean? Like,
8-year-olds have Ninja on one monitor and Pornhub on the other 24/7. Man.
Listen, the internet
that is the reality.
Fuck little dudes up. You know what I'm saying? The internet's it's an interesting
dangerous,
place.
right? Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Oh,
come on.
This was like 10 minutes ago. Whenever we were talking about like students and teachers, like for a male teacher, like if you're a young male teacher, there's so many crazy precautions that you have to like go through. Because I know, because like in college I went back to visit my high school or whatever, and like we had coaches who were younger or whatever, and they're like, dude, like you don't realize how like these high school girls will try and like flirt with young male teachers for like extra credit or something, and it's like, dude, you have to like nip that in the bud right away. Like they will go and they will try and like come and like sit on your desk, and it's just like, dude, like get off my desk. Like
2019, high school teachers' jobs became so much more dangerous. You know?
Yeah, like he said, you have to be a dick to them. Like, but here's the problem: you can't be too mean because then you're being abrasive. And then if they're being too sensitive, they're gonna get upset. Like it's like a whole thing.
There's a reason that teaching, like there's way more.
Like another thing they said is like if you're standing and it's like, okay, you want to help them with a question, like you can't stand this way. You have to stand like this way. Like you have to like stand a certain way so it's not like
really.
Yeah, like it's very weird.
Cut the tension, the possible sexual tension or something.
No,
as a fucking teacher, you just cover all your goddamn bases. Make sure no fucking student can be saying weird shit about you. You know what I'm saying?
That's weird. I didn't notice that in my high school. Maybe it's because I wasn't a girl, but I didn't like really notice any girls like come. Well, actually, maybe.
No, I had a drama teacher that all the girls accused of being like a predator, and they said that he would be looking down shirts and all sorts of stuff in middle school. So it was really teachers got shit back then too.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm so glad
maybe,
that
actually.
I'm so glad that I grew up without social media in school. That fucking added pressure.
Fuck
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Oh goodness gracious.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you
Same.
deal with it, dude. People talking shit with you on Google Docs and Twitter and shit. Like,
You got seen the next day at school.
Dude, back in my
Fuck all
day, it was
that.
MySpace,
Did you see what
man.
Billy wrote about Johnny on Google Docs last week?
that's real shit.
Dude, actually, true story. Okay, so I had this online friend, right? As an online friend, I beat him in a StarCraft match, but I had given him my MySpace information because I don't know, he asked for it, right? And he got so mad that I beat him in the StarCraft match that he hacked my he didn't hack exactly.
He didn't hack it. He got it.
Yeah, he logged on my MySpace and he changed all my pictures to like dicks and shit. So like when I went to school the next day, everyone was like asking if I was gay because my
I bet
MySpace was
hella-
filled with fucking dicks.
Hella
'Cause my-
people probably took you off their top 10, bro. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Like seriously, like yeah, yo, you remember the top 10, dude? Oh my god, man. I remember
Top 8.
Yo, people used to
It's
get
the
so
top
sad,
8.
like,
Sorry, my bad.
bro,
My bad.
why am I not your top 10, bro? I thought we were homies, bro. I remember that shit.
I remember I was so into that. I made my whole page black and yellow, and you played like a sad like rock song when you'd come on to it. Like I was.
Yeah. That shit was legit, man.
SUMMIT1G.
And then the cute girl adds you to her top 8, and you're like, oh, hell yeah, girl, what up?
Man, that never
Yo,
happened.
let me get that shit. You know what I
Like,
mean?
we laugh at the
Nope,
TikTok kids,
nope.
but we were just as cringe. You know, we were just as cringe.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you're
no
not
one
wrong,
got.
But
man.
it wasn't
Dude,
cringe back then. That's the thing, though.
the thing
Yeah,
is,
it's
no,
never-
dude, the only
it's not cringe
difference
for
is
them
that
either. It's a
nobody
generation.
got to see it. I would be
Yeah, it's like
so
Will Smith.
fucked.
You ever heard
If
Will
I
Smith
had
talk
all
about
that-
his son?
What's
It's
that?
like, it's like what you're saying when Will Smith talks about how he was a dumbass when he was a kid, just like his kid, but he wasn't a
Yeah.
dumbass in front of millions of people. Like
Yeah.
his kid, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Now it
Yeah,
all gets
exactly.
broadcast and it sticks with you. So if you're like, everyone's an idiot when they're like 15 to 20, and it's like if now all
I
that
was
stuff
never an
sticks with you.
idiot.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Well,
like,
if
to put it in
like the-
perspective for you guys, like,
Paladin.
if you take a look at like the whole like Leroy Jenkins
Fitz,
meme,
go ahead
like, if
after
it
the
wasn't so
phone.
popular, like if you looked at it today, everyone would like haha it, right? Like if they didn't know what it was, like if Leroy Jenkins happened today, everyone would haha it, right? But back then it was like the funniest shit ever, right? But
I
if that
ha-ha'd
happened in
it.
2019,
I ha-ha'd
it'd
it
just be
then
ha-ha.
too.
I mean, it's the same. It's the
I
same
ha-ha'd
thing
it
as
then,
like
too.
Dr.
That was-
Disrespect not being successful on YouTube, 10 years ago, but now he's a fucking phenomenon because
Yeah.
it's just the right time for it.
Fitz, go ahead.
I was gonna say that the kids today, like they're aware that of like the cringe culture. They're aware of like the cringe compilations of TikTok and stuff. So I feel like everyone's becoming way more jaded now, and everyone's constantly searching for like what's the freshest meme to represent or do
Listen,
or whatever, and like, it just
YouTube
cycles
cringe-
constantly.
YouTube cringe and Twitch cringe are like two different levels. I feel like
Really?
you guys, YouTube take
Yeah.
it to the fucking extreme, dude. I can't
Yes.
stand it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
How do you mean?
And you guys just go over the top to the point where I don't think that some people even understand that they're cringe, and it is over the fucking top cringe. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
rounding us up, bro.
Yeah.
You're rounding
I'm
us
not.
up.
I'm not
We're
trying to
all
hit all you guys. I get that, but I was just saying that I think YouTube's
No, I agree.
definition of that word and Twitch's are different.
I
I
agree.
agree. Especially not even people who are trying to do anything really that funny or comedic, but just the over the top, like manufactured personality and hypeness. It just, I don't know. It's some people have different tastes, and I'm sure the younger audience doesn't feel it nearly as much because they grew up with it. So it's just par for the course for them.
Yeah.
But
I
for
feel that.
me, it's just like thinking about watching a whole 10-minute YouTube video or like walking on glass. It's like they come in close. It's like I
Yeah, but like
really-
you have YouTube videos that you'll enjoy, content for older people. Like what you're talking about is content for kids.
Yeah, no,
you're
I'm
talking about your typical vlogger
YouTubers,
that's like,
Yeah.
let me
YouTube
get
YouTubers. Not there's
Yeah.
obviously good content on YouTube, but I'm just talking
Yeah.
about like the Logan Paul vlog world of things. Obviously, YouTube
It's-
is bigger than that.
it all comes down to the attention span, bro. They're all trying to get that watch time, and they're all trying to be like, watch me like I'm doing something interesting all the time. I'm yelling at you, like
I guess that
Yeah,
makes
continue
sense, though.
watching.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
They want you to watch the full 10 minutes.
it's just
Yeah,
it's just the way it has to be.
Yo, speaking of TikTok, have you guys seen that Twitter post? Listen, I don't know if this is super old, but there's like a TikTok of like a guy to like a song, and he's got like blonde hair that goes over his head like this, and it's like he's trying to be like sexy looking at the camera and shit. And then some dude gets a broom, puts it over his head, and he's like does the same exact thing. And then another one will put a picture after that, and he'll act like he's holding the broom above the other guy while someone holds something over his hair, and it just fucking goes on the list forever. It's so funny, man.
It is good. That was a good one, yeah.
Really? I gotta check that out. What's
That's
it
a
called?
great Twitter post. I don't even know how to find that
It's not really
shit.
called anything. You just gotta go find it, yeah.
I gotta find it.
I do not know how to find that. I probably liked it. I think I may have liked it a long time ago.
Yeah.
TikTok is
maybe
where
like
all the
a week
best memes start, man.
I go to Twitter and the first thing I see is Michaela's chin. Holy shit.
ago.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck, dude?
So did all of you hear about Dan's Gaming got his butt emote, or his not his butt emote, his emote
Taken away. His little
taken
poopy
away,
one or whatever.
removed. Yet there was
Well,
like
I saw that.
That's one thing. Didn't they say they took him to where he can't instant upload emotes
Yeah.
anymore?
He's fucking banned for 90 days from doing it, and we're still trying to fix it with Twitch. It's
So
insane.
fucking
Well, I
crazy.
mean, that was clearly sexual
Yeah.
content. I think
Clearly, dude.
good decision on that.
Listen,
thought it was
Twitch
hot.
is just trying not to be biased. They were like, Dan's Gaming. Hey, dude, listen, we gotta drop the hammer, bro. Later.
What's so fucking crazy is like we actually did my business partner was so mad he wrote a script to find like all not safe for work emotes on the site, and we pulled up like hundreds of butt emotes and like
Oh, I
from
know.
affiliate partners and everything. Like, yeah, dude.
Trust me,
like,
I
Train,
know.
You've probably seen some of these, right?
Oh,
Like,
believe me, I see
Yeah,
him,
dude.
and when I call it out, I'm a sexist apparently. So yeah, it's just how it is, dude. Trust
and
me.
yet Dan,
Yeah.
who's like literally a paragon of the platform, has never done anything wrong. Fucking been here
Yeah.
for 7 years.
Squeaky
gets
clean
fucking-
record.
Totally clean record, totally
Yeah.
chill dude. Literally built this platform on his fucking back like fucking Atlas, dude. And then
Yeah.
he gets 90 days. And like that's so bad for Dan because Dan churns his emotes like every week. Every game he gets a new set of emotes. So not
Wait,
being able to
really?
up, yeah. That
Yeah,
like
he does go crazy with the emotes.
That's because
Yeah.
Dan is a maniac.
Yeah.
That's why. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Dude, what a
fucking
boss.
awesome. Yeah, so like he'll play Fallout and then he'll have all Fallout themed emotes, for example, for like a whole week. And then he'll play a different game, and, like,
Wow.
Yeah. And like so now he has to do every single upload through manual review, which is gonna take him twice as long to get his emotes.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I've already seen hundreds of butt emotes, all from certain streams
Mhm.
that I'm not going to specify.
And even
but-
the girl
Partners,
the girl
too.
that did emotes like did a bunch of my emotes. Even she's like fighting with Twitch.
Julia?
over it. Yeah.
Yeah. We all are. Yeah. I mean, like it's insane. It's not only it goes like beyond the typical like inconsistency stuff, like the like the bands talk and all that stuff. It goes beyond that because it's just like here you have a person that's like has such a clear record, and it's so obvious that there are emotes that are way worse. Like there was literally an emote of like Pikachu with like a dick on a
What?
partner stream. Yeah. And we pulled it up and we were
That
like,
was mine. It was
oh,
Yo,
okay.
do you guys remember
I was
Jellyfish?
kidding.
Jellyfish, dude.
Jellyfish. That
Jellyfish was the
fucking-
best emote ever,
Dude,
man.
wait,
It's
whose
gone
was that
now.
again?
Oh, they got rid of jellyfish.
Yeah, I had it for
Yeah.
so long, man.
There's tons
Wait,
of
that
butts
was
on
your
freaking
emote?
Twitch now.
Well,
I
listen,
swear
I
Lyric
got it
had the
from
first one.
Vaticus. I got it from I saw Vaticus. I saw it on
Lyrics got
Vaticus
removed,
channel.
too.
I was like, oh my god, dude, I'm taking
His-
this shit,
I
right?
was like, this
His
is
butt clench
quality
emote?
to have.
Yeah, lyrics got removed. It was one of the bigger controversies. It was like last year or some shit.
That was a great
Lyrics
emo.
butt emote, right?
Yeah, his butt clench emote got removed. It was
Yeah.
it was like one of the
Oh, I
first
remember that.
things.
Dude, I'm looking at juicy thick butts right now on your Twitch channel. What the fuck? I don't get it.
I mean,
I
listen,
don't
Nick,
understand it, dude. I just don't get it. It's
Yeah.
it's so inconsistent. Like there was nothing wrong with that emote in the first place, but then
Yeah.
like we also
that
have
blue
streamers
one.
getting banned for looking at pictures that aren't even nude. So I don't even know what's going on anymore, dude. I'm
Dude,
starting
I
to.
can't believe it. I got banned last year for the stupidest reason. During Christmas, my dad walked out and he had his dick out, and I started sucking it.
This guy's got an
Andy,
emote.
what the hell are you
No.
talking about?
What the fuck?
Look at this guy's. Look at this guy's. This guy's got like his name is like Divine Ways. He's got like a Spartan butt emote. That's
Yeah.
a fucking cool emote.
where is it? Divine.
I don't know.
Post-
He's Divine. He's got a fucking Spartan butt emote.
Yeah, I
I
know
don't
who
even know
Divine
what it
is,
is.
but
Yep.
Divine, post it. I want to see this thing.
Somebody found the video you were talking about, by the way.
Look at look at
posted
it. Look
it
at
in,
look at.
chat.
It's like a
Holy
gladi-
shit!
That's an
Yep.
emo right there.
Yeah,
That's
Divine
cool.
and Canute both have one. That's insane, dude. Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, it comes down to. I think it comes down to what's what's like reported and what's not. That's what it comes down to for a lot of things, almost, right? A lot of people don't realize that.
It is, but do you really think that Dan's gaming got reported for that emote? Like, we couldn't.
No, absolutely not.
That was a good one.
That,
Like,
guy,
I can't
that little
imagine
guy reminds me of the little dude from Monsters that's like holding his 2 eyeballs up. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
Have you seen
Real
that?
Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what that email reminded me.
every person, no matter how wholesome they are or how positive they are or how great they are, every person has hate watchers. Everyone. And all it takes
That's
is
true.
All it takes
Yeah,
is
you're right.
30 of those guys to sit in a Discord and say, hey, let's report this emo. He's happy about it. Let's make him sad, right? Like, that's what it is. It's the same with stream sniping, same thing with everything, every aspect of streaming,
Yeah,
right?
but
Like,
you just wouldn't think that would, like, I don't know. Would you really let your automated system hit that channel like Dan's Gaming?
oh, it wasn't automated. No, it wasn't an
It was
automated thing.
manual.
It was a manual
It was
thing.
manual.
It's manual?
Yeah, it was manual.
All of them,
for sure.
yeah.
Who
all
can
of
make
them
that
go-
choice?
They
all of-
contacted us.
Yeah.
So,
all
like,
of them go to
yeah.
manual. Believe it or not, most things, almost all of them go to manual, unless you're a small creator and you get like 300 brigaded reports, then it's a automatic ban and you get indefinite, right? If you're a small content creator. But most things that are reported, especially if you're a partner streamer, it goes into a review and they decide if it's just a bullshit report from a bunch of dumbass haters or if it's an actual thing. So, yeah. Fitz, how about you? How about on YouTube, dude? Is there anything on YouTube?
Right? This band is stupid, right? And they're like, yeah, that's kind of dumb. Let's give him his emotes back. Like, the fact there's not like a Wizard of Oz at Twitch for like everything, like they could overturn shit quickly.
Yeah.
It's always like, well, this person did that, and they obviously something wrong with it, and like, let's go down the fucking food chain of who makes this decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Stupid.
Do you see any like, so obviously on Twitch there's a lot of, things going on and, a lot of different sides fighting sides, politics, this and that, and there's, certain streams and certain sections that, in our days would be considered sexual, but in these days it's empowering. Is there anything like that on YouTube? Like, do you go through any of that on YouTube or on
In our days,
YouTube is such a wide scale.
I
I
have
don't
to
know.
be
People get
clever
away with
with
some
it.
crazy shit on YouTube, for sure.
Is that like
I feel
a
like YouTube actually does more extreme shit, like
Yeah,
that
definitely.
would not be allowed on Twitch whatsoever.
yeah, I
Well, with
saw
YouTube,
that
there's so much content being uploaded that
Yeah.
they can't catch everything. So there's crazy shit going on in those little dark corners.
I saw
yeah, they
that
can't catch everything. That's why their algorithm just fucking.
I saw
destroys
that
them
body
every
painting,
week
that
on
body
title.
painting clown, and the chick was
Clown?
naked. It was on live stream fail, and I thought it was Twitch. I was about to go off, but I
yeah.
didn't. And like, I don't mind body painting. I think body
go off.
painting. I think body painting is completely fine. Fuck it, right? Like, you're gonna do your thing. Do your art, right? But
But that
this,
shit was another level.
This was, listen,
I
I'm
don't mind
talking.
it.
I'm talking. You could see the pussy lips. I'm talking. The ass was out. You could see asshole.
Whoa,
Like, it was
really?
some weird on the edge shit, right? Like, it was
It was
weird,
YouTube
dude.
streaming?
It was on. It was some YouTube ASMR body painting thing. Yeah, it was really fucking weird. It was on live
Wow.
stream fail. Yeah.
ASMR involved too. Oh,
That's
It
like a
was
double
some shit
whammy
like
right
that.
there.
Yeah, it was insane. So yeah, it
They
was
just throwing a
fucking-
mukbang and they got like the whole trifecta going on there.
Oh,
ASMR,
dude, that'd be-
mukbang, body painting. That's
Yeah.
the meta.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I think the most covered thing. I think the most covered thing was probably her nose with the clown nose on it. Like, it was insane, dude.
I mean, from the ones that I've seen on Twitch, I haven't seen anybody going overboard or anything. I don't
Yeah,
think.
same. I agree.
The people like who do it consistently keep it like legit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've probably seen maybe one or maybe two, maybe went overboard, but most of the time, I think it's just art.
Yeah, I'm not like going around checking out channels specifically, but it's just like a fucking
Yeah,
general
right.
perspective.
I get them
Shut
linked to
the
me,
fuck up, baby.
people trying to, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. So I guess YouTube's a completely different thing. So how do you balance it, Fitz? Like, do you still, so you upload regularly and you stream?
I don't upload regularly and I don't stream regularly at the minute. I'm pretty well, like my main channel it's always been like a month apart, but it's weird. My main channel videos, they're like I try and make them as good as possible. I'm trying to keep them quality and actually be funny. But sometimes
Rather
you just
than,
go
like,
forever.
quantity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I started up my channel's like the constant meme is that I have no upload schedule and that I just kind of do what the fuck is he like actually going in a black hole right now? What is this?
How much time does it take to make like one video?
It depends. Like, there's different parts of the process. So my videos are basically just highlights of the funniest shit that the funniest jokes we told while we were gaming. So you got to get the jokes, and then once you got the jokes, you're good. But it's getting the funny jokes in the first place, which is hard because, you know, sometimes you just don't have a very funny month. And I try and make them actually funny. They're probably not, but you know, I try and actually make some decent content.
I'm sure you're doing fine. It looks like you're healthy. Your numbers are healthy.
Yeah, you're doing incredible.
Yeah, I have a crazy fan base. They wait around for me, you know. So
that's cool.
I'm grateful.
That's cool.
Yeah, good for you.
Do they get upset when you're not streaming, or do they not mind?
Oh, you know. Yeah, they get pissed. Like I've got a second channel which is kind of like for live stream highlights now, so that I post on that fairly regularly. That's kind of just like my trash content.
That's a really good idea. So, does that do really well?
Does pretty well.
Yeah.
For live stream highlights, it does pretty well.
Your stats on Twitch are like really impressive for a YouTuber. You carried over a lot of your audience.
100%. That's one thing I do want to bring.
Fuck,
I do want to bring that up. Yeah, dude. Like the way you transitioned, I wouldn't be. Actually, I think you're probably the #1 YouTuber as far as like main, right? I mean, obviously Asmon started on YouTube, a few others, but it took Asmon the same time I think it would take most people, just kind of grind 2 years, 3 years, you know, get to where it is. You kind of just came on instantly. You know, 3, 5, 7, 8K viewers, building a huge community, and it kind of worked out. Most YouTubers that come on here from that, they're at like 100 viewers, 200 viewers. You know, you just came on, and I think you're probably one of the top 100, top 0.01% of Twitch right now. Coming on, it's been 2 months.
Like,
I don't know. I try not to look at that kind of shit. It makes me anxious, but you know,
sorry, I can't help myself.
No.
I
appreciate the compliment.
That shit didn't bother me at all, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I like corrupted now, right? Like, I didn't care at all when I first started, but now like I can't look at my view count. It's like what the fuck happened? Yeah.
I don't look at my view count ever. It fucks with me real bad if I know how long.
Honestly, it's not. It's in my opinion that it's out of a lot of streamers' hands. I don't even know how to find that.
It's not really
shit.
called anything. You just gotta go find it. Yeah.
Find it.
I do not know how to find that. I probably liked it. I think I may have liked it a long time ago.
TikTok is where all the best memes start, man.
I go to Twitter and the first thing I see is Michaela's chin. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck, dude?
So did all of you hear about Dan's Gaming got his butt emote, or not his butt emote, his emote
taken away,
taken away, removed. Yeah, there was
I
saw that.
That's one thing. Didn't they say they took him to where he can't instant upload emotes anymore?
He's fucking banned for 90 days from doing it, and we're still trying to fix it with Twitch. It's insane.
So
I mean, that was clearly sexual content. I think
clearly, dude.
Decision on that.
Listen, Twitch is just trying not to be biased. They were like, Dan's Gaming. Hey, dude, listen, we gotta drop the hammer, bro. Later.
What's so fucking crazy is like we actually did. My business partner was so mad he wrote a script to find like all not safe for work emotes on the site, and we pulled up like hundreds of butt emotes and like from affiliate partners and everything. Like, yeah, dude.
Trust me, I know.
You've probably seen some of these, right?
Oh,
like,
believe me, I see them,
dude.
and when I call it out, I'm a sexist apparently. So yeah, it's just how it is, dude. Trust me.
And yet Dan, who's like literally a paragon of the platform, has never done anything wrong. Fucking been here for 7 years.
Squeaky
gets
clean
fucking
record.
totally clean record, totally chill dude. Literally built this platform on his fucking back like fucking Atlas, dude. And then he gets 90 days, and like that's so bad for Dan because Dan churns his emotes like every week. Every game he gets a new set of emotes. So not being able to like
he does go crazy with the emotes.
That's because Dan is a maniac. That's why. That's
crazy.
Dude, what a boss.
Awesome. Yeah, so like he'll play Fallout and then he'll have all Fallout themed emotes, for example, for like a whole week.
Wow.
And then he'll play a different game. Like, yeah. And like so now he has to do every single upload through manual review, which is gonna take him twice as long to get his emotes.
Yeah, I mean, I've already seen hundreds of butt emotes all from certain streams that I'm not gonna specify.
And even
but
the girl
partners too.
Emotes like did a bunch of my emotes. Even she's like fighting with Twitch.
Julia?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all are. Yeah. I mean, like it's insane. It's not only it goes like beyond the typical like inconsistency stuff, like the like the bands talk and all that stuff. It goes beyond that because it's just like here you have a person that's like has such a clear record, and it's so obvious that there are emotes that are way worse. Like there was literally an emote of like Pikachu with like a dick on a partner stream. Yeah. And we pulled it up and we were like,
yo, do you guys remember Jellyfish? Jellyfish, dude. Jellyfish was the best emote ever, man. It's gone now.
Oh, they got rid of jellyfish?
Yeah, I had it for so long, man.
There's tons
Wait,
of
that
butts
was
on
your
freaking
emote?
Twitch now.
Well,
I
listen,
swear
I
Lyric
got it
had the
from
first one.
Vaticus. I got it from I saw Vaticus. I saw it on
Lyric's got
Vaticus
removed,
channel.
too.
I was like, oh my god, dude, I'm taking this shit,
I
right?
was like,
His
this
butt
is
clench
ballsy
emote?
to have.
Yeah, Lyrics got removed. It was one of the bigger controversies. It was like last year or some shit.
That was a great
Lyrics
emo.
butt emote, right?
Yeah, his butt clench emote got removed. It was
Yeah, yeah.
it was one like one of the
Oh, I
first
remember that.
things.
Dude, I'm looking at juicy thick butts right now on your Twitch channel. What the fuck? I don't get it.
I mean,
I
listen,
don't
Vic.
understand it, dude. I just don't get it. It's so inconsistent. Like there was nothing wrong with that emote in the first place, but then
Yeah.
like we also
that
have
blue
streamers
one.
getting banned for looking at pictures that aren't even nude. So I don't even know what's going on anymore, dude. I'm
Dude,
starting
I
to.
can't believe it. I got banned last year for the stupidest reason. During Christmas, my dad walked out and he had his dick out, and I started sucking it.
This guy's got an
Andy,
emote.
what the hell are you
No.
talking about?
What the fuck?
Look at this guy's. Look at this guy's. This guy's got like a. His name's like Divine Ways. He's got like a Spartan butt emote. That's
Yeah.
a fucking cool emote.
Where is it? Divine.
I don't know.
post-
He's Divine. He's got a fucking Spartan butt emote.
Yeah, I know
I
who
don't even know
Divine
what it
is,
is.
but
Yep.
Divine, post it. I want to see this thing.
Somebody found the video you were talking about, by the way.
Look at, look at it. Look at it.
Chat.
It's like a
Holy
gladi-
shit!
That's an
Yep.
emo right there.
Yeah,
That's
Divine
cool.
and Canute both have one. That's insane, dude. Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, it comes down to. I think it comes down to what's what's like reported and what's not. That's what it comes down to for a lot of things, almost, right? A lot of people don't realize that.
It is, but do you really think that Dan's Gaming got reported for that emote? Like we couldn't.
Streamer, I had
No,
to report you.
absolutely
That
not.
was a good one.
That,
Like, I
guy,
can't
that
imagine
little
that-
guy reminds me of the little dude from Monsters that's like holding his two eyeballs up. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
Have you seen
our real
that?
monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what that emo reminded me of.
every person, no matter how wholesome they are, or how positive they are, or how great they are, every person has hate watchers. Everyone. And all it takes
That's
is
true.
All it takes
Yeah,
is
you're right.
30 of those guys to sit in a Discord and say, "Hey, let's report this emo. He's happy about it. Let's make him sad." Right? Like that's what it is. It's the same with stream sniping. Same thing with everything, every aspect of streaming.
Yeah,
right?
but
like,
you just wouldn't think that would like, I don't know. Would you really let your automated system hit that channel like Dan's Gaming?
Oh, it wasn't automated. No, it wasn't an
It was
automated thing.
manual.
It was a manual.
was
thing.
manual.
Manual?
Yeah, it was manual.
All of
for
them,
sure.
yeah.
Dude,
all-
who
all
can
of
make
them
that
go-
choice?
They
all of-
contacted us.
Yeah.
So,
all
like,
of them go to
yeah.
manual. Believe it or not, most things, almost all of them go to manual, unless you're a small creator and you get like 300 brigaded reports, then it's a automatic ban and you get indefinite, right? If you're a small content creator. But most things that are reported, especially if you're a partner streamer, it goes into a review and they decide if it's just a bullshit report from a bunch of dumbass haters or if it's an actual thing. So, yeah. Fitz, how about you? How about on YouTube, dude?
You're like,
Is there
"This
anything on
stupid,
YouTube?
Right? This band is stupid, right? And they're like, yeah, that's kind of dumb. Let's give him his emotes back. Like the fact there's not like a Wizard of Oz at Twitch for like everything, like they could overturn shit quickly.
Yeah.
It's always like, well, this person did that, and they obviously something wrong with it, and like, let's go down the fucking food chain of who makes this decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Stupid.
Do you see any like, so obviously on Twitch there's a lot of, things going on and, a lot of different sides fighting sides, politics, this and that, and there's, certain streams and certain sections that, in our days would be considered sexual, but in these days it's empowering. Is there anything like that on YouTube? Like, do you go through any of that on YouTube or on
That's a question.
In our days,
YouTube is such a wide scale,
I
I
have
don't
to
know.
be
People get
clever
away
with
with some
the-
crazy shit on YouTube, for sure.
Is that like
I feel
a
like YouTube accesses more extreme shit, like
Yeah, definitely.
that would not be allowed on Twitch whatsoever.
yeah, I
Well, with
saw
YouTube,
that
there's so much content being uploaded that
Yeah.
they can't catch everything. So there's crazy shit going on in these little dark corners.
I saw
yeah, they
that
can't catch everything. That's why their algorithm just fucking.
I saw
destroys
that
them
body
every
painting,
week
that
on
body
title.
painting clown, and the chick was
Clown?
naked. It was on live stream fail, and I thought it was Twitch. I was about to go off, but I
yeah.
didn't. And like, I don't mind body painting. I think body
go off.
painting. I think body painting is completely fine. Fuck it, right? Like you're gonna do your thing, do your art, right? But
But that
this,
shit was another level.
This was listen.
I
I'm
don't mind
talking.
it.
I'm talking. You could see the pussy lips. I'm talking. The ass was out. You could see asshole.
Whoa,
Like it was
really?
some weird on the edge shit, right? Like it was
It was
weird,
YouTube
dude.
streaming?
It was some YouTube ASMR body painting thing. Yeah, it was really fucking weird. It was on live
Wow.
stream fail.
ASMR involved too. Oh,
That's
It
like a
was
double
some shit
whammy
like
right
that.
there.
Yeah, it was insane. So yeah,
They just throw in a mukbang and they got like the whole trifecta going on there.
Oh,
ASMR,
dude,
mukbang, body painting. That's the meta.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I think the most covered thing, was probably her nose with the clown nose on it. Like, it was insane, dude.
I mean, from the ones that I've seen on Twitch, I haven't seen anybody going overboard or anything. I don't think.
Same. I agree.
The people like who do it consistently, keep it like legit, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've probably seen one or maybe two, maybe went overboard, but most of the time I think it's just art.
Yeah, I'm not like going around checking out channels specifically, but you know, it's just like a fucking
right
perspective.
I get them linked to me, you know, people trying to, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. So I guess YouTube's a completely different thing. So how do you balance it, Fitz? Like, do you still, so you upload regularly and you stream?
I don't upload regularly and I don't stream regularly at the minute. I'm pretty well, like my main channel it's always been like a month apart, but it's weird. My main channel videos, they're like I try and make them as good as possible. I'm trying to keep them quality and actually be funny. But you know, sometimes you just go forever.
Quantity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I started up my channel's like the constant meme is that I have no upload schedule and then I just kind of do what the fuck is he like actually going in a black hole right now? What is this?
How much time does it take to make like one video?
It depends. Like there's different parts of the process. So my videos are basically just highlights of the funniest shit that the funniest jokes we told while we were gaming. So you got to get the jokes, and then once you got the jokes, you're good. But it's getting the funny jokes in the first place, which is hard because, you know, sometimes you just don't have a very funny month. And I try and make them actually funny. They're probably not, but you know, I try and actually make some decent content.
I'm sure you're doing fine. It looks like you're healthy. Your numbers are healthy.
Yeah, you're doing incredible.
Yeah, I have a crazy fan base. They wait around for me, you know. So
that's cool.
I'm grateful.
That's cool.
Yeah, good for you.
Do they get upset when you're not streaming, or do they not mind?
Yeah, they get pissed. Like I've got a second channel which is kind of like for live stream highlights now, so that I post on that fairly regularly. That's kind of just like my trash content.
That's a really good idea. Does that do really well?
Does pretty well.
Yeah.
For live stream highlights, it does pretty well.
Your stats on Twitch are like really impressive for a YouTuber. You carried over a lot of your audience.
100%. That's one thing I do want to bring.
Man.
I do want to bring that up. Yeah, dude. Like the way you transitioned, I wouldn't be. Actually, I think you're probably the #1 YouTuber as far as like main, right? I mean, obviously Asmon started on YouTube, a few others, but it took Asmon the same time I think it would take most people, just kind of grind 2 years, 3 years, you know, get to where it is. You kind of just came on instantly. You know, 3, 5, 7, 8K viewers, building a huge community, and it kind of worked out. Most YouTubers that come on here from that, they're at like 100 viewers, 200 viewers. You know, you just came on, and I think you're probably one of the top 100, top 0.01% of Twitch right now. Coming on, it's been 2 months.
Like,
I don't know. I try not to look at that kind of shit. It makes me anxious, but you know,
sorry, I can't help myself.
No.
I remember when I
appreciate the compliment.
That shit didn't bother me at all, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm like corrupted now, right? Like, I didn't care at all when I first started, but now like I can't look at my view count. It's like what the fuck happened? Yeah.
I don't look at my view count ever. It fucks with me real bad if I know how long.
Honestly, it's not. It's in my opinion that it's out of a lot of streamers' hands nowadays. I see so many streamers. Listen, I've seen so many streamers in a way lower position than I normally see them in. It's actually mind blowing, and I don't think it's necessarily their fault. It's just like where the wave is going on Twitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you learn. I think
that's a good way to look at it.
I think eventually, because for a while it affected me. Like if I was talking and I dropped 200, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like now, honestly, like I actually promote people to leave. Like when I'm talking, dude, if they're not, I'm like, hey, get the fuck out of my channel then. Like,
well, I mean, you're in a pretty comfortable spot.
Yeah, but you have to understand, it's all relative. Like, it's all relative. Like thinking that the view count's more important at 2,000, 5,000 or whatever, like it's all relative. The more you go up, the more your standards are gonna adjust to what you are expected to get based on your last stream.
You will never stop.
You'll never stop. So this idea
never stops.
Yeah,
dude.
this idea that when you're comfortable, maybe in your eyes I'm comfortable. The same way when I look at Summit or XQC, they're comfortable. But believe me, I've seen XQC, have some stress. I've seen Summit. I've seen all the boys have a little bit of stress some months. Like, so it's all relative based on where you are. But to get to my point, I think you get to a point where you realize. So early on, I don't think people have the scope or the experience to like understand what their real sub number is, what their real view count is, and what their core audience is. So what happens is everyone goes to like a 2-3 month hype. And then people believe that 2 to 3 month hype, those are their numbers they deserve. But realistically, no, that's the peak. Everyone's going to have a peak every 1 to 5 months. You're going to have a peak. And then from that peak, you try to convert to a core audience. So as long as when you're going live and you understand, okay, you know, I'm 2K above my average is usually going to be around 2,800. You know what? Fuck it. Everything's a win over 28. Even if you drop from 5K to 4K, hey, you're still in a good mood. So like, you just got to calculate what your actual core audience is that is there for you regardless of your content. And same thing for your subs. So like my sub count right now, I know, I mean, I've seen the numbers, but even without the numbers, I took a guess and I was right. My sub count right now it's 6,500. That's my actual sub count. The rest are gifted. So if I drop to 7K, I'm not going to have a worry. I know what's not mine and what's not realistic and what's just boosted by gifters. So you need to have these understandings. Otherwise, you're going to be let down every time your subs drop or every time your viewer count drops. And it's going to be really crippling. So,
bro, I don't think I can accept. I don't think I can accept it. It's too hard. I can't do it. What the fuck?
What do you mean? What are you complaining about? What's wrong with your channel?
I don't know, man.
Your viewership's good. You're a Black Desert online streamer. You shouldn't even have like been able to get out of that video game alive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
So what you did is miraculous, brother.
His viewership's not that good lately.
Yeah. What you said earlier about the 3 season community train, I think like I've sort of realized recently how true that is. And, you know, because I know that I could boost my numbers every stream by just making an Instagram story or a tweet or a link on my video or community post or anything. But I've kind of been, you know, what I really want is a community on Twitch. That's kind of what I'm here for.
For sure.
So I'm sort of starting to accept more chill, lower viewer counts where I'm trying not to be so anxious all the time on stream and like, I'm a YouTuber. I got to say something funny every 5 seconds and just kind of be a personality. And then I think I'll go down and then I'll climb.
You'll climb up slowly. Exactly. That's exactly right. Like a lot of, listen, every mid-sized to large streamer, they know what they can do to keep their view count, quote unquote, healthy. The problem is it's not real because it's not you at your like, it's not you at your base. It's you at 300% that can't be upheld. And that's going to create an anxiety because, you know, people aren't here anymore for you. They're here for the 300 boosted, stocked up on Adderall, testosterone fucking side of you that can't be upheld without losing some sort of mental fucking capacity, right?
Exactly.
So what you do is...
I don't think it takes much effort
I'm just corrupted, man, honestly. Like, that's what
I don't think it takes much effort to plan an event like once a week, do something that's like reinventing, and you can kind of think about, okay, like, how can I approach my content like a little bit differently rather than do the same thing. Like the people that are suffering on Twitch the most, they're the people that are still playing games like it was 4 or 5 years ago and doing the same thing they did always, and not like reinventing the content for the times. I think.
Yeah, but they might be happier. That's the thing. Like,
yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, but
I don't think
it's about what you can tolerate. You know, some people have an issue.
Like, I'm about to dive off the deep end, and it's probably not the perfect thing for Twitch, but it is at least taking a chance. Like the whole reason why I'm moving tomorrow is because I want a big space to actually do different shit on Twitch.
Yeah.
And like it could go horribly wrong, or it could just I think at the worst it would just kind of stay the same. Yeah. But at the best, I mean, who knows? If you do something completely different where you're actually trying to provide content instead of just like phoning it in, you never know. If I got a 50% or
it's also not all about up to the content. It's about decisions that you make. If you sit in the same game providing the same content that worked, it might not always work. League of Legends might not always be the game. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't ever decide to expand off of that, you know, that might be where you end.
I'm actually so glad that I like did variety outside of BDO, because if I just did only BDO, I would not be a fucking like, you're actually right. I would not be a streamer.
So there's I mean, we've talked about this before where people get locked into their video game and, you know, maybe they don't spend enough time getting out of it and showing their audience a different, you know, side of you or a different game that you play.
I honestly think I'm just corrupted because like really toxic viewers always come in and like talk about view count and like bullshit. Like I didn't care before, but like I had so many like view count Andes just coming in like mentioning view count that like it started like fuck with me, dude.
It fucks with me too. I totally get that, dude. Yeah.
Listen,
like what every streamer goes to.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why you need to ban those people. Okay. Let me tell you why. Okay. What they're putting you through is what's that called? Is it called Stockholm syndrome? Is that what it's called?
They're gaslighting you is what they're doing.
No,
they're like
no,
trying
no,
to they're making you insane about it, right?
Yeah,
is that
listen,
what you mean?
Yeah.
Ignore
Yeah.
that. Listen, no. It's some Stockholm syndrome shit, okay? Listen, they're coming in there. They're talking about your view count, right? Out of toxicity to make you feel shit. Now it's made you insecure. So now you're second guessing banning the person because you think you need him to uphold the view count that's currently in your stream. Otherwise, if you start banning all the toxic, you're gonna lose 25% of your view count. So you get stuck in this circle where now you don't want to lose them because they're talking about it, but at the same time they're talking about it, making you go insane, but you don't want to lose them and ban them. So you just have to ban them. Trust me. You just ban them, get rid of those toxic fucks. They're one-timers anyways. They don't give a fuck. Tomorrow, if you make a mistake,
also
they're
like one
gone.
of those things where like.
They're still gonna watch you.
If you ban it, it feels like you're acknowledging the fact that like
Doesn't matter. Acknowledge it. Who cares? That's your ego. Acknowledge it. Who
Dude,
cares?
If you
Yeah,
ban,
you
if
should've-
you
Here's,
ban them-
here's what you're saying. It's like, oh, like somebody says like you're triggered or whatever, and then it's like, well, if you ban them, then that means you're triggered or something. But it's like, no, because if you ban them, you just want to get rid of that. Like it's like an agitator, Andy. Like
It'll
it's like-
cost
it's-
you-
It's swatting a
they're-
fly, bro. It's swatting away a little fly.
Yeah, they're
They're
literally
annoying.
like
Fuck it.
the purpose of them saying that is they just want to cause problems, right? So it's
It'll
like,
cost you way more to keep those people in your community over time than to ban them right there.
Absolutely.
Whatever price it
Absolutely.
costs.
That's not why
Yeah.
you're banning them. You're not banning them because your butt hurt. You see a bunch of fucking negative comments and you just roll with the punches as a streamer. So
True.
you're basically what you're banning them for is for not being funny. That's what I
Yeah,
tell
that
people.
is true. It's
You're
actually not
being
funny
banned
like at all.
because you said something mean.
Yeah.
Everybody says something mean. It's just part of being a streamer. But
Yeah.
you're banned for not being funny and not having any contribution to the chat that's going to help it be a cool place to be. Whether it's being nice or being funny, if you're neither of those, then get the fuck out of here. You're useless, you know?
You guys make
Yeah.
such good points. Holy fuck.
And if you don't set that example by
Just-
banning those people, then like other people
Listen.
start tagging on, and next thing you know, you just have this toxic
I
fucking
recently-
community.
That's what you're
if you're
saying,
not a stone
Fitz.
cold killer, if you're not a stone cold fucking killer, and you have nothing can affect you, you can't have a channel that is spamming the fuck out of your stream. You know what I mean? It just can't do it.
Like,
Fitz,
it's
what
Well,
one of
here's the
those-
thing.
they
Sometimes,
have no
sometimes it's
control.
not just. Sometimes it's not just about you, right? Sometimes it's about like other viewers, like they just don't want to see it, right?
True, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how many viewers will go into a stream and if people are having conversations instead of spamming the same emote over and over again, what are they gonna do? Oh, cool! I could actually talk to these people. I could tag them and stuff. We could like write jokes. But when it's just pure repetitive spam over and over again, who are the people that are gonna want to stay? The
Yep.
people who do that, and it fucking.
I
fucking
literally,
fire.
Fitz, I literally went through that exact thing you just said. Like, what happens is, like, there's a crew in your chat that, hey, they're just fucking around. They're having fun. The problem is, when you get new viewers, they don't realize that these guys are fucking around. They know the line.
Yeah.
The new viewers start saying, wait, what the fuck? I'm going to fuck this kid. I'm going in on him, right? Because but they don't understand anymore. So these new ones become actually toxic. So if you don't put your foot down and specify, like, what is okay and what the boundary is, it's just going to perpetuate the perception of toxicity. So it's really important to not give a fucking ban. And my chat will tell you, I go on a
keep going.
Monka-esque banning, like probably once a day. I have to, because like every day, when I do the recap stuff, there's at least 1,000 or 2,000 new frogs that have never seen me or they've seen me from another stream. They come in. These guys are fucking shameless, dude. I just fucking ban them, and I give them a little shit talk right afterwards, and they're still watching. I know they're pissed, but they can suck my dick, dude. Yeah, that's just the way you gotta do it.
Do you have like an unbanning process?
Fuck no,
Like,
dude.
like,
Yeah, they
wait,
donate
like
$5
what
and
happens if
that's
someone
on
just
there.
gets so like can they email you or something, or they just
Okay,
fuck forever?
so very rarely, depending on the person, okay, if I know that they're like a long-time supporter and they're just having an off day or bad week, what happens is, and it's always these motherfuckers, it's always the kids that go in chat, they want to act hard, they're probably with their two friends, like, yo, watch this dude, like, yo, fuck you, you ugly piece of shit, you suck, right? And then their kid's like, and then I ban them. Their friends leave the next day, hey, Train, man, I'm really sorry, dude, I love you, dude, like, man, like, you're beautiful, you're the best. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I know what you're doing, but it's all good, dude, unban right there, right? It's always that kind of message, right? They're completely fucking toxic. And then behind closed doors, they're completely sweet and like nurturing and beautiful, right? Like, so in that
discipline those motherfuckers, just,
yeah, in that
give 'em a
situation,
slap and then come back.
it's contextual. Like if I look through the logs and I kind of see that these maybe it was just a bad day, it doesn't match up with their other shit, then I'll unban them. But if it's just pure toxicity, usually those people don't even put in a request to get unbanned. They just make a new account and they start being toxic on that one.
I have a
Even-
really
even-
good unbanning process.
Dude, I
Anytime
have a couple viewers like
I
that.
watch a lot of Twitch, and like anytime I'm in someone's channel, they'll be like, "Yo, Andy, unban me." So my rule is, you have to send me a tweet because I don't want to deal with it now. Send me a tweet with your username. I look at the logs. If they weren't being racist, if it wasn't like 10 out of 10 just evil, I just unban them.
Yeah, that's what I do.
My problem is that
my
like
thing
I have
is-
so many normies on my chat that I can't even figure out who to ban, dude. There's just crying emojis and shit, and like fucking, you know, people just making random conversation.
Is
talking
your
about the
chat
weather.
like your YouTube chat, or is it different?
Bro, it's like YouTube comments and chat form. They're just like they just
Oh,
speak their
God.
mind constantly. Like,
Nah.
you know, just
That's
talk. Like
really
some of them
good.
just start talking to each other like in the chat. It's not even about me. It's like I don't know what to do, bro.
Hell
Sounds
yeah, dude, that's good though. When they're starting to spark up conversation for themselves, it's
Yeah,
not
that's
like
a-
you're doing
that's
a
an
bad
actual
job or anything.
Yeah,
Like,
that
that's
means
gonna
now
happen
you
no
don't have to
matter
do
what.
anything.
Sometimes you might look at that and
You
think
might
like,
not
oh,
know
you're
about
not.
this.
If they're not talking about the gameplay, it can affect you. But realistically, it doesn't fucking matter. They're gonna talk amongst themselves, not about the gameplay from time to time.
True. I just wish I had something to
Yeah.
bounce off of, you know, because
Yeah.
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
if you know
streamers
this.
with chats that like some streamers have chats like Train's chat or Poke or you know typically LSF you know whatever you want to call
Uh-huh.
it communities. Their
Yeah.
chat's like one like animal. They're all on the same page.
It's
They're
like-
all like
It's
saying
a-
like
it's an
the same
amoeba, an
thing.
completely-
I
I
love
can-
that.
I can completely understand like
I don't know if I'm
being-
LSF
you
community.
being streaming and then them having a conversation in the chat and you just like looking for a place to chime in, but there's just no places to chime in and you don't feel like you're being entertaining for it. You know what I'm saying? I have that feeling a lot actually.
I don't know if I'm
that's
LSF
exactly what you're
community,
talking
dude.
about.
Those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I didn't mean to group you in there.
No,
but,
no,
yeah.
you're good.
I think he means, like, IRL just
I might
chatting
be, I might
community.
be, but wait, you are? You think so? Then, dude, it doesn't. I mean, maybe I am now, but dude, usually LSF community means all of your posts are gonna be passively brigaded. When I say passive, what it means is since the community's watching you, they're gonna also upvote it, right? Because it's the same community. Usually, it's going to be all support, right? That's why you see all these LSF communities that Fitz just mentioned. No matter what they do, for the last 8 months, you've only seen the positive sides of them, right? Those are usually LSF communities. LSF communities are all the streamers that for the last year, even though we're all human and make mistakes, and they have too, they've had freakouts, only their highlights are shown for the last year, all boosted. Those are LSF communities. That's why I have a hard time believing that I have a large LSF community within mine. Because, hey, if you guys know, hey, that is not the case. 90% of the clips uploaded for me are fucking shit, and then 10% are fucking good, and those get maybe upvoted midway. So I'm not sure, dude.
I guess it depends on how you look at LSF community, but with that example, I know what you're saying.
You're always top post. Yeah, recently, the last 2 months, I could maybe agree. Maybe a little LSF's in here. Maybe the last 2 months I can agree with that. But before that, I don't know. No.
Yeah, it's
Fitz,
weird,
do
bro.
you know that you could have a slow mode that your subs don't experience? So like all non-subs could talk every 30 seconds, but all your subs are immune to that, and they could talk as long as they want. Like,
Does
you know
regular
about
slow
that?
mode do that or not? Is it just different?
That
thing?
is regular slow mode.
Oh yeah, I read about that. Yeah.
Your content is LSF?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
it's-
every React streamer's content is LSF.
wait, regular slow mode makes subs immune to it? I
Yeah.
thought there was a
Subs are
special
always
like
immune to
command.
slow mode.
Huh?
Subs are always immune to slow mode.
No, they're not. If you go into so they just added this. If you go into your partner settings, you can choose. So like so the default setting
It has
is
to be default on there.
yeah. No. So for us, maybe this is the grandfather thing. Devin was trying to
it's the box,
find.
right?
Yeah, maybe this was the grandfather thing Devin was trying to explain earlier. But the only thing default for a sub is immune from ads. But they added 2 new boxes, which is immune from channel restrictions such as slow mode or 9K.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
what you
And there is
cool.
one
I
more
didn't know
thing.
that.
So they've added 2 new things where subs can just be total god mode in all of chat restrictions. So that's
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There needs to be more coded benefits for subs.
And
True.
If they could like increment some like Patreon style shit where you can get crazy with it and like, give them all
Yeah.
kinds of like custom benefits.
rewards.
Although
That'd be
that could
so
get out of control, but you know.
That's true.
Do you guys
Yeah,
ever think about like?
I gotta piss.
You guys ever think about like what things are gonna be like in 5 years, like Twitch and all of us and shit? Like,
Dog, I think about that every day.
isn't
I
it
don't
kinda
know.
I
scary to
mean,
think
what
about?
Yeah.
what were you thinking 5 years ago? Ask yourself that. Like, how was shit? I feel like 5 years ago wasn't actually that different to now, but then again, it probably really is.
what do you mean?
For me, I wasn't streaming 5 years ago, so it was
5 years ago, the industry didn't have anywhere near the amount of money it has in now, and the
I know,
esports
but-
wasn't nearly as big. It's crazy different now.
Yeah, isn't it like insane to think
True.
about? Like, I don't know. It's like, will we even be here in 5 years? Like, Will we even
I
be on
hope
Twitch?
not.
What if we're all on
Look,
Mixer?
man,
Australia's
Like,
burning,
5
bro.
years
I'm
from
gone.
now, like, what if
I
all
don't
of
think
us
we're
are on Mixer?
understanding
Like,
how
what?
5 years, how
You know what
long
I
that
mean?
is. 5 years ago, people didn't have messages popping up on their streams for donations. You know what I mean? That was a rare
Yeah.
thing.
Yo,
Why
There
should
was no
Reebok,
any of
streaming
that.
takes too much fucking time.
5 years
honestly.
ago, the
Yeah, it does.
donation,
Andy's
like
right.
the donation community was barely, getting, formed. On Twitch, it wasn't always a normal thing to donate to streamers. You know what I mean? It was like a community that somehow built into that, and it just became the norm.
Yeah.
I
5
think-
years live streaming was still like the weird thing to be. Like if you're on an airplane and talk to someone, like, what do you do? It's like, oh,
Still
I'm a
weird,
streamer.
by
It's like what? Like
Like,
Twitch has changed
what?
way more than YouTube over the last 5 years. That's for sure.
No,
Like,
no,
Twitch is
chat. I'm not
really-
saying I'm going to make. I'm just saying like, what if? Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, like I don't know. It's just it's too predictable. Like 5 years is too much time to even predict what the hell's going to be going on. So
I feel like streamers that make a living off Twitch, like a insane living, like the 0.00001%ers, have a reason to stream 40 to 50, 60 hours a week. I feel like a lot of people who are, living comfortably, paying their rent, and streaming 50 hours to do so, I feel like if there are any lateral moves, maybe not YouTube because YouTube sucks, but any lateral moves for like content creation, I feel like streaming just takes up way too much time. You have to be so consistent. And like, there's a lot of things in my mind that
full-time
says
job.
like it's not worth it, and I feel like I should be doing other shit with my time.
It's
Yeah,
a
you
full-time
come
job
from-
for sure.
you come from like a more traditional like industry, and like I think you have that insight. A lot of people think that this is like, I think a lot of people like actually aspire to this level, not understanding the amount of work and stress that actually goes into it in comparison to like another like a job or like working somewhere. It's
Yeah.
so much more responsibility on you.
One thing I
So
always said
everything's
about
on you. Like everything is on you.
Everything's on you. Yeah.
well, like
Fitz,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of
Fuck
people.
up, you don't get paid.
Fitz, go ahead.
Well, I mean that's like for a real job too, but like it's like.
You don't
what are
have the
gonna do if
motivation of a
it's-
boss telling you they're gonna fire your bitch ass if you don't come in. You're your own motivation, so
Yeah,
you figure out how to do that.
It's
Fitz,
just
go ahead.
different than people think, like everyone loves the ideal of being a YouTuber or a streamer, and it is like pretty sick, but it's also way different than you think it
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
Like when you're
Absolutely.
actually doing it, it's different, bro.
I mean,
It's not like I get off stream in my basement after having 20,000 viewers and I fucking go like, oh, let's go, baby. Like
Yeah.
I walk off and I'm tired as fuck. Just like any other job. You know what I mean? So it's
Dude,
the same shit.
what I love is a year ago or 2 years ago, it was like J Omega Law B, right? And it still is in a sense. But, dude, I found the biggest double standard squad W in this, dude. You ready for this? Whenever we talk about it in this context, it's, W Omega Law RK, J Omega Law B, right? And then streamers that are coming
Yeah,
up
of
will,
course.
say opposite of that, right? But if you're late or miss a day, you get comments from the same people laughing that you're calling a job saying, late to work, late to your job. Wow, nice job, late. You didn't stream today. What the fuck are you doing? Where are you? Like, what the fuck do you mean? You just laughed and said it's not a job. It's laid back and easy-going. So what the hell are you tripping about?
Bro,
that I
like-
Same people. It's the
You
same
don't
people,
have to
Train.
have logic when it's a meme. You can
It's
totally be a
literally the
hypocrite
same
when it's a
people.
meme.
Yeah.
Streaming's-
Listen,
it's what you
they'll-
make it
they
for.
will complain when it fits their dialogue for them to complain at you.
If it's
I
a
mean,
meme,
there's
it's a
obviously
meme.
some
You can't
truth to
question logic.
streamers
Dude,
complaining about their jobs. Like I understand it from the viewer perspective. It's just like fuck you motherfucker.
Yeah,
Look
of
at
course.
you sitting there.
Dude, it's
But
always something
it's-
with chat. I swear, it's always something with chat, man. Like they're
Well,
never
They're
never
right
be
in a
truly
sense.
happy.
Like Fitz is saying,
They
they're,
have a
they're
point.
right in a sense. Like they are right. We are blessed. Like we can't deny that. Like they're right in a sense. But
it is different than you think it is.
It is
Like,
different
I'm
than you
sure
think it is.
Do you really
It's
do you
different.
really think so? Like when you add up all the negativity that like you would never kind of have to deal with when you're in a job, like you deal with negativity from your boss, but not like in like your work and like the pressures there. But the hundreds and hundreds of people that like pile on top of you and all that stuff. Like I think that for the most part, broadcasters that are at the level that is like a really high level, they kind of earn it, honestly.
We're
I
all
don't
the
know if
gaming
it's like so.
therapists.
Oh,
as-
100%, dude.
therapists.
Yeah.
But I don't know
100%.
if it's so easy that people think it is, man. Like
It's not easy or difficult, but it's
Yeah, what he
just a
said.
weird fucking job. It's just a weird
Yeah.
Not
job.
easy, it's not
it's
I
easy.
agree.
It's very
niche.
profitable for some
You know what I
people.
mean?
Some people make a killing, but
It's
doesn't change the fact that it's
exhausting
weird.
though. I will fucking say it's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
exhausting.
bro.
There's just so many
I-
things you have to worry about. So many things you have to think about, right?
It's
Like,
just not even on
dude.
top of that. Playing video games for 10 hours a fucking day can be exhausting, man. 10 hours of anything can, right? You know what I mean?
mhm.
yeah.
Pretty soon, there's going to be an entire profession like of therapy just for social media, like people.
That's
do
what
this
I'm
job,
saying.
bro.
I can't.
I don't
wait.
know any like. There's no industry in the world that has more like mentally fucked up people than
Absolutely.
YouTubers and streamers
Absolutely.
and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
I mean, you have
actors,
to
what
be
they
a
go
little
read a
fucked up to be
magazine
a
on
streamer,
themselves.
honestly.
They read random articles on themselves, right? Like YouTubers and Twitch, like we stare hate in the face every day, and we have to talk to them. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yes.
So it's just different.
but yeah,
I
But
feel
at the
like
same
we're
time, I'm
all
not
a little
complaining.
fucked up.
Like, it's
Like
okay.
mentally,
Yeah, I
somehow
don't
we're all
care
a little fucked up, dude. I don't know. Just to be, I feel like it's necessary to be a streamer. Like you just have to be like a little fucked up in the head.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think I'm fucked up enough to be a streamer, bro. I think I made the wrong move. I'm back to YouTube,
Yeah,
bro.
me too. Me too. I think if you, like,
No,
a
there's
little
so
bit
many
more
different
fucked
types
up.
of
My
streamers.
thing
Some
is-
that focus on games, some that focus on being a weirdo, some that focus on fucking painting their nipples. Like it's all different.
Listen, all I'm saying
your
is
world.
people come into my chat all the time complaining about there's no games out, right? I don't know what to play. Well, motherfucker, what do you think I feel like? You know, when I have to stream 10 hours every day and you don't have a game to play, it fucking sucks, huge wiener. So it's like, imagine when you don't have a game to play and you're playing a game that you're not like fully there in or something like that. It can be exhausting. It's sucky time.
Oh
too.
yeah, you have to like. I mean, I want to say to a certain extent, you have to pretend
Yeah,
like
I'm not
you're
gonna say that
really
either,
into
don't
it
you?
when you're not. And it's just,
We all have drought for video games, you know what I'm saying? But when you have a drought for video games as a streamer or a YouTuber, it's not like the show stops. You got to figure something out, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Summit,
That's not
guess
gonna
what
work.
Coil was streaming today?
Red Dead.
Coding Red Dead.
He was coding Red Dead. Ooh, that's interesting.
Esfand,
Wait,
you're just
what?
getting annihilated today, dude.
He's
Every
coding
time you
Red
put
Dead
a WoW,
RP
you're dead.
servers right
No,
now.
I keep killing people. I just jumped off to like kill myself because I was just like, I don't know, I was just bored, I guess. I jumped from like the top part like onto the thing.
Oh, so it was intentional. Huh? That's fun.
No, there's
Listen.
nobody even there.
Listen, if streaming wasn't like at least, for certain types of people, there's been plenty of like full-time streamers that just flat out quit because it wasn't for them. You know what I mean?
Well, the
Yeah,
sad,
well, yeah,
the
that's what I'm
sad
saying. If-
story.
That's
My
sad.
thing, like here's my thing is
Oh, wait,
like
Devin says. Keep going though. Go on.
I was gonna say the sad story is really like the people that actually put 40 hours into this and like never get above like 50 viewers and then just like burn out like that. Blows.
Bro,
Yeah.
that
Sorry,
that
sorry,
really,
you were talking on my
that
bad, brother.
really
It's like-
fucks me
So
up.
what'd you say?
That no, I was gonna say that. You know what's fucked up about that? That
No,
50
you're
viewer
good.
Andy probably could have like been a big streamer, like under the right circumstances. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
There are so many like people with potential like,
Yeah.
all over this industry
Yeah.
that just won't make it just
I
because
had 50
circumstances.
viewers on my first stream.
But dude,
How
I
many?
think it's up to us to like sometimes like help those people rise up. Not you can't do it to everybody, right? But if
No.
you see someone who you just really fucking have faith that
Yep.
they have what it takes, they're just funny. It's like we have the one fucking platform that can help with /raid and /host. You can't do that with YouTube. You can't do that with other
Well,
fucking
You know,
formats.
there are a lot of YouTubers that I saw that like I found these YouTubers and I thought they were hilarious, and all I had to do was bring them into my videos and then put them in a description, and then like they.
True,
so
true,
there is
that's
like things you can do
similar.
there as
I
well.
guess that's a similar way. But like,
Yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right. It's
just
important.
to go /host and just send your whole fucking. I know it doesn't always work though, but I mean, I think it's really cool that you can.
The
Hosts
problem
are-
is that
I don't
the
know.
Twitch. Sorry, go ahead in the car.
No, no. I was gonna say hosts are like very finicky. Like
Yeah, I agree.
They're
Like-
broken. They're broken. They don't work. Like hosting doesn't like.
Yeah, like,
Every time I host somebody, I have to unhost them and then host them again. Otherwise, the host doesn't stick. Like
Really?
rating is the only thing that works.
yeah,
right
like
now.
I'll host somebody for like I don't know 500 viewers, and then
Oh yeah.
they'll lose all 500 of them instantly. And it's like,
Sometimes the
what
host will like break. Yeah.
But it also depends. I try to host people that are streaming something similar. If you're playing a game and you host someone else playing the same game, I feel like the retention for the host is a lot bigger. Like
Probably,
you could
yeah.
host someone with like
Oh,
a
yeah,
couple
for
thousand
I'm
viewers.
gonna
and
tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, Poke has the most overpowered hosts on Twitch, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with his hosts, but his hosts are like literally the most OP, dude.
Probably
Dude,
for your
I don't know
community.
why
Who gets
because
hosted
his
by literally
streams are
everyone.
really
Dude,
chill.
I noticed this.
Watch
I
them,
noticed
like-
this the other night. I had like 3 nights in a row. I offline hosted somebody for like, and they held like 800 viewers with my offline host. They went up plus 800 viewers with my offline.
Damn.
Like 3
Yeah,
nights in a row. Which
hosts.
is,
Yeah, hosts
that
don't
counts
usually.
as mine.
Yeah, for me, I don't think any hosts really. Maybe ESFANDs. No,
800
yeah.
motherfuckers got
don't
you
know.
on their shit all the time, brother. You know what I mean?
I think I just wasn't expecting it. Like I don't know if it's broken or what.
Well, actually, I don't think I've been hosted
Well,
by
it takes time,
ESFAND yet.
So
I mean,
Well-
the biggest thing for like also
Me neither.
IRL could help a lot too, because like I found a streamer that I thought was good that didn't really have the most viewers, and when you're actually doing IRL content, you get to like stream with them for like a week in a row and host them every time after. So you're not just hosting someone, but you're also introducing them to your whole audience by seeing them on your stream, and that's like definitely a good way to like. I definitely helped at least one person like that, where they would, their viewers increased by like fucking, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it also depends on the person. Is their content ready for a big boost like that? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be able to perform
and in this
when you
case,
get under the
I
gun?
thought it
you
was
know?
just like the
true,
true
yeah.
to the top.
Well, I mean, I feel like another thing with like hosts is like you're not the streamer, right? So a lot, like 90% of the people from the host don't even give you a chance to just like click off. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like it's only gonna go so far.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the only hope that a person has for discovery on this platform, though, since there's no native discovery on Twitch anymore.
Yeah, that's hard. That's brutal for the new.
That's
people.
like the real. That's like the real thing. I think nobody talks about is like if you're.
We talk about it every week.
No, we definitely don't.
We
Like,
do.
about Twitch discovery.
We've talked about Twitch discovery 100 times, yeah, and we bring up.
So what's going on? I want to hear it.
Don't you remember the story we've told 3 times about the guy that complains about there's no discovery, but he only streamed 6 hours in 6 months?
Yeah, sure. I told that story before.
Yeah, we bring the discovery part up all the time. I mean,
yeah.
At the end of the day, like there was never going to be enough discovery to satisfy enough people, right? If we have enough discovery to discover the 10 new people, the problem is, I don't know if there is going to be a point where it's so saturated where there's always going to be a set of broadcasters that are going to be disappointed and say it's a discovery thing, right? Right now, I do think it's a discovery thing, 100%. But there is a point where it's going to be so saturated that everyone's filling every time slot. And when Discovery finds enough people to fill all these time slots, I don't know how many more people it's going to fit in, right?
But that's the problem with the platform, right? That's not a problem on YouTube or on Twitter or anything like that because of algorithms. So if you want to start a YouTube channel from 0 right now and get subscribers, you can do it. But you can't do the same thing on Twitch without help.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
way hard to start it on Twitch.
It's an issue right now. No, it's a big issue right now, 100%. I'm just talking about like there's always going to be a dissatisfaction or whatever the word for unsatisfaction with discovery by somebody.
I mean, somebody's always going to be unhappy with something, right? Like it's never going to be enough.
But we should fix it though for sure. I mean, LSF. I mean, realistically, even though LSF's a double-edged sword, LSF's been a huge point of discovery for a lot of streamers. I mean, streamers overnight have achieved what most streamers take in 2 years, 3 years or 4 years. So LSF's been a huge
Hot Chubby.
Yeah, Hot Chubby. Like that's a good example. 39 Daff, right? That's another good example. Maya. I mean, Miskiff helped with that, but I mean, Miskiff as well, right?
I mean, Miskiff alone.
Yeah,
like,
so it's been a huge discovery for a lot of people, definitely. Hassan himself as well, right? Like Hassan, 39 Daff, that entire circle of friends. So I think LSF has actually done a decent job of filling in the blanks of discovery that Twitch doesn't have. Right?
True.
Yeah. As much as I dog on LSF, I actually agree. It's actually
I think most of the growth on Twitch doesn't even come from Twitch. It comes from like third-party platforms.
Yeah, all of it.
It's all external.
Twitch doesn't really help at all. Like
a lot of the growth, like you can
Slicker and John. That's right, Slicker and John as well.
Or you can grow from the directory, but like you can only grow if you've already like gotten big, right? By having like a good directory spot, right? Yep. Like being high up in the directory whenever a new game comes out or something like that.
Or either it's
kind of like what
ass grind of like trickling of these people who just like to watch low view channels.
Well, Devin, you're taking about YouTube, right? You say YouTube helps your Twitch grow a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the YouTube highlight channel is like by far the best meta,
But YouTube highlights, stream highlights don't do well on YouTube as far as like algorithm stuff.
Nope.
They do kind of poorly.
Don't they?
No, that's because people title it and tag it wrong. So they title it as themselves, and because they themselves are not a brand that's relevant yet, YouTube doesn't think it's important.
Yeah, you wouldn't put it in your title, your name, or anything. You would just type something clickbait.
Really?
Yeah, hold on. So the example would, like FITZ knows this. The example would be like if you post a difference between like top. So it's like Devin Nash's top Fortnite plays, awesome plays. Nobody cares,
Okay.
right? But if it's like top 10 best plays in Fortnite 2019, like that's like different. Yeah.
No!
YouTube is
That's
just a
crazy.
game
I'm
of.
all like Summit1G, fucking Musmit, Timus.
Well, when you have a brand like you're a Summit or
Yeah, you're
you're
Summit.
established, then it works because people are like, oh shit, what
But
Summit
I'm a
think of this?
who?
Or-
I can't do
okay,
that
okay.
shit.
Yep, you're a who like
Yeah,
me,
well.
dude. So we can't do that shit.
Oh
Like,
my
so,
God.
Game
okay,
the
so
system,
Lakari,
bro. Just
Lakari, you know what you do? Here's what you do, dude. Put a picture of Summit on there and be like top Fortnite plays, and that's how you do it. I got you.
exactly.
Strike you.
No, listen.
YouTube is
Everybody
a game of
You
knows,
won't
thumbnails.
even know, dude. He's too busy.
everybody knows you have
a
to
game
have
of
some
thumbnails.
form of like titties on your picture. 100%.
Oh, yeah, like
Somehow.
Well, honestly,
Agreed.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it works for me because I just give
Like
them
you have
hits.
like a fucking you have like a 15-minute Fortnite video, and like
actually agree.
your friend's girlfriend comes into the room one time.
Yeah.
And she's the fucking,
Dude,
she's the,
Dude,
Mine-
not even, bro. Fuck off. Fuck Fortnite. For IRL, I uploaded some, or my editors, dude, they went full shameless, and I even told them to stop doing it because like I actually felt weird because I kind of talk about this kind of stuff, and they said, hey, they're just blame it on us. I'm like, all right, because I pay them based on how like successful
okay.
it is.
Honestly,
Just listen, no,
there's
just listen,
literally a girl
hold
in
on,
the video
Lakari,
that
chill,
just
real quick.
Put her up there.
Chill, Lakari. So
Yeah.
Sorry.
I put normal or they put like normal thumbnails on there. It was like 50k views. One thumbnail was pink sparkles like in a pool and Asmongold, and that thing hit 350,000 views in like 24 hours, right? Like the thumbnails are so important. It's insane, dude.
My most popular videos have always been with the word girl in the title. When girls
go.
play
Yeah.
CS:GO, like 18 plus Fortnite, you know, all this. Like it's just a game of thumbnails. That's all YouTube is.
Fitz, you're on that new thumbnail game without the text, dude. That
Mm.
shit's next level, man. Your thumbnails are like top tier.
Yeah, they've always worked.
So-
So
Yeah.
if it ain't broke, right?
Hey, hold on. So you guys think it's better to not write anything on a thumbnail?
That's the new meta for thumbnails.
You don't
on
want it
YouTube.
crowded. You want it colorful
Yeah.
and fucking. It depends on what you're like doing, I guess. But
Mhm.
Okay, so what if your video is already uploaded? Like, let's say you've had this video uploaded for like 4 months, but
You
it's like
can't
a really
change
good
anything,
video.
It's
Just
dead.
upload new
Yeah,
ones.
it's dead, it's dead.
It's dead.
Oh!
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
pretty dead,
much,
bro.
yeah.
There's a chance that YouTube will throw it on recommended in 10 years for no reason, but you know.
Yeah.
No, man, no.
So earlier this week, if you guys have heard of Joker, have you guys heard about Joker, the World of Warcraft
Yeah,
World
I
Force
heard the
60?
story.
He
Joker D or something like that, isn't it?
yeah, he was in a raid that he made. It was a pug, and a Staff of Dominance dropped, which honestly, half these kids let me know it's fucking complete dog shit, right? I mean, it's good, right? If you fill it in there, it's hard to get a Mage Blade, but he ninja'd a Staff of Dominance. I mean, yeah, ninjing's bad, you know, all that loot funneling is bad. But someone decided to make a Reddit thread on LSF, and that Reddit thread
It wasn't
blew
even
up.
LSF.
It's on
Oh.
Classic WoW.
Classic WoW subreddit.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, the one I saw was on LSF, so it must have been Classic WoW first, and then it went to LSF, and then as soon as it hit that, that post got Jokered canceled, and the org immediately dropped them the next day for being under their brand and ninjaing a item in a 15-year-old game that is like third best in slot. Right, like, I mean, the dude should have waited for the Mage Blade for sure. I saw Asmon's comment, he's 100% correct. But, I mean, obviously, ninjaing's frowned upon. All that loot funneling's, whatever. You know, it's not good, but, like, to be dropped immediately like that, and then, just all the comments that I saw just milking, the hate, like, it's just like, fuck, man. Like, it doesn't justify it, it's wrong, but, man, half these people are, my issue is half these people commenting on it, man, they're sitting there, let alone ninjaing an item. They're sitting here fucking hacking in video games, fucking throwing N-words and F-bombs, like, and they're sitting here saying, this is just not right, and they're pushing for a cancel, but it's like, I wish there was more
CS:GO
transparency behind their anonymity. Like, it's just so weird.
Don't you think
Wait a
it was more
second,
because of his
man.
attitude? Like the way that he responded after he had ninja'd it? Like he was like, fuck y'all. Like, didn't he have like a really bad attitude about it?
I
Did
mean,
he?
no offense,
Yeah.
but I think ESFAND's the only exception in the entire classic section. I think every World of Warcraft player has a bad attitude. Like, ESFAND's the only exception. Like, WoW's probably one of the top, like, 5 games of the boomer days of the worst fucking communities in the fucking world. Like,
Dude, it's actually really, like, it's really weird Like the only posts that get like good traction on the Classic Class subreddit are like hate mongering, witch hunt. Like it's actually really bad. Like Asmon had a guy who's in his guild ninja some Edge Masters handguards. For some reason, the post goes to the top of Classic Class subreddit, like 10,000 upvotes. The guy is getting death threats. The guy got swatted. The guy got doxxed and swatted. Not Asmon. This is somebody in Asmon's guild.
Jesus.
Just because of a stupid 300 gold gloves.
Worse
Like,
community than Rust.
Dude,
Oh,
did
did you guys kick him from the guild though?
No, it's not my guild, but like my thing is like, dude, if somebody had done that in my guild, like I just would have kicked him, no big deal, right? And it is what it is. But it's just like that's where it would have stopped. It's like you don't like people are getting doxxed, people are getting swatted because of some 300 gold gloves. Like get a life.
It's really bad. Yeah, I mean, the topic I want to talk about.
All ninja anyways. Doesn't Asmon get whatever he wants in his guild if anything drops?
Well, the thing is like how it like every guild is run a certain way, right? Like any sort of like high end like progression guild, whatever. Like I've always seen it in okay, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm like in the middle of a big fight, so let me run away. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
So here's what's going on. So you have it where you have your guild leaders, you have your officer, you have your class leaders, you have your whatever, and you have this. Everything goes kind of down the list, and you kind of move out from the center. Whenever there's like new content and stuff, it's very like normal, and it makes sense to have new gear that drops a new raid content, like something that just released, go to like more core members of the guild that you know that it's going to stay in the guild and that you can trust it, right? That's like one of the most important things. You don't want to like roll everything off. That's like one of the weirdest things about Classic WoW that I've seen is like everybody tries to roll off everything. And the reason why they try to roll everything off is because they literally don't know where it goes. Like nobody knows where anything goes because everybody just wants to talk about Classic and, oh, Classic this, that. But like, they're just, oh, well, I don't know where it goes. Let's just roll it because it's most fair. It's like, no, that doesn't make sense. Equal distribution is not fair distribution. They're two totally separate things, but people don't understand that. They think that, oh, everybody gets an equal chance. It's like, no, that guy who's an officer, that guy's a class leader, has been putting in insane hours organizing all the raids. He's been putting insane hours helping out that guy that's tanking for you. He's been running him through dungeons, helping him do stuff, helping him get his chest enchant, helping him get his his head enchant, his leg enchant. So there's all kinds of work and stuff that goes into it. And it's like a lot of times the people that think this way, they're like freeloaders, right? They're people who don't want to do anything, put in minimal effort and get out maximum benefit. So there's that, right? So Asmon like does his like shameless runs where, and like if you've seen his shameless runs, like they're bad. They're terrible. They're terrible runs, but then they're also like totally shameless. But the thing is, and like it's a little bit shameless, too shameless for me, sure. But at the same time, he's running those MC runs with people that would not ever even have any chance in getting in a raid group ever at all. Like you have people wiping in the middle. They didn't even complete MC the first week. They got like halfway through it because they were that. I mean, honestly, they were that bad. Like it was that big of like a ragtag pug group. So they're happy to even have a chance to have somebody to get in their raid and to lead their raid is what I mean. So like to them, it's like they don't care. And it's like if that person is on prio and they get all this stuff first, they're gonna keep running it. If they're the guild leader, if they're a streamer and they're gonna keep running it every week for content anyway, that means you know that the gear is gonna stay in the run. So it's like a non-issue. So you give it to him as prio, and then you have what you have.
Yeah, I mean the only so like from my experience, you know, I've tried giving people an inch.
And they know.
Yeah, I've tried giving people an inch, but hey, they end up taking a foot. You know, a foot. People get shameless, but at the end of the day, like, so I think your system works. The only part that gets confusing.
I was talking about Asmon.
Yeah, no, I know, but the only part that gets confusing is, so like, if there's an officer that's put in a lot of work, right? Like, what happens when there is someone that isn't an officer that's a member that's put in just as much work, or just as much hours?
And they get a lot of stuff too.
Yeah,
right?
That's what ends up happening. I'm not saying
it's not a hard and fast thing. I'm just using like the term officer class.
So isn't this referred to as like loot council, where it's like a group of people sort of determining who gets items and stuff like that based on
Yeah.
That's because like you have like the old school ways like DKP, right? And how DKP would work is like you'd get points for killing bosses and stuff, and then you would spend them. But what happens is you have like DKP hoarding, and people are bidding against each other, and it turns into like a whole thing, or it just ends up being like total AIDS, and it's not good. Like it kind of pits the guild against itself. So
as you're completely right about that. And as far as the point I was making is like, this falls right back into the, you know, cancel culture, like going out for the worst, like just like going for the what's that called in the neck, going for the jugular, right? Like, do you guys think the him getting kicked, people striving for method to kick him out and him getting kicked out, like, is that too far, you think? Like, is that too much? And do you see any of this in YouTube FITZ? Like, is there a lot of cancel culture out there as well, or?
Yeah, but Method's a group that is known for raiding and their PvE and stuff like that. So it's like that's right up their alley to get somebody out of their org for, isn't it? Isn't it like that's cheating in your specialty? You know,
I wouldn't say. Yeah, like I don't know, like method, like it's just like weird. Yeah. Here's my thing. Here's my thing is like, I kind of think obvious, like, dude, especially me, like I've always said this, like I don't think ninjaing is cool or anything like that. Like, why are you gonna be a dick to other people? Like, it's just like I 100,000% like don't even like remotely condone what Joker did. Sure.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like it's like really cringy to me, like the hate mongering and the witch hunt. Like, it's just like, come on, like this is weird. Like yeah, okay, great. Somebody's a dick. You know what you do whenever somebody's a dick? You let everybody know they're a dick on your server. You don't group with them. Okay, I'm not gonna plug around with that guy and he's master looting anymore. And then he's done. Like he can't do that kind of stuff anymore.
I just think
you gotta move on.
I just think the kicking is and the people are saying, you know, he deserved it. Here's my argument, okay? And this is why I think it gets weird, okay? Now, I'm speculating 100%. We don't know until something happens. But if Asmongold was signed to them and he did this, I 100% promise you there would be 1,000 ways to justify that there will be a punishment, but they're not removing it, all right? This has nothing to do with this was the proper decision. This was a full, like, that's why I have an issue with it, right? If it was a much bigger, more influential person, I don't think he would have got kicked. That's my opinion.
Well, I don't know about the method stuff. Like to me, it's like I don't really have like that much of an opinion on it. I'm just talking about the Reddit side of things. Like, it's just it's weird. Like it's people are so obsessive over like wanting to hate people, and it's like, come on. And I don't know. I didn't watch the clip, and so you were saying he was being like a total dick, Devin. Like, I think if you're acting that way and being really arrogant and being an ass about it, it's never gonna help your case. But
yeah, I think it was more the response. Like, I think if he actually sort of like came back and like maybe issued like a public apology or whatever, it would have looked better on Method. But like the way that his response kind of like shaked out, it almost made Method kind of get put between a rock and a hard place to be like, well, fuck. Either we support
if you're stuck, you're stuck. Like, you
gotta it's like we support it. We're an esports team that's like, you know, calls ourselves professional. We're gonna support a guy that actually is like literally trolling people and laughing about his ninja loot. It's not like it's FaZe Clan or something. Like, they have to make a response, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck. I want to watch that video now.
As far as the cancel culture goes, I mean, FITZ, is there any of this on YouTube? Like, is there a lot of cancel culture? Are there constant exposed videos, people trying to capitalize off of others' downfalls? Like, is this what's going on over there too? Or is this strictly pertaining to Twitch and Twitter and shit like that?
I feel like cancel culture is more of a society thing as opposed to any specific problem. It's like a certain category of people in society. If cancel culture was a problem on YouTube, I would have been canceled 2 years ago. You know, I've said some crazy shit in my videos and like joked around and stuff, and it's all comedy, but I, for some reason, have like missed the heat on all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. It's fundamentally ridiculous. I don't understand how anyone has the time to actually get up in arms about. I mean, obviously, sometimes the matter like is serious and it does deserve repercussion, but more often than not, it's just some bullshit and just people trying to feel mighty than they are.
Addicted to trying to expose people, man.
And that's what I
just want all these conspiracy exposes on Twitch and shit.
And it's not that they care; it's that it's their entertainment. That's all it comes down to. It's just their entertainment for the day. And when they log off, they're not thinking about it anymore. They're not like maybe some people are crazy enough to be actually like consumed by it, but man, it's just their entertainment, bro.
As far as
get my food, hang on.
Yeah, cool. As far as like, you know, probably like 2 or 3 topics and we'll wrap it up. Summit, do we bring up that one topic or should we just let it rest? What do you think? I've been seeing it in chat. I've been debating. I talked
about it on my stream a little bit.
Wait, did you?
Yeah, I couldn't.
No way.
I couldn't hold back.
Holy
I saw this guy getting slammed on Twitter, and I felt bad. So
you're an actual savage. You're actually more uncaged than I am, dude. I give you respect for that one.
When I'm on Twitter, I can hold myself back sometimes, but when I get on stream, my mouth will just fucking fly.
Yeah, I talked about my comments a little bit, but I mean, I talked about it a little bit myself.
It's up to you guys. It's up to you guys if you want to bring it up. I know it's controversial. I know it can hurt people.
What?
People's feelings could be hurt.
Yeah, when he says hurt, he means like feelings be hurt, not
It's about
business
the chick
wise.
who was dancing with no bra.
I don't even know about this.
Yeah, it's like a girl's dancing on stream.
On Twitch?
No bra on. Yeah, and it's just a shirt, and you can like see her nipples. And I saw like this guy. He posts on it, and he's like, he's pretty. He's like, listen. He's like, I'm all for women doing what they want to do, but I want to ask the question: do you think this should be allowed on Twitch? And I saw a lot of, people in the same field as me shitting on this guy. And I was like, man, this dude's just asking a general question, to you guys. And everyone was shitting on him. So I felt bad because I felt like when I watched that clip, I was not okay with the clip. And there was a lot of people that were saying there was nothing wrong with the clip. So that's where I was at least on the whole subject.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw anything.
Should we find it and link it to them?
Yeah, sure.
Why not? Probably. Yeah, I need to see it.
Basically, there was a clip. Fitz asked what we're talking about. There's a clip on Twitter. Some streamer, he asked the public, like, he was very reasonable about it too. Like, and that's why I was surprised people were slamming. It was super fucking
dude,
like
even Pokemon said, "Dude, you just posted cringe," and I was like, "What?" I didn't understand that one at all.
Yeah, I don't understand any of this. Like, if it was me going off saying, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I'd understand, people coming at me, right? But the dude literally,
just asked a question.
He just asked the question. He said, "Hey, do whatever you want, but is this okay for Twitch?" Right? Yeah. He literally said, "Is this okay for Twitch?" And it should have been a general discussion. Instead, it became a goddamn fucking empowerment movement of let's fucking destroy this guy because he's threatening. It's the stupidest thing ever.
A lot of people take the side that they think they're supposed to take.
The funniest thing,
true. That is very true.
The funniest thing about that clip is that everyone or most of the responses are like, "She's got big tits, they jiggle," and it's just like that. I understand that, and like that's not a problem. I understand that. The problem is the nipples coming through the shirt very blatantly the whole time. And I feel like that's a boundary, and that shouldn't be crossed.
Yeah.
You know what? How many opinions you think you have? Like, if you go to a bar and you talk to a Twitch streamer about a certain incident, they'd be laid back, joking about it. They'd be like, this is okay. Yeah, that was a little too much. But when it's like, oh, the eyes are watching, here is my firm opinion on this trash. You know what I mean? And that, my friend, is called phoniness.
Here you go. Yeah, here's the link. There you go. If everyone hasn't seen it, there you go. There's the link, and then I'll comment on it because, I mean,
I don't think it's anything about how big the boobs are, how much they're jiggling, how great of a time you're having dancing. I just think the nipples through the shirt is a little bit of a boundary cross because what's to stop me from grabbing a beer in my freezer over there and having my fucking nipples pop out the rest of my stream? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this girl knows what she's doing,
I love how you guys say this because it's like something I say, but I get like the easy way out. It's like the boomer thing, right? It's like, okay, incel, but it's like I hate this idea where you can't say, you know what you're doing. Like, listen, oh man, like I shouldn't talk about it because me talking about it, it's like people just like you guys talk. Honestly, you guys talk about it, and I'll agree over here, dude, because it's just listen. I find this argument. So here's the only argument I heard from people bashing him.
Whoa!
Jesus Christ, what was that? Oh, I thought that was porn. Oh no, you're watching the clip. Okay.
Sorry.
So listen, dude.
Wait, no, you were right, Train.
I was right about what?
You thought it was porn, and he was watching the clip.
Oh,
you were
Jesus
right.
Christ. Holy shit. Okay, so listen. So the only argument I saw from, everyone banding together, it's that bras are uncomfortable. Bras are heavy. Fine. Honestly, fine. It's fine. I understand. I get it.
Bras are not that uncomfortable.
Just no. Just hold on. Wait. I understand you're making a joke, but people that watch this clip later, they won't understand that.
Right. Okay, sorry.
Bras, I can understand that. I wouldn't know. I've never worn one, but I can understand they're heavy, they're uncomfortable, they might poke at you. I get it. At the end of the day, when with my girlfriend or, I'm sure you guys have girlfriends or past girls.
No.
As soon as they take the bra off, chill. As soon as they take the bra off, they're like, oh, fuck, finally, right? So I get it, okay? But that's the only argument I hear. So if that's the only argument, then it's a simple fix. Fine, don't wear a bra. You don't need one. Just put pasties on. Put a pasty on. Like, what's your argument against that? Put a pasty on. You don't need a bra. You're good. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's just, it seems like I don't know what it is. Every post on Twitter, it's been like this. Like, at this point, I'm just going to say it, dude. Hey, fuck it, dude. Ban men's pecs. Ban men's nipples, too. Like, anything just to get everyone to shut the fuck about this. Like, it's insane to me. Like, on Twitter, all I see are the same streamers banding together regardless of the situation. Even if the situation is so obviously shameless and wrong, it's the same justification in the name of empowerment. And I don't think they're realizing it's this very thing that's going to tarnish its own credibility, and it's no longer going to be a platform for people who actually need it and actually deserve the platform, because it's being used for every situation to get out of, and there's no accountability of it. Like, at the end of the day, fine, we don't need bras, but like, put pasties on. And not to mention, like, it's obvious what's going on. You know what you're doing, right? Like, I look at my OBS.
Like, is the problem really the nipple, bro? Like, is anyone really seeing the nipple and be like, that's the thing that gets me off? Or is it just the fact that her titties are fucking jiggling around? Like, what's the concept
that it's the concept that sexually suggestive content on Twitch by the terms of service is not permitted. Like, so once comes up, then it's like.
What's your opinion?
For me, I think it's the nipple. 100%. It's the nipples.
Really?
Everything else about that, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know, dude. The nipple just seems like so inconsequential to me. It's like, it's just a fucking nipple.
What do you mean? The nipple is the part that is over-sexualized for men in everything.
I know, but
barely goes
dude,
to where you can't see the nipple on every magazine known to man, right? Like, it's because the nipple is like the thing. Yeah,
I know, but like I said earlier, dude, kids have been jerking off to some crazy shit for fucking kids are growing up with the craziest porn. Who gives a fuck about a nipple anymore?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Just because the naked body is beautiful doesn't mean we run down the street naked. You go to prison for that. You know what I'm saying?
True. I know.
Or jail.
I know.
You know?
Some countries.
I'm making it like a silly argument.
The question is, where do you draw the boundary? Is it okay to have nipples showing through your shirt if you're uncomfortable in a bra? Is the question. And what's the answer? Nobody knows.
So according to Twitch, it's no, right? Because if it's sexually suggestive content, it's not permitted.
No, not from what I was seeing in those comments. I saw a lot of colleagues bashing this guy, saying that they see nothing wrong with this clip.
But colleagues don't know. So it's the Justin safety team, right? It's just the people that make the rules.
I understand that.
Dude,
yeah,
we know what the fuck.
But I feel that I still feel like that is a big deal that colleagues are stepping up and responding.
On a clip by a clip basis, I see nothing wrong with this clip either. But when you compare it to other clips that exist on this platform that sometimes get punished, sometimes get permabanned, and sometimes gets nothing, it's not a problem with the clip. Like, we go back to the drawing board. It's a problem with being fair and having like-minded clips either get banned or not get banned.
The problem is intent. It's all intent. But the issue is, so listen, people like you and I, FITZ and Summit and whoever else here, right? Like, if you have here's the issue. Some of us know, right? Like every person that plays this, innocent victim thing where, no, I'm not doing this. Like, we know what's going on. The problem is we have no mind reading technology, so you can easily take the high road and say, no, I'm just, this is just, empowerment, and this is just, the beauty of this, that it's natural. I was born with, right? Like, it falls under behind that political wall. So that's why it's so sensitive to talk about. But at the end of the day, there are certain situations, right? Like, if you're just chilling there, you got a shirt on, you're just playing some games, kicking it, fine, whatever, who cares? No big fucking deal. You don't need a bra, your shit's not gonna be poking through, but you're sitting there, not only is there no bra, but you're also wearing a tight shirt around your tits, nipples poking through, you're also deciding to dance, you're looking at yourself and just chatting in the OBS screen, right? Like I do and like every other just chatting streamer does. You're looking at yourself. When I smile, I'm looking at whether or not my fucking smile is good or bad, right? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm looking at. I know what's going on. This idea where you deflect that and say, no, what are you talking about? You're just a sexist for saying this. Like, it's a political scapegoat. That's all it is. And eventually it's going to tarnish its own credibility. And no one realizes that yet. They're going to ruin them. Like, people are going to ruin themselves by constantly using this as a way out. And there are people that are actually, abused, ignored, and voices not heard. They're actually going through real shit, and unfortunately the platform is instead being used by people who are manipulating it for self-gain, and no one sees that yet, but eventually the credibility will fall for that exact reason.
This month, bras are uncomfortable was last month's, breastfeeding is normal. It's like there's always some fucking crutch you could rely on, like, oh man, you can't call me out for this. Because this is what it's like being a woman. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool.
So Fitz,
It's not even like for me. It's not even like intent. I understand if like you have intent on using your looks for gain. I understand that. That's fine. There's no problems there. Girls are looking good on Twitch. That's fine. Do your thing. But this is just, I feel like a boundary that goes crossing my eyes, and like and the question is, where do we draw the boundaries? That's still where I'm at.
I agree with Summit completely.
The fucking invisible God that makes different decisions every time draws the boundaries.
Fitz, go ahead.
The boundaries look like a bunch of scribble. They don't look like boundaries.
Fitz, go ahead.
I mean, in my opinion, it's just we just need a consistent system of values, which I guess is it's might be hard to find because there is
not possible.
They will always argue back and say, oh, it's just because bros are uncomfortable or there was nothing wrong with it. But like, dude, like,
how do you set a consistent
everyone
set of?
Fucking knows, bro.
I love how you say that. I actually love how you say everyone knows.
Everyone fucking knows, bro.
I actually love how you say it because that's so frowned upon in 2019, and it's just so fucking true. Like, it's so true. But at the end of the day, because like I've talked to some people. And like I talked to some people, I'm not going to say who, but like, they know too. But the problem is it's the same issue. They say the problem is we have no mind reading technology and we can't sit here and say they're lying. Otherwise it becomes a sexist issue, right? So I understand why it's such a controversy. And I understand, earlier you were saying, why do people do this? Why do people, stand behind it and instantly label it sexist or incel? It's because they think they're doing the right thing. They're saying the right thing. So it's just this big farming bullshit. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think we're all on the same page, and obviously another discredit later on is going to be it's a podcast full of men, so what the fuck do we know? But hey, at the end of the day, listen, that's why we're not talking. That's why we all agreed. We agreed. Fine, bras are uncomfortable. That's fine. Take it off. You don't need a bra, but put on a pasty. It's the same thing with. I mean, a good example of this.
Whatever.
Yeah, a good example of this. So no one could call me a fucking sexist for saying what I just said. Is body painting, right? Look at body painting. Body painting. There's no bra. There's just a pasty on the nipple. So I don't see any issue with a streamer that's playing games to wear no bra. Just put a pasty on, you're good to go. Like, I think that'd be a consistent, fair thing. If a bra is uncomfortable, I actually feel you on that. Don't wear one. Put a pasty on, we're good to go. Like, I think that's a fair rule set by Twitch, and I don't think anyone would ever really outrage around that. If that was the case.
Seems like a good compromise.
Yeah, it seems like a good compromise to me. And fuck it, if you want men's pecs and nipples banned, I'm all for it too. Fuck it, ban men's pecs and nipples. I don't give a fuck. Like,
but listen, if this shit don't happen, I'm going to buy some Lululemons extra small. You're gonna see all around it. You feel me? You're gonna see the whole bulge. You're gonna get details. You know what I'm saying?
Back to the OnlyFans account, Summit.
100.
Yeah.
Shroud.
Yeah.
Shroud had a Patreon. That'd be so funny.
Some women are allergic to pasties. Listen, dude, you can wear anything, dude.
I just think like that guy getting his shit jumped down was so
yeah. I was
I went through the post. It was kind of extreme. Like that was uncalled for.
It's dude. That happens to almost everyone that I've seen say anything remotely close to anything at all that has to do with. Yeah, it's insane, dude. Like, dude, the dude got slaughtered, and that's why like
for asking a question, dude.
Bro, I saw.
The guy who made this tweet, right? That's like the replies. So we're looking at.
Yeah, dude. And then I saw one comment, dude. I couldn't help myself, dude. Like at this point, this comment has been used almost for like every fucking response. I see this comment, and dude, it takes a lot for me just to hold back from these things because I know people are watching. If I say one thing in Discord in a dead channel in my server, if I say hey asshole or like fuck this person, right? This thing is fucking screenshotted and put on 3 different subreddits. Instantly. Like, so I know people are fucking watching my tweets, they're watching my Discord server, they're watching everything and anything they can put their hands on. So it's like, it takes a lot for me to hold back on Twitter.
Wait, is that the dude who tweeted it? Wait, hold on. What is this guy? What's the guy's name who tweeted it? Is it
Convict? Yeah.
Convict, yeah.
This guy's in my channel and he says, I got 400 death threats for that tweet. He said,
holy shit.
Damn.
What the fuck?
400 death threats. That's insane.
Bro.
Attack of the Killer Titties.
Bro, he's just asking an honest question, He's not like attacking this lady or anything like that. He's just asking. He's just opening a discussion, and everyone's like, "Fuck."
That's why when I looked into that tweet, I fully expected like lots of different people commenting. I didn't expect to see like people in my field commenting negatively on it, to be honest with you. So that rubbed me the wrong way, and I felt like I had to say something,
It just doesn't call for aggression. Like it's a discussion. Why would you be negative towards the guy? He's just opening a line of question.
Yeah,
that's the main problem with the world and cancel culture is that no one wants to have a fucking conversation. everyone just wants to point the finger and feel high and mighty. It's like,
And
just
it's
talk about
always
it.
about taking sides. When you have a normal discussion with a logical human being, there's a lot of gray area to like different topics back and forth, much like what we do on this podcast. But when it's on Twitter and it's like your side, and there's zero intelligent conversation that can happen because it's so fucking, I'm cheerleading this side or I'm cheerleading this side, you feel like the world is filled with like 20 IQ.
I mean, I feel
It's
like
ego, bro.
Well, I mean,
It
that
always
goes
ruins
down though.
everything.
That falls in the line of like the person is smart and people are stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like the first few posts made on his tweet were like definitely negative. Like this had to have been bandwagon hard. Like this isn't like normal to respond to some dude, you know, posting this.
I mean,
like,
it had to have been. It had to have gotten some traction before it got the eyes.
like,
Of, you know,
like
the-
It's mob mentality.
No, it was honestly. I don't mean to be ego Andy here at all. I mean, it could have been a coincidence, but when I saw this, it was at when I saw this, it was at 50 likes, and I got tagged in it by one of my viewers, and I wouldn't have seen it if he didn't tag me. I don't think anyone saw it. And then I made a comment. On someone pulled this. So someone made a comment that said, "Also, you are gross as hell for sharing this without her permission. Unless she said it was okay to do this, it is not your place to talk, and it's her body, how she dresses while streaming." Oh, and I couldn't hold back after I read that. 'Cause I hate that high roading. So I made a comment when this thing was at 50 favorites. I made a comment, "Holy shit, shut the fuck up." That was literally my comment. Okay.
Oh, I saw
Yeah, that was my comment, and that comment,
Yes,
that comment in like 10 minutes hit 1K likes. And then as soon as that hit 1K likes, I'm pretty sure everyone that follows me, which is every single person on this post that went in on him, I'm pretty sure they saw it on their thread. And I'm pretty sure that's when it blew up to 2K likes, 3K, 4K. And then other people commented, then hit 13K. So I'm pretty sure it might have been me that sparked the fire. Because when I commented on it, it was like 8 hours old, I think. Like, I'm almost positive it was like the thing had already fucking died down. So let me check exactly. Yeah. It was exactly 6.5 hours old at 50 likes. And anyone who knows Twitter as a streamer, if you're at 50 likes at 6 hours, the most you're gonna go up from there is you're gonna hit 80, right? Like, so I'm almost positive with that old of a tweet, and I messaged 6.5 hours later, and people kind of saw.
Sparked it.
I think I sparked the hate. I sparked the shit on that, but
Dude, this guy, like, he even gave the 2019 PSA before he
did,
gave,
yeah.
and he said, "I believe all women can do whatever they want, but I wanted to upload this clip and ask Twitter." You know what I mean? He gave the PSA too. Just like,
yeah, he did. He gave the PSA. He was completely reasonable.
Here's my thing: is when you say stuff like, "Oh, why would you not credit the streamer? Why would you not?" So it just like kind of goes to show it's like the purpose of doing this is because you know what you're doing and you want to get the attention.
Actually, you want to know what's funny about that
You
too?
know what
Is
I mean?
if he did give credit, people would have given him shit for linking her and getting her all those notifications.
Yep. 100%. I constantly hear,
Your
dude.
viewers are toxic.
Bro.
They came in, we had numbers, but they were all
I'm
toxic.
so happy you just said that, Andy and Summit, dude. Literally, I have heard from some of the same people that are sitting there dumpstering him. I have heard from them telling me that I need to be aware of the effect when I talk about certain things because they get hateful messages. Yet when they go in there and trash him and he has 400 death threats, for some reason it's justified because it falls beyond the justification of what? Empowerment? Like, it's the most bullshit double standard ever. Like, 2019 isn't about the good for everybody. The 2019. It's such complete bullshit, dude. Like, he does not deserve 400 death threats. He does not deserve that. Or even if it's 10 death threats, he doesn't deserve that. That's bullshit. He did everything.
It's mob mentality. In a Twitter thread, you know, a little bit of conversation in a Twitter thread is all that needs to happen there, especially from the broadcasters, in my opinion.
Dude, Andy,
I mean, most of the people commenting, they're not even thinking for themselves. They're just latching onto other people's opinions and like adding to the fire. You know? That's all it is.
We get death threats. They get dick pics. They win.
Exactly. That's exactly. No, I understood what he was saying. He was saying that it's, you know, that's going to be the response, right? Well, you know, you get death threats, you're privileged. We get this, right? And I understand the joke. Good one, Andy. But anyways, yeah, I get it, dude.
God damn it. I feel like Andy's been high the whole stream.
100%. I saw his tweet about how many grams of edibles do I eat, and he's sitting here fucking kicking it.
This is the new shit right here, bro. This is the fucking ill oil pen. You don't use those disposable joints. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, no one deserves death threats. I mean, I understand if I made a tweet and I left out the PSA, which I probably would have. Listen, dude, hey, send him over, dude. Fuck it, right?
I mean, if you would have come on across more aggressive or something like that, man, I understand. You know.
Yeah. If you come with some hate in your tweet and you're actually being aggressive from the get-go, then sure, you deserve to get some flame back. But if you're just opening a conversation about something, but hey, let's talk about this. Like, what's the need for any kind of aggression? Just like be adult and talk about it. Have a discussion.
It's
like, the internet can't handle that though.
It's because they're okay. So here's the issue, and this goes to my earlier conversation I had with you guys about 2 hours ago about the scapegoat words such as boomer, incel, zoomer, or normie, right? The reason these words are used, so the reason stuff like this happens, or you're automatically called an incel, or you're automatically, high-roaded on or gaslighted on some sort of political wall, is because, like you said, FITZ, 10 minutes ago, some people know what they're doing, and there is no response, right? There is no response because they don't actually feel. They're not actually doing what the political movement's fighting for. They know what they're doing. They're manipulating it, so they have no answer. So what's the easiest thing you can do? You say, fuck you incel, fuck you sexist, and you hope that people that are actually about the movement come and defend you. Like, it's a 200 IQ chess move. Trust me, I see it all the time. And that's why this stuff, that's why there's no actual conversation. There's no actual arguments. There's no actual substance to these conversations, because the very people that are involved, it seems like you said, they know what they're doing. I don't know. That's kind of my idea of it, but I don't know. Yeah, to move on to a lighter topic on that, I think we all kind of came down to it. Next topic. What are you eating, FITZ?
I'm eating like a stir fry thing, somewhat healthy. Chicken.
Nice.
Not as healthy as my hot dog, dude. That
did look pretty good. That did look pretty good. Jealous.
Wait, do you live in LA?
I live in Australia.
Oh fuck, I forgot, dude.
That's the weed brownie.
Yeah, dude, I ate an orange weed gummy. It wasn't a brownie, so it was like microdosing.
How do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about this Disney Netflix collab? Oh, sorry, not Disney. Netflix Nickelodeon collab, and then Disney opening their Disney Plus. I think Netflix dumpstered Disney with this Nickelodeon collab, dude. Rocket Power. Rocket Power on Netflix, amazing. Rugrats on Netflix, amazing. Half the fucking shows on Nickelodeon on Netflix, fucking amazing.
It was a really good move to do right when Disney Plus came out. That was fucking huge brain, man. Why are people subscribing to me offline? What is going on? That keeps popping up.
Hey, my man, dude.
Yo, but Disney has all the old school shit, and Pixar, and Nat Geo, like old school movies, old school series, like fucking Little Mermaid, fucking Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, fucking all like the Toy Stories, Incredibles. There's so much there and it's like not as expensive as Netflix too. It's like half the price. So I think Disney Plus is actually kind of worth it.
Does Disney Plus have Boy Meets World?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like because we're like now seeing this rise of all these different streaming platforms that you have to pay for again. I feel like Netflix kind of ruined piracy for a little bit, but now that there's all these different platforms that you have to pay monthly for, piracy is going to come back majorly. I think it's going to be interesting. Like,
I actually think it's the opposite. Yeah, because I think that monthly fees consolidate things, and then people just pay for like two things, and that's all they do, and they don't need to pirate because it's just stream on demand.
I guess most people don't need everything. So
you know what I think is before it's like you used to watch TV and you had like cable, whatever, and like you have all your channels, all that. Now I think it's like slowly starting to move to the point where it's like, okay, now you're just basically paying for TV channels separately, and you're paying like specific services for. Now you got Disney and Netflix is basically like its own service, and who knows what's gonna come next. So instead of having like TV packages, it's almost gonna turn into like you buy networks. And it's like Disney's not going to be the first one, like, or not going to be the only one. There's going to be a lot more.
The reason I think that, like, so let's take like Adobe, for example. Like Adobe was like insanely pirated when it was like $400 to buy the entire set. When they lowered it down to like $10 a month, and then you could just download it, the piracy went like almost down to zero.
Yeah.
I think it'll make things better over time.
A lot of people are like, honestly, like people who are like students who really need it. They almost felt like forced to pirate it, but when it's something they could afford, they got to make the better choice, which is like yeah, I don't want to steal, and I could actually afford this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I started my channel on a pirated copy of Sony Vegas. That's my confession. You know.
Gang
So there you go.
shit. That's that gang shit.
That's pretty
That's how I was
awesome, dude.
broke.
Still use that for the fuck
What
of
the
it.
what the hell is Sony Vegas?
Just some
It's like an
dog shit
editing
application. Yeah. It's just an editing app.
I gotta learn this shit, dude. I'm just so bad at all this editing. Yeah, I know what the fuck's going
You don't
on,
need
dude.
to know Sony Vegas. You just need to know either Final Cut or Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Adobe
I
is
know
better.
why you got your start on that. I'm just saying, for him to catch up now is not Sony
Yeah.
Vegas.
Oh, Adobe's way better now, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I know Adobe Workshop. That's it. But that's for like projects and shit, like for school.
Train, if you got Adobe Premiere and you actually film some shit, you're like, I'm not gonna kiss your ass because you know I call you out on shit when I have to. You're a funny fucking dude. If you got just a
Aw.
camera to make little funny skits and you got Adobe Premiere and just you spent fucking 10 minutes editing them just to have something to like show your stream, I think it would be fucking amazing.
Hey, that sounds good. Hey, Fitz, what do you think of this, bro? I'll work under you. I'll give you 100% all my profit when I'm huge. You'll make millions. I'll get I'll get some YouTube clout. We'll call it a day, dude.
100%?
Yeah, we'll give you
Let's do it,
100%.
dude.
Fuck it, dude. I'll take advantage of the YouTube coming over to my Twitch. We'll both win.
Yeah.
That sounds great,
My
dude.
people will talk to your people. You know, we'll figure it out. It'll be
Yeah, that's
great.
right, dude. Or, TikTok, if you're listening, listen. I know it's a little pains champ, but hey, listen, hey, I'll take, hey, you know what I mean? Hey, I can come over there. I can take your section over. Hey, listen, your existing users might not like it, but hey,
You
I'll
ruined
revamp
it
it.
for me, Train.
What'd you say?
I said you ruined it for me.
I'm kidding.
Your TikTok account is just motivational squad W posts, just like you talking to the camera with music in the background. Just blows up on TikTok. Everyone's into it. That'd be
Dude,
great.
Dude, actually, that'd
That
be
might
really
work,
funny.
actually. That's a good idea.
That'd be hilarious.
that would actually be good.
You're
Make it-
you're just swiping through your feed and like it's like okay, some teen dancing, some like cringe joke, someone aggressively like yelling at you like about like the right way to live life and shit like that.
I wonder if I
That'd
could
be
do
awesome.
the double standard shit, like 2017 this, and I walk in 2019 this. I'm telling you, that shit would it could raise some good awareness. It might be a good idea to do some funny skits like that. But
Yeah. Also, just like think about like the longevity of stuff like that, like you and Greek slow dancing and doing that little skit, right?
Yep.
Think of the longevity of that, and then compare it to your regular everyday stream. Like if you were to tell someone and be like, "Yo, what did you think about my stream 3 days ago?" They'd be like, "What?" So like just doing like little skits and putting out in the world, like people remember that years fucking later. So I always think it's worth it.
Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So to wrap it up, we'll do like 2 light topics, and we'll wrap it up, boys. Are you streaming after this, Fitz?
I'm not not tonight.
That's unfortunate. I want to do some
I
CS.
probably should if I'm smart, but
Hey, listen, if you do, right after this, we'll go into a host. We'll play some CSGO together. It'll be a great time. We'll get Summit in on a game, dude. Hey, that'll be the crew playing Counter-Strike, dude. Woof! And anyone else that wants to join. Lakari, dude. Hey, listen, if you change your mind, let me know.
Yo, I got movers coming. Can I bow out now? Is that cool?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right. Thanks for having me. Sorry about earlier when I was being noisy. That was annoying.
Hey, you're good, brother. I love you. Always love you,
You're all
man.
good, Andy.
Nice talking
All
to you
good, bro.
guys, and I'll see you maybe next one.
All right, peace
Have a
out,
good
brother.
night, Andy.
All
Later,
right.
dude.
Peace.
Bye.
See you, Andy.
So for those of you that didn't hear, 2 people in China got the Black Plague. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
No, what
Yeah.
happened? How'd that happen?
I have no idea, but this sounds like some fucking, one of those CIA movies, or like, what's that one movie, Contagion? Where like the piece of pig was touched by the banana bat, and the banana bat bit the pig, and the chef touched the pig and then shook his hands because he didn't wash his hands, and then she contracted some sort of like bat flu. Like, this sounds like some CIA quarantine hazmat shit coming in. Jason Bourne is like stopping the, outbreak of some sort of disease dropped by some crazy scientist, and only 2 people got affected, and we don't know about it. Like, what happened, Devin? Do you know?
No, I'm sorry. It's not on the list. I didn't put
It
it
was a
on, but
topic
it's on
from
your subreddit, right?
It was a topic from
Wait,
my
it
Reddit.
is?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted
Worse
to.
than the bubonic plague. Well, no, that just doesn't look good.
I wanted to do 2 topics from my Reddit. People.
So I brought it up in my chat today, and I guess apparently like the Black Plague isn't a big deal if it's caught quickly because it's a bacterial infection. So apparently, if you just use even simple antibiotics can cure it.
Oh, I
But
have-
the big scary thing is if this shit goes
Viral?
antibiotic resistant, then it becomes like some fucking terrible monster that kills everybody, I guess.
Jesus
Rip.
Christ.
That hasn't reached that
Yeah.
point yet, right?
No. So Black Plague is not really. So there are a lot of like really scary. This is like one of my biggest phobias is like a pandemic. Like, there's a lot of viruses that are really, really spooky, like airborne shit. That it's just like a couple of like strains away from becoming like highly infectious and killing like half the Earth. And it
Holy
actually
shit.
happens pretty
The fuck?
often. It happens pretty often. Like in in the World War I, there was an influenza virus, the Spanish flu, that killed like some huge it was some huge percentage of the Earth. And what was crazy about it is that normally that flus usually kill like old people or really young people, but this flu killed people that were like 18 to 35.
Jesus.
They were perfectly healthy. Yeah. So
Streamers are safe, dude. We don't leave the house.
viruses
We're
they
fine.
don't leave the house. Yeah, they'll be all right. Yeah, but your
Okay.
DoorDasher
They
might
were
be
fucked
sick.
when it comes to
Oh,
TwitchCon.
shit.
Yeah, that's
Your
true.
DoorDasher might. That's true, dude, and that's where it's gonna happen, dude. Is like, holy shit! Like, look at how sick people got from like Train was fucking sick for like a month, dude. After
Yeah.
that TwitchCon.
That's true.
Yeah.
Is there DoorDash in Australia?
No, Uber Eats.
Oh, there's
Same
Uber
thing.
Eats. Wow. I didn't
Yeah.
think, damn, I thought it'd be called something else, you know, like Straya Eats, you know? Some shit like that, dude. Australia
Yeah.
Eats or something, dude. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, it'd be unfortunate if we all fucking died from the Black Plague.
Oh, the worst. It's like one of the
Yeah.
worst
Dude.
plagues as well. So, rip.
Why is the like I don't understand like how it even like came back. I thought it was just like I didn't
It's
know-
always been around. It's just kind of
It's just a sequel.
well, it's just like made more irrelevant because of antibiotics. So like, there's not like as much ability to spread it because people can cure it if they catch it pretty fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Like
I
the
think
plague
China-
dropped off for a bit, but now it's coming back. You know,
That's right.
it's relevant
Yeah.
again.
I think China had a problem with SARS, right? Some years ago, and it was way bigger of a deal than they made it out to be in the media. And but like in the media, they tried to like push it down like super bad, but apparently they were closing down like whole schools, and we don't even know how many people died, but it was some huge amount. Like if a plague comes out of China, dude, it's like, what was that old game where like you had to like protect the islands from the plague, and like you could close down Malaysia and shit? Does anybody remember that?
No. No.
Was it
fucking-
Plague Inc? Somebody
Oh, I've
knows.
heard of that name. but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, the real world's gonna be like that, dude.
Huh.
We're gonna have to close down islands and shit.
Jesus. fucking
Pandemic.
Christ.
Yeah.
Some shit like that, huh?
Apparently, this year in Mongolia, a couple died from the plague after eating raw marmot kidney.
The
So just
fuck?
stay away from the raw kidneys, boys, and we'll be fine. No worries.
Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
really? You can get a raw kidney?
What the fuck's a marmot? Is that a rat?
It's like a little furry little shit. I
Like
don't
a
know. It's
ferret?
yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
guys.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ.
Triggered a 6-day quarantine in the region. So,
Jesus, dude, that must be insane. Bro. That's like some movie type shit, dude.
well, remember
literally
Ebola
that.
when that was a big deal?
Ebola?
Yeah, like Ebola was huge for a while, but then it dropped off again. It happens.
Yeah, but Ebola, like people always worry, but it's not even that like crazy infectious because it's not airborne. It's just like through blood and fluids. But
Mm.
like when you get something like the one I'm really afraid of is the hantavirus. It's like a airborne virus that fills your lungs with fluid until you cough and drown yourself and die.
All right, dude. I could have
Holy
gone my
shit.
whole life.
Yeah. And that one got out in the U.S. and they were considering like fucking napalming a city that got it in Four
What?
Corners,
Wow,
Arizona.
for real?
Yeah,
A
they had
whole
to
city?
quarantine a whole city for it.
Jesus.
This was like 20 years ago.
That is freaky. That is
It's fucking
freaky.
crazy shit. Yeah, that's what.
It's crazy to think how many times humanity has come close to like destruction. Like, you know, just random shit that could have just
Yeah.
ruined entire
Some
things. that
crazy
didn't.
disease that just popped up. Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
Black
I'm
Plague
amazed-
or classic
I'm
wild
amazed we're still
launch.
around.
Yeah, that's
I-
true.
I
Or like
like it.
Chernobyl.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. Like when you look at Chernobyl and you realize like if there was just a couple of things had gone different, like
Yeah.
something like half of fucking Europe would be gone.
Yeah.
That is just some crazy ass shit to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah.
That's actually fucked up. It'd be a complete change.
Yeah, man, we have a lot less
changes.
people watching the stream right now.
Wait, you guys sum it up? You guys sum it up for me?
What's Chernobyl?
Yeah.
So there was a there
That's
was like
nuclear fallout. Yeah.
yeah. So there was like a big there was a big like Russian scandal. It was a nuclear power plant, and they basically tried to hide the fact that it was fucked up. And so in doing so, like caused like a much worse disaster. And there was a point where I'm not going to get all this right, but there was like these vents that had to be like, you had to turn these valves so that this water like would vent. And if they didn't do that, it would cause a thermonuclear explosion that would destroy basically half of Europe and make it uninhabitable. Yeah. And so this group of Soviet divers volunteered to go down and dive into the radioactive water to do this, and they in pure darkness, and they fucking succeeded. And if it wasn't for them, it would have totally fucking like detonated Europe. Insane shit.
There's
they died, I guess.
They all lived.
What?
Yeah. There's a show.
Yeah.
They made a show about it, like a 4-episode show with HBO. It's worth a watch.
I don't know, but a lot they're still, a lot of them lived a long time, but a lot of people that were in the actual accident did not live a long time. They got really fucked.
Jesus.
Wait, so if they didn't turn those two valves, half of Europe would have exploded.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what, there's a Wikipedia on Chernobyl about it. And then there was recently a show on HBO about it, but it wasn't like 100% accurate.
And they did it in dark, like complete darkness.
Yeah, and their flashlights fucked up because of the radiation and stuff. It was really crazy.
What the fuck?
Radiation's terrifying, man. Dying of that is like,
that's like the worst.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
seriously.
You're like dying on a molecular level, just like slowly just
those
fading.
guys have some gigantic fucking balls, dude. Like holy shit, like the biggest balls I've ever even imagined. Because I would never even come close to doing anything like half as ridiculous as they did.
Well, when you die from radioactivity, you don't know you're dead. You feel fine.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
you
doesn't
feel
that hurt?
No, well, it hurts really bad later. So the way it works is you get exposed to it, and you might just have like a sunburn, and you're fine. And then you're utterly fine. And then you actually, a few days later, you start to feel really sick. And then you go back to being fine, and you're completely healthy, and you think you've recovered, and then you're fucked. Your skin melts off, your organs melt, your cells actually degrade on a molecular level. You break down.
I think you have
insane shit.
I think you have like
really painful?
I think you have like yes it is. I think you have like 12 hours or 24 hours to get cured, and then you're fucked. Right?
No, there is no cure to radiation poisoning, right?
There's no cure to radiation.
Just wear sunscreen, idiots.
Are you sure? I've heard there is a wait. Are you sure? I've heard there's a cure if you do it fast enough. No.
I don't think there's any way to cure radiation.
Definitely not.
But I don't know. Maybe vodka?
Oh, you're right. There is no cure.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, there's no cure. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if you like expose yourself to a nuclear reactor, then you're like, well, just take a shot, lol. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Like,
apparently, it's still really bad in like some areas of Japan. Like, you know what I mean, from the atomic bombs.
There's places that are uninhabitable.
Places.
Yeah, atomic bombs. I don't know. I thought you meant Fukushima.
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah.
Can like a light dose of radiation give you like superpowers?
Like a microdose? That's what they do in Silicon Valley. Yeah.
Give you
microdose radiation.
Why now?
Like, they start like growing limbs and shit. They're extra productive.
Just getting rat away, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, rat away. True.
That's fucking insane, dude. Yeah, that's scary. That's why that whole Russia. Sorry, I didn't want to say that. That's why that whole poisoning thing going on in other countries, like that was scary as fuck. People were just getting like, that's all it takes. One fucking needle in the back. When you're walking by, it feels like a pinch. You're fucking dead. That shit was going on, right? Like the political shit and all that other bullshit. Like that was something that was going on, correct? Like I'm pretty sure I heard about that. And I was fucking.
The next one's gonna come from vaping.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean needle in the back? What?
That's all it takes.
What's that all about?
Well, you never seen fucking Jet Li needle that motherfucker in the back and his eyes started bleeding out his face? You never seen that?
Oh, what are you talking about,
dude? Bakari, dude, how disconnected are you?
Acupuncture shit. That was awesome.
No, dude, you realize like all it takes are half of these poisonings and like instant deaths. It's like either a needle coated in the poison or an injection of something and you just die. Like
bro, that's
what was that
crazy.
story?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What was that story in Korea?
Bakari is so like he just got up. He's like, what do you mean?
I love Bakari, dude. He's like, you could die from radiation. Like, wait, what? Like,
dude, no way.
Wait, so what was that? There was that story in like Korea where that like those assassins like attacked the that person. They sprayed something in his face and like he died. You guys remember that?
What?
It happened like last year. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I remember something about this. Someone says in chat it was in the UK. So it was like Kim Jong's brother. Is that right? Yeah. These like 2 girls like walked up to him in an airport and sprayed some gas in his face. Some fucking like Jason Bourne assassin shit.
Dude.
And then like it's like crazy, dude.
That's fucking insane, bro.
Dude, there's poisons where like if you like people can put it on like your mouse.
Hands.
Yeah, you put it on your mouth. Yeah, exactly. Or their hand. Like you can just put it and you just
like
you touch it, you're dead.
Or your mouth. Or like a TV show. I've seen like a TV show where they wanted to assassinate a president, so he put some shit on his hand. He went up to like shake his hand, and then like fucking 30 seconds later, the president was all falling and dying. But it was a movie. But I figured,
Dude, I saw that movie recently. Wait, what was that, dude? Holy shit, I saw that
I don't think it was a movie. I don't think it was a movie. I think it was
TV series.
24, old school.
Old school 24,
sure that was it.
Or it was hold on, no, dude. I feel like I saw that, dude. No, it wasn't The Interview. No.
The Interview is what people are saying. I think that's how they wanted to kill the Kim Jong-un, but they were super scared of it, and they were like fucking it up and like accidentally, you know what I mean? I can't remember what they do exactly with it, but they were like fucking it up and super scared of the thing that went on their hand.
What if streamers get so big that they get assassins, dude?
It could have been Blacklist.
What do you mean get assassins? What is that?
Actual stream snipers.
People come up. Yeah, dude, stream snipers IRL.
Just like through your window one day.
Dude,
you're gonna get like a sealed letter with black sand in it. You know what I mean? Ninjas are gonna be popping out of the fucking darkness trying to kill you. Probably gonna happen.
Jesus.
Have you guys ever seen what is that movie? What is that movie? I know that's from a movie too. That's fucking America or something assassin. Something.
Streamer hit list, dude.
No, Ninja Assassin. You guys ever seen that movie? They send black sand and then they fucking kill his ass. You never seen that? No shit. You guys never fucking seen
Sounds
Ninja
awesome
Assassin?
though.
Young motherfuckers.
That sounds
great. Yeah, it's a
Jesus
cool ass
Christ.
movie. You guys should see that shit.
That's fucking insane, dude. Holy fuck. Well, that's what a great way to wrap things up. Talking about
poisons, viral infections that'll destroy half the earth. Yeah,
dude, that needle's just tripping me out, man.
We're gonna do a couple Chernobyl, half of Europe blowing up. We're gonna do a couple light topics and wrap it up, boys.
Listen, Lakar, there's needles that save you too. Have you ever seen The Rock? At the end of the movie, Nicolas Cage fucking uses a really nice needle on himself, and it helps him out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Sticks it right in his heart.
I like how Train was like, we're gonna move into some light topics, and we just started.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. This is what happens on this podcast. We just end up going to some like weird stuff. Like, I'm gonna do one last topic from the Reddit, so we won't get mad. This person has a question for the 2 special guests, which is FITZ and Summit. They say, talk about shipping culture with FITZ. What does that even mean? What is shipping culture?
Shipping culture? Yeah. What is that?
Well, like a large part of my success and kind of moving into the platform was that I collabed a fair bit with Pokemon, which resulted in a lot of shipping. So I guess they're referring to that, which is it's all silliness, obviously. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, well, when you say ship, I'm sorry, I might just be like ignorant, but when you say shipping, what do you mean?
Shipping,
sending,
or like
shipping is an internet term used to describe when 2 people, like when like an audience would like say these 2 are a couple, like I ship these 2 people, and then they're like, that's what shipping is. Does that make sense?
Okay.
oh,
Yeah,
like Maya and Mistkiff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or shipping like where
That's
But it's
what
pretty
people
cringe.
were-
So
Yeah, that is fucking
I was
weird.
avoiding talking about it.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
cringe.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
it's
and
really
Pokemon
that.
were a thing.
No, shut the
No,
Lakari,
that's
no.
the thing. It's just
No,
the
no, no.
audience
I'm
taking it
kidding.
like.
Yeah,
kidding.
Lakari, that was not good. No, listen, it is not. Listen, I completely fucking agree. That is some stupid shit, and it definitely it makes things weird, right? Like, you should be able to do like content creation with another person without people making some weird fantasy up. Like, if anyone wants to call anything weird, like that's fucking weird. Fantasizing between 2 people content creating, and then making it into some weird fucking fairy tale. It's just stupid. That's fucking completely dumb.
Well, look.
Now I understand.
know the internet, and I
Yeah.
fully expected that shit to happen, and you best believe I fucking used that shit as well. So, but it's fundamentally it's cringe. I think that's
No, I agree. Like,
that's the end of it.
realistically, I didn't realize because yesterday I went over a thing and it said like Slicker something for shipping. I thought they were talking like shipping and clipping clips to the live stream fail, just like fun clips from like CS:GO, like gaming clips. But now that like my chat was trying to tell me, I didn't understand like it's that kind of bullshit. I hate that, dude, because it causes drama. It's so fucking weird. It's just super awkward as well. It's really fucking awkward. So yeah, that's just really cringy. I have to agree with you on
Train,
that.
they should ship us together, man.
They already have shipped us, dude. They already shipped us 100 times, dude. Have you seen the picture of you looking at me, dude? They already think they already think we're fucking doing some weird shit together.
Yo, do I get your bet again, dude?
No, you don't. Fuck no. Yo, FITZ, if you didn't know, I invited.
Oh no, please.
No, I'm gonna tell him.
Here comes.
I invited Lakari over, you know, to hang out.
Wait, I don't think someone knows. Oh my god.
Oh, Summit, perfect, dude.
No.
So I invited Lakari over to hang out, do some streaming, you know, just hang out with the boys. And I'm Persian. I don't know if you guys know, you know, Iranian.
No idea.
And basically, I'm raised to, you know, give my best to my guests, right? Which is the opposite of most American culture. It's make your guests sleep on the floor. I'm raised to, you know.
Shit, I got Smokey on the fucking. I got him on a blow up mattress out there.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So like, I'm raised to give them my best, which means I sleep on the floor. I give my guest the bed, right? Or like, if I have the last like candy, I give my guest the candy, and I eat nothing, right? Like that's kind of how I was raised. So Lakari comes over, you know. I say, fuck it. I'm gonna sleep in this this walk-in room. There's no door, you know. It's this small creaky bed. I'm like, fuck it, I'll take this thing. I give Lakari my master bathroom, master shower, walk-in closet, master bed. This bed's fucking to die for. Like, it's the most comfortable thing you'll ever sleep in. And, you know, a few days pass by. I walk into his room, you know, in the mornings, and I start noticing my towels in the master bedroom are slowly diminishing. And it's not that they're going into the dryer or washer. They're just not there. And I have probably some nice towels in there. Some of my childhood towels I brought from home to remember home.
Childhood towels. Oh no.
Yeah, like towels that like I remember like having like, you know, just like towels I remember like, you know, I brushed my teeth late at night. It was, you know, just like experiences I had that like these are my child towels, right?
What did he do to your towels, Train?
Just wait, listen here, dude. So this dude, absolutely, listen, he's at the crib. This guy's getting a better treatment than the Four Seasons fucking presidential suite, dude. That shit's like $10,000 a night. Better than that, okay? I'm buying this guy fucking filet mignons, fucking Wagyu beef, fucking, we're talking like $300 steak, like breakfast sandwiches for $80. Like, we're talking like top of the line. This dude's getting a treatment, dude. I might as well suck his dick too. I walk in my room in the morning.
Oh shit, you did.
Listen, I walked in in the morning. Listen.
I thought you sucked his dick.
No. I walk into the room in the morning, dude. This dude is sprawled out on my bed, butt naked. Okay? He's sleeping on my bed, ass naked, and that's not it. Next to him, right to his right, he didn't have the fucking shame to clean it up. To his right, one of my childhood towels. Listen, everyone here knows what it looks like when cum dries. That little crinkle it gets into the fucking towel, the crustiness.
Way.
My towel jizzed on, sitting next to him in my bed while he's butt naked with fucking tissues and towels all around. Towels in the fucking shower thrown on the ground. Probably at least 10 plus, maybe I want to say 20 to exaggerate, maybe jizz towels, dude. Everything is just wet. Like, this dude went in there, he fucking, like, if you've seen that clip from Meet the Fuckers or whatever clip that was when he shits all over the, when he diarrheas all over the bathroom, this guy jizzed everywhere, dude. We're talking all my towels jizzed on.
But that would take time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah?
I was wondering.
That's like a process.
Yeah, dude. I would sleep like he's the friend that you want to go to bed and he just won't sleep yet, but you don't want to sleep till he sleeps, but he just won't sleep, so you end up passing out and you wake up. Dude, I woke up to this dude at 5 a.m. I heard vacuuming noises in my room. I'm like, I don't even have a vacuum. How the fuck's this dude vacuuming in my room? Like, he's vacuuming.
Were you guys like, wait, were you guys sleeping? You guys are sleeping in the same room?
No. I'm sleeping back here, straight behind. He's sleeping right here. So right here, he's sleeping. I'm sleeping straight back in the darkness.
But like same room-ish.
No. Across the apartment.
Or you go through a door. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so you go through a door to get to my room, and then my room's straight back there to the left.
Then why can't you go to sleep until he gets to sleep? How the fuck do you even know when he's sleeping?
No. I can go to sleep without him sleeping, but I have this thing where when I have a guest in my house, I want to be the last one to sleep, you know, in case something happens or comes up, or like I hear him going through the fridge and he's hungry, but he doesn't know where to look, but he doesn't want to wake me. I want to wake up and be there for him. So he's like, yo, Train, where's your mac and cheese, right? I'm like, all right, here it is, right? Otherwise, the dude's going to end up going through all my pantry shit and knocking everything over and, you know, displacing all my things that I've placed organized, right? So I wait till the person sleeps and then I sleep, right? That's how in the mornings I try to wake up first. But anyways, so this is what happens. So now there's just a bunch of shipping memes, I guess, between me and Lakari from him sleeping butt naked in my fucking bed. We're talking dick touching my fucking comforter. Everything, dude. Shameless, dude.
Honestly, when you were telling
childhood
that
towels,
story,
bro. It's too
I
far.
completely forgot that it took place in your house. And I was like thinking at a hotel. And I was
Yep.
like, man, that sucks. But that really sucks now, like a lot more.
Yeah, but eventually I forgave him. And
I love you saying childhood towels. Like,
Yeah. These are my towels that are most like sentimental to me, and he just jizzed on them.
dude, they're sentimental, dude. Because like when you move out for the first time, like this is pretty much my first time moving out, living alone. I want to take a piece of my like home, the homey vibe from my room to my new place. So when I'm brushing my teeth, wiping my face, it's like, okay, I'm at home, you know? And this dude jizzes in it. So
Trey probably jizzed on those towels too, bro.
Who has the balls to be butt naked in someone else's room?
I
fully
know!
Okay, with jerking off with not like
I
exposable
know!
things. You know what I'm
The
saying?
audacity.
That's crazy. That's like I don't like pooping in other people's houses. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Trust me,
I'm
dude.
barely comfortable walking fully naked in my own bedroom.
This isn't even it, dude. And listen, just to be clear, I didn't bring this up first. He brought it up on my stream, so that's how it hit public. But dude, not to mention, the dude knows I hate feet, dude. He knows I hate feet. Okay, I have this issue with feet, right? Like,
They're just gonna tell them everything.
listen, dude, this happened on stream, Lakari. This happened on stream when we're playing TFT together. This dude's walking around with his fucking goddamn fucking unclipped fucking talons, dude. And I'm sitting here playing my fucking game, and he's sitting in this chair. He's scratching my ankle with his fucking big toe talon. I am just, at this point, dude, I'm done. I'm fucking done, dude. I'm about to call the hazmat team over, get a full fucking clear, dude. It was just an experience, dude. And guess what? I got over it. I forgave him. He's coming back over in like 2 weeks.
Just walk around with your
he is
socks.
coming back over, isn't he?
Just have socks
Yep,
on.
he's coming back over, so we'll see if he's changed.
I promise I'm reformed. I promise you are gonna see a new me, dude. Like I promise, I will be the hospitality. I will come in and I'll bring you mountains of towels, okay? Mountains of towels for you, dude. All right, I'll
Who
make
comes
it
on
up
a
to-
towel?
I'll
Who's
bring
coming on
that.
towels?
I agree. Who the fuck's coming on towels?
Why are you coming in towels?
I don't
Yeah,
get
that's my question is why do you come in towels in the first place? Like, why not just use like a Kleenex and then flush it? And like,
Dude, listen.
Yeah.
Let me show you. Let me show you. Listen.
please don't.
No. Not the towel. Not the towel. Listen. So I'm someone that I believe in the best and most soft and thick toilet paper. So it's not like he's coming here with that trash hotel toilet paper where it's literally fucking
hell
as
yeah,
thin
you
as a
got that
piece of
good
plastic.
It's like
Listen, I'm gonna show
half
you what I have, and I have like fucking 400 rolls that were stacked up in his fucking thing under the sink, okay? And he says to use towels. Let me show you these things, dude. Absolutely.
Your towels are probably way rougher than the fucking than the toilet paper.
I can't say anything.
This motherfucker probably got rug burn, probably jizzing in all those towels. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what to say.
It's like one thing if he caught you and you were like the shadow jacker and like you were trying to like be really like you're trying to be like really subtle about it or whatever, but like it just feels like you just went damn, dude.
Charmin Ultra Soft, okay?
It's like you wanted to be caught.
Charmin
If
Ultra
he's
Soft.
bad enough,
The Shadow Jacker's a new
over,
super villain.
even if he brought over his own towels, would that still be okay? Like, don't worry, dog. I'd roll these up perfect after, and I bring them home and I get these things. You know, you won't even have to worry
Dude,
about
the
it.
worst part is, imagine if I didn't catch him. Would he have just said, "Oh, I showered with these and I just like," you know what I mean? Like, dude, imagine I didn't catch any of this. I would have went into my bed. Said,
I just don't understand how you can jack off in someone else's house into their towels.
in my bed.
And okay, I have a question. Was it clear that he was just leaving them lazy, or was he actually trying to make it look like he cleaned that shit and you were just not having it? You can see it.
Here's what I think, okay? And I'm speaking from experience because when I was like 16, I have jerked off in my bed when I was 16, right? And I felt it. After you beat off, you just want to pass out. Here's what I think happened. I think he got into bed. He was butt naked, right? And listen, here was his logic, okay? And here's what made it shameless. He was sleeping in his shorts, and he goes, "Train, your bed is just so comfortable. I had to feel it, and I had to sleep naked, dude. It was that comfortable." I'm like, dude, like, that is shameless. I mean, if anything, you say, you know what? You gave me the bed. It's that comfortable. Let me at least leave my fucking shorts on out of a little bit of decency. No, he said it was so comfortable, he had to try it naked. So here's what I think happened. I think he got into bed, butt naked. He wanted to jerk off, right? Because he has this weird thing where he goes on his phone and does some weird shit with some people on Discord, whatever the fuck, right? So he's sitting there. I think it's a little horny. I think he jerks off. And he's too lazy to get up to go to the bathroom, to clean up, and to come back into bed. I think he just put the towel to the right, said he'll wake up and do it later. I think he put it there, and passed out on the spot. I ended up waking up first, and I think he had no time to clean it up real quick. That's what I think happened exactly. That's my opinion based on anecdotal evidence and speculation.
You've thought this through. This is like some fucking Sherlock Holmes shit, dude.
Yep.
What if you never caught him and you go to wash your face with that childhood towel, only to find an unpleasant surprise?
Yeah, see,
for you, you know?
so
That's
here's the
worst
thing.
part about this.
In that situation, exactly, Fitz. In that situation, ignorance is bliss. If I didn't know, I'd be fine. But the problem with Lakar is I know during our shit talk, he'd bring it up and say, hey, by the way, just in your towels. And when I find out 3 weeks later he did and I use that thing in my mouth, that's when friendships break up.
Well, you like put the towel in your face, like, oh, it's got some moisturizer on there already. It's fantastic. You know?
Yep,
How are you not
exactly,
going to know
dude.
by the time you wash your face?
The water activated moisturizer. That's right. As soon as
It comes with the towel. It's fantastic.
The wine isn't that he's coming back in 2 weeks. The wine isn't that he actually did all that stuff. It's if he didn't tell you, and then you actually used one of the towels and you were like,
no,
you found out.
I was just answering to Fitz. I hope he would tell me. I don't think he'd do that anymore. He's getting in the guest room this time though, and
I think he's reformed, dude. I'm
man.
looking at his face, and this is this is a man that's reformed.
man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's good. He's good.
It won't happen again. I promise you. I will make sure that I am taken care of before I enter your house, Trent.
No, you're completely good, dude. Listen, if you want to jerk off, I have no problem with it. Go in the bathroom, jerk off like a human being, and you use the fucking and use the quadruple ply toilet paper that I purchased and I paid $10 extra for. Like, use that shit. You're good to go. Okay, I have no problem with you jerking off in there. I'm super easygoing. As far as the bed goes, in that bed you can sleep naked. Poke a hole in the mattress and fuck the mattress for all I give a shit. Okay, like take that bed. You're good to go. Okay, but hey, this time I'm sleeping in here.
Oh boy, that is unfucking real. I can't even believe that.
This concludes the Lakar.
I thought I felt bad that I went to it was a Counter-Strike time. I was probably like 15 years old. And I went to take a poop in my friend's house before a Counter-Strike tournament.
Oh, no.
And I clogged the toilet. And
That's the worst.
Oh,
And
dude.
Oh, damn.
he didn't have a
poop.
plunger. But what he did have was a toilet cleaner. So I fucking shoved that bitch so far down that. I was shoving that thing. I can unclog that motherfucker up real good. We're good.
Wait, you unclogged it with a toilet cleaner? How?
Yeah, you damn right.
That's
I don't know.
insane.
You have to break it up. You like break it up.
You
Yeah,
gotta do something. You gotta do something, man.
That's terrible,
You're
dude.
right.
Just leave a post-it note, bro.
Dude, the worst part of all those is, and this is when you're at a party, this is when you're at school, this is when you're anywhere, right? The worst part is, okay, so usually for most of my life, I never shit anywhere but my home. For most of my life, right? Out of the fear someone's gonna walk in right after me, right? And you know, sometimes I get that stomachache at a party, right? Or I'm like, oh fuck, I can't hold this. I can't even get a taxi home or an Uber home. I gotta do this now, right? So I'm sneaking, trying to find that, private bathroom that's off limits in every party. I'm trying to look for this thing. I find this thing, right? I'm waiting out like 10 minutes. I'm looking at how many people are going in and out. Okay, no one's going in and out, dude.
Damn, this motherfucker's chasing the spot.
Dude, I got this, dude. This is how I work. This is how my mind works, dude. My mind works exactly like this, dude. So listen, I go in the bathroom, dude. It's a great time. I'm sitting there unloading. I don't hear anybody. Everyone's partying. I'm like, okay, finally privacy, dude. Man, what are the chances, dude? Like I feel like this is every time. And there's people that have to relate to me with this, dude. As soon as I finish unloading the most disgusting, putrid fucking shit, even worse than my content, right then and there, I hear a knock on the door. Who's using this? I need to use it. Like 3 girls want to hop in right after I take the nastiest fucking shit. And it's like the 3 cool girls, right? That spread the most rumors and shit. Like, I'm already fucked reputation. Like, this is the case every single fucking time, dude. And that's just the story of my fucking life, dude. It's just how it is. It's unfortunate, dude.
Oh, man.
What about you, Fitz? Any crazy college, high school experiences?
Bro, I don't take the kind of shits you're taking, apparently, man. I have no problems. The toilet water is different inside of the water as well. In America, it's really high. I don't like it. Down the side, it's like fucking low. No problems ever getting those shits down.
You don't like getting a little bloop into your butthole every once in a while?
I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that at all.
Dude, I had a time I was in the bathroom in a public school, and I was like the same thing as Train, dude. I was like casing the joint, like making sure I was good. I was just gonna take I was gonna become the shadow dumper, dude. I was gonna like hang out. It'd be totally fine.
Shadow.
Yeah, man, because I don't want to like cause a ruckus, dude. I like to shit at home also.
And like the shadow jacker's sidekick.
Yep, exactly.
Yep,
I'm
that's
like
it.
the super villain dude. Like, and my friend comes in, and he is like, Devin, are you in here? Kicks the door, and the coat hook clips my eye right here on the left. I still have the scar. I've always wanted to tell a story like, oh yeah, I got this like fighting a ninja or something. But no, dude, I was taking a shit. A guy kicked the fucking bathroom door and fucking clipped my eye with a goddamn coat hanger looking for me. It was the fucking dumbest shit.
You know what, dude? If we're telling these stories, and I'll drop you a story before we wrap this up, dude. So everyone tells me I need to do my eyebrows. So if you look at them, they're bushy as fuck, right? Everyone tells me I need to do my eyebrows. Let me tell you the reason why I don't, okay? So, and I apologize to the new people. Hey, listen, dude, this is usually 4 to 5 hours. We're pushing 6, so I apologize, boys. But anyways, listen here. So my mom takes me to do my eyebrows, and this is in my days. Any of you, Fitz, how old are you?
23.
Oh, you're young. I thought you're like 30. Fuck.
Holy shit.
Your whole life's ahead of you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You're not even.
What the fuck?
Dude, you're a baby.
Yeah,
oh my.
boomers.
Things have changed. You're a baby. I thought you're 29, me and Summit's age.
This guy was born in 1996.
It's illegal to
Damn
be that
straight,
successful before you're 27. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ, dude. You're an XQC doing work then, dude. Both of you 23 years old, killing the scene.
That's insane.
Thanks.
Anyways, no problem, dude. Anyways, so back in my days, Fitz, before you were even born,
Fuck off.
you know,
Before he was a Twitch streamer.
yeah. You know, back when you're still hooked on the umbilical cord, it was like frowned upon for men to get their eyebrows done, right? You were instantly considered this and that, which isn't a bad thing, right? I had no problem with it. I'm super easy going with that. But so it was one thing like already doing it, right? But I didn't give a fuck. I went and did it. But this was like a year after Accutane. And underneath my eyebrows are so sensitive to the point where like the skin.
Your eyebrows broke out a bunch, didn't they?
No, they didn't break out. So when the lady ripped off the wax stuff with the paper, it ripped off a layer of my skin. So underneath my eyebrows, there were 2 perfectly symmetrical and even rectangular lines underneath my eyebrows. We're talking like sophomore year of high school, dude. Okay. Things already aren't looking good in high school for me. You know, it was a tough time. So I'm walking in. I came up with this clever story that I was running and I didn't notice the garage doors level and I just hit the garage door straight forward. And all my guy friends and all the guys believed me, but the girls looked at me with this look like, listen here, Domer. We know exactly what you were doing. You were fixing your eyebrows. And that's why to this day I have this PTSD where I just don't go to get my eyebrows done ever. It's just this childhood PTSD that happened, and that was my little inside
I'm the same
knowledge.
way, though. I just let my fucking eyebrows go free, dude. Just let them go ham, you know? And that's because when I was a kid, I had found out what a unibrow was for the first time, and that I had one, and I was like, oh shit, you know, it's like a light one, right? Like the normal fucking little bit of fuzz.
Oh, that's just.
I was not about that, so I experimented in shaving my eyebrows when I was in middle school, and I'm pretty sure my dad still has the family picture where I did them way too far apart. It was so fucking obvious. I look like a complete fucking dumbass, and it's like a family picture and everything. Oh, it's awful, man.
My chat's telling me to show you guys my high school picture. Listen, dude.
Let's see little Domer.
Are you ready for this, Fitz and Summit?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I think Devin's seen it already. I don't know. We'll see right now. Oh, geez. Just look at my stream. So to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, and when this happened, my hair, unfortunately for me, my hair wasn't this long. But here's an idea of me in high school. It's, a lot of people in chat, they say, Train, you see your preach about bullying, getting bullied in high school. Look at you. You're probably the bully, you fake fuck, right? They say things like this everywhere I go, right? Just by looking at me now, it's some dumb shit, right? But here, I'm going to show you me in high school, and it'll make a lot of sense to a lot of you hate watchers. Give me a second. Oh, fuck. You guys ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, come on, Domi. It
Like
can't
he's
be
got
that
like
bad.
camouflage on, you know what I mean? He's wearing like camo fucking what are those pants called with the pocket on the side?
Whoa. I've never seen this. What
Damn, that's
the
crazy.
fuck?
Dude, you went through a transformation. Holy
That's
shit.
so crazy.
Holy moly, dude.
What's with the
You're
pop
like-
collar, Train? What's up with
Yeah,
that?
that's what I'm
okay.
saying.
Question number 1.
What fucking happened, dude?
So I'll
You're
tell
wearing
you.
like 6 shirts.
Yeah, so I'll
How
tell
did
you,
your
okay?
cheekbones get like evolved?
Yeah, listen, dude. Okay, check this out. Okay, you ready? So the pop collar, you know, I don't mind you guys clowning at all. I think it's funny as fuck. Clown all you want. I don't want you guys to feel bad when I tell you this story. So in high school, I was bullied a shit ton. Okay, a lot. For me, it was more mental than it was physical. And the reason I point that out is because in our times, mental was literally no one gave a fuck. Mental, no one. Everyone said, "Who cares?" Right? And now they know that mental is way worse than physical. But anyways,
Sticks and stones, you know what I mean?
yeah, right. So in my time, it was sticks and stones to break your bones, but words cannot hurt you. So no one gave a fuck. You're a pussy if you said a word. So I got a lot of mental abuse, and I had neck acne, and people used to give me so much shit. So I only wore my popped up collars to school in PE class. I wore shorts with a button up with my collar popped up. Like I could cry right now just giving this story. Like I remember it was bad. Like. So I wore a popped collar so kids wouldn't laugh when I walked, like when I was in like lunch line or some shit, like because you just hear them snickering and those fucking pussies, and I know all of them. I every single kid that gave me shit, I remember them to this day. Like I know it's a monk S. I know it's a monk S weird thing to say, but I remember every motherfucker that ever gave me shit, and all of them.
way.
Hey, I keep tabs. I look around, you know what they're doing now. They're all goddamn high school peak, like high school peakers. Fuck those pussies. Just to say
What's up,
that now.
Tyler? It's Tanner from high school.
Yeah, fuck Tanner from high school. They can suck my cock.
Tanner fucked with you, huh?
Yeah, Tanner and fucking, yep, that's right. Tanner, Chad, and fucking, what's the other one? Chris?
I can't believe you don't have a Tanner copy
motherfucker,
pasta,
Kyle.
dude.
Yeah. So that was it. Let's wrap this up with one story. I want one story from you, Fitz. One story from you, and we're going to wrap this long-ass podcast up.
Oh my god, bro! I didn't come prepped with a story. Fuck.
Give us one fun story from college, high school, middle school.
He's 23, dude. He's still living this story.
Oh, you're right, dude. This was like 2 years ago for you. Come on, give us some juicy shit.
Fitz.
I only went to college for 1 year, bro, and
I was referring to high
pretty
school.
standard, dude. I
His
got
story
fucked
is
up.
like, one night I was on the Trainwreckstv podcast, dude. This guy's 23 years old. It's fucking insane. I didn't know that, dude. That's crazy.
That's
Okay, here's one thing that I talked about on my podcast that has been
Okay.
like a topic of discussion with my audience. In university, I stayed at a dorm, right? And I had a sink in my room. So it was just me living in this room on a floor with a bunch of other people, and I had a sink in my room.
Yeah.
And dude, like I'm getting fucked up. I'm first year at uni. You goddamn know I peed in that sink like almost every single goddamn night. I peed in the sink because I didn't want to walk way down the hall to go to the public bathroom with all the other fucking people. So I pissed in my sink. Is that weird? Or is that apparently it's more hygienic to urinate in the sink? Or not hygienic, it's like better for the environment because you conserve water. But you know, I said this thinking it was not a big
What are we talking
deal.
about here? Are we talking like a bathroom sink? Are we talking like do your dishes type of sink? You know what I'm saying?
No, it's like a bathroom sink with like a mirror. It's just like literally a room with a bed, a sink, and like a wardrobe. And then to go to the bathroom, you had to walk right down the hall and piss where everyone else was peeing. I had a sink, bro. I'm a dude. I'm just gonna go in the sink. Like it's my sink.
I mean, dude,
What about
I feel
shitting?
guilty every single.
What was
I
it,
feel
Jerome?
guilty
Shit in the sink.
every time. I feel well. Clearly, you pee in the shower.
Did anyone else use the sink, or was it just you?
I never asked anyone else at the university, but apparently it's known to be a thing. I didn't shit in the sink though. I shit in a bag.
Oh, so
obviously.
other people pissed in the sink as well.
You would be
Not
so
my
fucking
sink.
lazy not to go down the fucking hall that you'd shit in a bag.
No, I'm kidding about the bag, bro. I didn't
Ah,
fucking-
shit, dude.
I mean, at least you
God
didn't piss in
damn, I
water.
could just
No, I didn't
picture
shit in a
I
bag.
could just picture you like fucking taking that to the dumpster and like just pretending it's your dog's poop or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, shut
No,
the water.
no, I wasn't that bad. No, but I did piss in that motherfucking sink. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah, it was-
crazy. I'd feel
that was
guilty every time.
convenient.
I don't know how you did it. How many times do you think you did it? You like for years or for months?
I probably peed in that sink upwards of 200 times.
Wow.
God damn.
Oh,
I was there for a
my
year,
man,
man.
Every
dude.
once in a while. I hope you
I
like
was there
clean,
for-
you know?
It's better for the environment. Pee isn't that unhygienic. I clean the sink. It's all good.
What's
As long as
crazy
you cleaned
is
the sink,
So
that's
what
fine.
was the position that you chose?
True.
What was, like,
Yeah, how
I'm-
did you manage
you
that?
stand
how
I'm a
did-
tall guy. The piss is literally the sink was like urinal height for me. I'm a
oh
tall
no
guy.
shit.
How tall are
How
you?
tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
You're
Holy
6'6"?
shit.
What? You're like 9 PS4 boxes.
That's like
6'6"?
weird to act like.
9
6'6",
PS4 boxes?
Damn,
That's
so
what
you-
Yeah,
said?
So you gotta.
my stream measures height by PS4 boxes. They call me 4 PS4 boxes tall. So
That doesn't
Jesus.
make it, I don't know if that makes is that a foot
That's
in each
in.
of those?
Dude, look at the dude.
Oh, no.
This guy's a fucking
question.
giant.
Damn.
Wait,
what
so-
the fuck? Yo, I
What in
found
the hell?
Listen, I found a guy to fight Dr. Disrespect.
Fuck no, he fucked me up.
Wait, so I mean, there's only one thing I'm asking: how big's your dick?
Big enough, yeah.
No, how long?
Hey, listen.
The taller you
dick
are, the more
size
pressure
does
there is.
He's 23, dude. It's still growing.
Based on your height. Your dick can be any height it wants. It's not based on your height, okay?
Thanks.
Wait, it can be any height
Mine
at once?
mine touches the water every single time. I can't get on all the rides at Six Flags. You know what I'm saying?
My man, hey, touching the water, huh, dude? Holy fuck. Fuck the bloop in the ass. You're getting the whole splash. The Titanic's sinking, dude. Holy fuck. Wait, so my question is, before we leave here, the reason I thought you were older is specifically because of your sense of humor and like how on like wavelength you are with like me, ESFAND, Summit, Devin, and like Lakari's like sense of like, right? Like I would expect you'd be more like adjusted to the, you know, the PC.
Are you saying he's mature? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying he's
You're really mature.
I'm saying speaking our language, dude. There's no pussy bullshit here, you know, trying to be friendly and, you know, weird. Like he's speaking how it is. That's rare for a 23-year-old, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think
23, like
I don't
feel
think
like
so.
I don't know, maybe, but I wasn't raised like, you know, a fucking pussy, bro. I've grown up my whole life watching comedy, like offensive ass comedy. You know, so I think that's probably what it is.
That still exists. The fuck?
Like just it's just about having a sense of humor and not taking shit too seriously. I think that's what it is. Depends
I agree.
on
I agree.
how you're raised.
I agree. Yeah.
It's because he's Aussie. Yeah, that's probably true. That's actually probably
it's
true.
different over here for sure. It's different
Yeah.
over the side of the
Every
world.
Aussie's a fucking. I think that's why I have Aussies that like me. I think the only people that like me a lot are probably a few, you know, maybe 1,000 Americans, 1,000 Canadians, 1,000 Europeans, and then fucking 20,000 Australians. Like, because they understand what I'm saying.
Like even going through a politically correct era over there, like aren't they all just calling each other cunts and everything still?
Yeah. That's why I think they like
Cunts
me.
on national ingredient over here. Get it, cunt?
Chilling over there, then, man. Chilling. Over here, we gotta be fucking careful. You know, goodbye's gonna have some other alternate meaning one day.
It's so weird looking at American like cancel culture and shit from this side of the world because it just I don't know. It just always seemed ridiculous. I think to people on this side of the world. I don't know. It's weird.
I gotta come to Australia and live there.
Come, bro.
I need to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
Oh no,
You just like,
okay, yeah.
You
Okay,
just
cool.
be setting
Love you, bro.
yourself up
I'll
with
be
bad
back.
internet, though. Honestly, yes, I've heard such bad things about you guys' internet out there.
Well,
It's
I'm
pretty
lucky.
bad.
I'm bad at games
You can
anyway.
find,
So.
I mean, it's good enough. You can find it, but yeah, it's rough.
This motherfucker just walked into Azeroth. You guys seen that? He's
That's actually really cool.
Is that so? What is like green screen on the door or something?
yeah.
Looks like it, yeah.
That's insane.
What a trip.
All right, boys. 6 hours. Damn.
It's been a good one.
It's a good podcast, sir.
How was the so to the two special guests, one that comes once every 3 months and makes it special, and then to the newest. Let's start with Summit. You have a good time?
What's the question? Oh yeah, it's cool. I'm always down to just chill out and shoot the shit with other people in the gaming field, you know.
Hey, my man.
Oh
Dude.
yeah, brother.
Fitz, how was your first experience?
I enjoyed myself, bro. It's been a good conversation. Yeah, I fuck with your stream and I fuck with the chat, so I'm happy to be here, bro.
My man, dude. Hey, we'll see you guys again soon.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%,
Trent,
man. Thanks for having me.
I might have a really cool special guest for you. I'll DM you, then we'll see if it's interesting.
Joe Rogan.
Is it,
You
dude?
might-
If I got Joe Rogan on, dude, I would literally suck my own cock, dude. That's fucking great.
I have a really cool special guest.
Would you guys do? I mean, I don't think I'd ever touch this again by myself. But if I got Joe Rogan on, you know, if it was legal, which it's not, but if it was somehow legal, hypothetically, in a different world, would you all come on and do like shrooms? And all 6 of us are on shrooms with Joe Rogan, having a podcast, but no one knows we're on shrooms.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Sure.
Shrooms with Joe Rogan. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I agree.
Wait,
But that
what just happened?
podcast,
Sorry,
that
I heard,
podcast
like-
would have to run the entire length because after we get off and I'm still tripping, I'd be like, holy fuck, I have bad vibes. Right? I'd have to stick with you guys throughout the whole thing until it all come down.
I'd only do that if everyone was there in real life. I don't think I'd just be in my basement, happy that I'm taking fucking, you know, these streams for the first time in my life by myself with
Listen,
you
I
guys
had
there on
stream
the internet. You
shrooms.
know? You
The
guys
only
are-
time I'm
I
doing
take
this-
a shit in the bag for real. You know, some crazy
Yep.
shit's gonna happen. On stream shrooms.
Imagine Lakari, he wouldn't even use it, dude. He wouldn't even use a towel. He'd Old Faithful that shit up. His shit would just fly up left
bro.
and right.
He'd be whipping out his own fucking cum towel, bro. Be like, I came prepared, boys. Let's go.
invite
His
Joe
handkerchief.
Rogan to Amsterdam. You know,
His handkerchief.
Personal towel.
He'd have a belt clip with his handkerchief on it, just coming in. Stat track. How many times he's done it in my house?
Oh, bro, stat track.
A stat track handkerchief.
Hum rag.
Yep.
I
Factoring you.
just don't understand. I just don't understand the whole go and towel thing. That's so
Yeah, neither
weird.
do I. It's weird.
Dude, all right. I don't
He's
understand
reformed.
it either. Okay, like,
He's reformed. Yeah.
I
Change
blame
map.
Miz, dude. Honestly,
Mizkif?
I was at Mizkif's place before I went to train. So
Wait, what do you mean? Did he like apprentice you into the like? He's like your little. You're like a little like your Sith Lord that like teaches you how to become the Shadow Jacker. Like what happened?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Can't explain it. All right. I can't explain it. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. All right. I fucked up. Okay, dude. I fucked up.
All right, boys. All right. Well,
The towel was just there, man. All right.
Fitz, you going live? You should go live.
Dude, I don't know if I can, bro. I'm like pretty fucking.
Are you
I'll
tired?
go live soon, but I can't tonight. Yeah, I can't stream tonight.
Okay.
Taking it easy.
Is
I
anyone?
should, though.
Look, you want to play CS:GO?
Fuck, I'm so tired, dude. I don't
Fucking
know.
pussies, dude. No one wants to play CS:GO here? Hell's wrong with you guys?
It's so late, man.
I'll play.
You'll play a game?
I'll play it, but I won't stream.
If
yeah.
Summit
All right,
plays,
let's do it.
I'll play. But
Someone play a game of CS:GO with us. Come on, dude. Play one game off stream. One game off
It's
stream.
4 in the morning, brother.
Dude,
I
listen,
gotta
we're
stream
streamers.
tomorrow.
There's no clock. Listen.
There is, there is to get on, and then until your fucking channel hates your guts for getting on late all the time.
that's true. Yeah. We need to
Well,
go
listen,
play.
if you want to join us, dude, listen, dude. Hey, Summit, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to play with a Silver 2 and a Gold Nova 2. Listen.
I'm sure I can message you guys any fucking time to play Counter-Strike.
All right, well, you better get your ass
That's
back
true.
in the game, dude. I'm bringing it. I'm gonna join FPL. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring CS:GO back. Fuck this Project A trash. I'm gonna bring CS:GO back on the map. I'm joining FPL. It's gonna happen. Just trust me, dude.
What if Project A comes out and like 100K viewers top dog or something like that?
Hey, listen,
Straight
I'm gonna
up.
hit FPL and Project A 100%. I'm bringing that back. Okay.
Check
All right,
your
boys.
names after